Opie and Anthony.
Radio Shock Jocks.
Opie and Anthony.
We have to be nice and make people feel good. Go screw!
Radio Bad Boys, Opie and Anthony.
Controversial radio personalities, Opie and Anthony.
Infamous DJs, Opie and Anthony.
Talk show radio hosts, Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony.
All right, we get it. Hey, man voice.
Ooh, you're hurting me now.
Yeah, you know I am.
Grandpa, could you whip me up some ovaries?
iTunes Apple Store offers a slew of programs and games. How about the game Take Picture of Genitals, Send to Friends? Now open your cheeks up.
I want to hear
Wide.
the sniffing
Open
on the
up.
radio.
Cheeks wide.
Wait, shh.
My teeth hurt.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Palaver. Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everybody?
What the hell day is it?
Wednesday?
It is Whip 'em Out Wednesday. All right. I lost track.
It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Sometimes you just lose track of the days. Hi, everybody.
Wow, phones are lit already. Just in case you need it later on today, 877-212-ONA. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
I'd like to say hi to the cops down there at the Midtown Tunnel. Let me off the hook.
Really? What do they get you for?
Well, I kind of roll through a stop sign over there. There's a certain way to get into the tunnel from Long Island City. So you kind of get in there, and it's way over to the right-hand lane of the Midtown Tunnel, and you kind of merge in, and there's a stop sign. But it's more like a yield. So I went through, and they're all standing there, and they just waved me over. I'm like, oh, God. And this Mariano Rivera-looking guy comes up and asks me for a license and Reggie and everything. I'm like, fan him out. Find one. Here you go. Oh, yeah? Who's this guy? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Going to extend the courtesy. Just like, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And continued on my way.
It's nice to be white, huh?
White and in America and in an SUV. It's more fantastic. Instead of getting that baton across the shins like that one gentleman in the news clip. It's been all over the news. There seems to be some gentleman that was arrested, and another gentleman, an officer, was beating him with his baton because he wasn't complying. Guy was not complying. And if you watch the video clip, you'll see he keeps his arms tight to his chest and will not put him behind his back to be cuffed. So this officer is pummeling his shins. Oh, and the guy's wearing shorts.
Oh, my
And he's
God.
just cracking his shins with the baton.
Right on the shin bone?
Yeah, right on the shin bone.
Right below the knee?
Oh, it had to hurt like hell.
Yeah.
But at that point, put your goddamn hands behind your back. Get arrested. And now he's suing the city, of course.
But you go into protection mode have you ever been kicked or attacked? You kind of
let me tell you
it's
something,
hard for you to just unwind your arms and go, all right.
For the most part, someone had to start. Someone had to start something. I find it hard to believe there's a lot of cops out there that just start beating the crap out of people that are laying there complying. If the guy's being a jackass and isn't putting his hands behind his back.
I think back in the day, maybe. But now with all the cell phones, with the picture technology
Cameras
and cameras all over the place, I think the cops are smart enough to know, look, if I'm going to hit somebody, I better make damn sure I'm doing the right thing.
Got a reason.
Because it's going to be on film somewhere.
They took the guy off the job for a while now and took his gun away. And I think the guy was completely in the right.
Yeah.
Guy wasn't complying.
Yeah. Well, we got the news story.
Trying to be in full compliance.
Beating and arrest took place on Manhattan's Delancey Street near the FDR. You can see one officer attempting to handcuff 46-year-old Michael Cephas while another tries to help. Then he begins to repeatedly strike the Brooklyn man on the kneecap and legs. 2 weeks later, Cephas, a disabled truck driver, shows his wounds.
And I told him there was no alcohol in the bag. When the bag dropped and hit the ground, that's when he started swinging. Both officers started swinging and hitting me.
Wait, this is over alcohol in a bag?
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
Whatever it is, get your goddamn hands behind your back.
Alcohol in a bag? I thought, like, the guy was smuggling dope or something.
That's his story. I don't know.
All right.
I didn't see the whole thing. I just know damn well.
The arresting officers accused him of being drunk and resisting arrest. You can see him raise his leg as if to block the officers, but he says that's only because he feared more beatings. Cephas's defense lawyer says these pictures of his client's fresh wounds prove he'd already been struck before a bystander started rolling tape.
They violated my rights. You know, I ain't do nothing. You know, I just came to the park to have fun.
Violate your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
That was your knees they violated.
Jesus.
Looks like someone's not going to be playing in the NFL anytime soon.
Put your damn hands behind your back.
In response to the police brutality accusations, the NYPD issued this statement. The officer was placed on modified assignment after an attorney for the complainant contacted the Internal Affairs Bureau with a videotape of the incident last week. It is the subject of an ongoing Internal Affairs investigation.
I'm hurting right now. You know, I want an apology for sure.
Cephas is still charged with assaulting a police officer, resisting arrest, and criminal possession of a weapon. For an umbrella he's accused of swinging at the cops. The Patrolmen's Benevolent Association is on record supporting the officer who struck these violent blows, saying Cephas was clearly resisting.
Cephas. There it is. Look. Oof, ow, that's gotta hurt.
Guys,
if the guy has his feet up blocking the baton, I mean, it's like anytime you show a cop hitting a suspect, it's going to look bad because it just looks like a guy getting hit. But if they're telling him
hands, roll over on your stomach and put your hands behind your back, get cuffed, and move on.
That's easy to say, bro.
They got to look at him. He's not now. Look, now they stopped beating him, and they were trying to get his hands behind his back. He's not friggin' doing it. Yep. Put your goddamn hands behind your back. Oh, God, people. No, don't give him the chance to beat you, silly.
That guy can't beat anyone, silly.
Take your arrest.
Guy's drinking out of a brown paper bag.
Deal with it in court.
All right, let's go to the phones and say hi to Jerry in Connecticut. Jerry, what's up?
Jerry.
Hey, boys.
Hey, good morning, Jerry.
Mr. Anthony.
Yes.
Time for you to apologize to all the black people.
What happened?
The House of Representatives issued an unprecedented apology to black Americans for wrongs committed against them and their ancestors.
I think that's a good thing because from what I know now, it was actually the House of Representatives that was there during slavery. They rose from the dead and apologized for what they had done because that's the only reasonable apology that could possibly happen. Because why generations later would anyone apologize for anything? Unless they were zombie House of Representatives from the 1700s. I don't want to hear it.
It's weird how people, like, an apology means something. They're like hearing it from the Pope. People really, like, abuse victims. Victims, like, who are executed, people who are executed when they've done something, a lot of times the victim's family goes.
I thought you meant the victim liked the apology.
No, the victim didn't care for the apology. But a lot of times people go just to hear the apology. It means it's something cathartic.
Oh, no. Yes, sir. That keeps saying my name. Jerry.
Just giving up money for it.
I know you're a millionaire. It's time for reparations.
What?
It's time to give up some money.
There's no reparations. And you know something? Obama said something very interesting yesterday. He was in front of black journalists. Minority journalists giving a little speech, and boy, did they love him. They stood up, standing ovation, and they told people beforehand, like, don't do this, just kind of let him come on and talk. Oh, my God, whooping and hollering for Obama. And then he was talking about how it's great. Talking about the American Indians and Hawaiians and African Americans, and talking about how, the government words are okay, but they should, as far as reparations go, words are okay, but I think the government ought to deal in deeds, not just words. Which to me is Obama is for reparations. That is he just placating to his audience at that moment? Then he's a phony. I don't know what to make of that. I read it and went, whoa, that's a little frightening.
Wouldn't that be stupid on his part?
He said it.
Then he's going to blow the election.
He said it. No, he won't, because no one pays attention. The stupid idiots like that say, "Oh, I'm voting for Obama." Why? I don't know. Change. Oh, I don't know. He's got charisma. They're the ones that don't listen or read between the lines or see what he's saying during these speeches that he's giving, talking about reparations.
He probably doesn't know what reparations mean.
All right, you're right.
He thought it was something else. He thought it was repairs.
Car repairs, auto repairs.
Yes, every American should have reparations done for free on their automobile.
Let's go to Carl in Savannah, Georgia. Carl, what's up?
Hey, little Jimmy, heard you on Red Eye last night on the satellite radio.
Ooh.
Just got a question. Oh, man, it was great.
Thank you.
I noticed Jesse Ventura was on the show. I didn't get to see the video. I was listening on satellite.
Yeah.
Did you get to see Jesse in the studio? Did he recognize you and want to talk a little bit about the conspiracy theories?
Well, the way Red Eye works is I sit next to Greg, and when they have the guest segment, just to the nature of the studio, it's actually done in O'Reilly Studio. I come out, and then the guest comes in for one segment. And it was Jesse. And I saw him in the dressing room, and we said hello, we shook hands, hey, how are you? And he seemed to be in a good mood, and we didn't...
Did he remember you?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't think so by that. It was friendly.
Yeah.
So I was talking to his publicist, the girl who comes with him, who's taking him around for his book tour. And I'm like, no, I don't even think he remembered me. She's like, you really? I'm sure he did. He just wasn't... He was fine.
Yeah.
We said hello. I mean...
Why don't you promote Red Eye? You do that...
I forget.
You
I
do
love
that quite
Red Eye.
often.
I was
Jimmy
so
does
mad
Red
at
Eye
myself.
from what? Once a month? Once
Twice
every
a
3
month.
weeks? Okay.
Twice a month.
You should be promoting it.
I am so annoyed that I forget that morning because I don't get the notes till that afternoon. Then I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm doing it. I'll always...
Right.
Yeah, I got to start writing that down in advance, man. I'm really pissed at myself.
All right. Thank you, Carl. Let's go to Jared in Syracuse. Jared.
Here we...
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, Jared?
Nothing. You guys said that you're supposed to be back on up here in Syracuse, but they got that stupid shut up and rock crap going on still.
Yeah, well, breaking news. We're not going back on in Syracuse. You're stuck with Shut Up and Rock instead of the Opie and Anthony show.
Well, I get it out in the Rochester as well, because I live between the two of them, so I got to wait until like 2 o'clock in the afternoon to even catch what you guys are even talking about all day.
This is how stupid regular radio is. Really. It really is. Unless you're like a personality-driven radio show, like ourselves. Why would you go with a program called Shut Up and Rock when most of your listeners have something called Pandora's Box?
Yeah. AOL Radio.
AOL Radio.
There's plenty of things.
There's plenty of Shut Up and Rock opportunities out there for the average listener.
On your very small phone these days.
Right.
We talked about it years ago. We said, when you don't have to walk around with things. People were walking around with a cell phone, a personal digital assistant, and some type of music device. They've smashed it all together into very small phones these days. And it's just at the forefront right now. But in no time, these things are going to be all over and even more amazing. And you're going to be getting your music on your phone. And amazing quality. Everything you want, your choice of music, whether you want it to play automatically, so you get a little surprise for your tunes, or you want to search and program in whatever bands you want to hear.
Yeah.
That's the future of what's happening as far as Shut Up and Rock goes.
And you downloaded Pandora's Box in what, 2 minutes today?
It took 2 minutes for me to do in the office, that app. And you search out audio. Before you know it, Alice in Chains is just playing on my iPhone.
Crystal clear audio.
Crystal clear. That's Shut Up and Rock.
and then regular radio is just sitting there. What do we do?
Yeah.
They're just watching the competition just stomp all over them.
And as more,
we don't know what to do with this one either.
As more cars put the jacks in, also.
Yeah.
Like I said, my Mustang has one.
Yeah.
So I pop my iPhone in there, and right through my radio, I could tune in whatever the hell I want.
Right.
Why wouldn't you do that?
Content is king.
Right.
So this dumb station in Syracuse, watch how they fail with their dumb Shut Up and Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what people want in the morning is Shut Up and Rock, where they could do that with their iPhones and their iPods and their Blackberries and every other damn phone out there at this point. And it's only going to get better in the coming months, not years, in the coming months. So what does a radio station do? They take a show off like ours, which is special. We're offering something that you can't get from your iPhone.
Yeah, you can't just pop it on.
And then you put on something that is Shut Up and Rock, which you could do on your own anyway.
Readily available
with no
on
commercials, by the way. No commercials. People are shut upping and rocking without commercials. You dummies!
At least, and this is no rah-rah for the company or anything, but at least CBS is part of that. You know, if you go to AOL Radio, CBS has a bunch of stations, including this one, our station here in New York, BCN in Boston, and a bunch of CBS stations are available on your iPhone. They're at least thinking like, all right, this is here. It's here to stay. It's only going to get bigger. So let's become part of it.
Yeah, they understand they got to be part of it, or they're going to be effed.
I never saw a company go from zero as far as technology and a web presence and the internet and any of this new technology goes to where they are now than CBS. They really have embraced the technology.
Yeah. So, Jared, there you go. You're in Syracuse, and you're stuck with Shut Up and Rock. Let's just sit back and watch how that works for everybody.
Yeah.
Bunch of dopes at Citadel. Dopes!
Ugh. I call it something else.
Yeah,
I don't call it Citadel. I call it something, and it rhymes with sit.
Yeah.
Citadel.
Yeah.
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 I say Fitadel. Exactly. Isn't it funny?
Midadel?
No.
Oh, little gloves? Oh.
Oh, I get it.
Javier, how are you? Javier, what's up?
Morning, boys. How you guys doing?
Good, real good. You're in Philly?
Yeah, I guess along the same lines as this guy in Syracuse. Any plans on coming back to Philly?
Well, you know, we have a big audience in Philly. They want us back on the radio down there, but the company's just kind of
lollygagging.
We should be back on in Philly. That's so obvious. It's painful.
Yeah.
What are they doing in the morning right now? Are they doing some kind of Shut Up and Rock format too? Just playing some tunes.
Yeah, I mean, after they got rid of Kid Chris, I mean, I figured they'd try to get you back, but I mean, it's nothing.
We're sitting here waiting, and the fans down there want it, and we were doing well when they did take us off the air.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to move in a different direction, and whatever. Don't get me started on that whole situation again. I almost blew up my career yelling and screaming about that one. But trust me, the people that thought they knew better didn't know, and they're now not working at that radio station anymore. So it's perfect. Get us back on in Philly.
I think a lot of people it's a wait and see attitude.
Well, stop with the wait and see.
No, they got to wait and see what happens, on the space-based side of our career.
Well, Philly's playing Guns N' Roses' November Rain, so you know.
Hey, wow.
I haven't heard that song in maybe 2 days at this point, so that's good.
And I could punch that up on my phone in seconds.
In seconds.
So, there you go. You can't.
Can you really right now? Can you?
Yeah.
Let's put the challenge. Wait.
Hold on. Well, I'm new to this. Travis would probably be a lot
Fine
better.
November Rain starting.
Oh, no. Oh, Jesus.
Now.
Okay, hold on.
I want to see how long it takes you to find November Rain on your
Oh,
iPhone.
no, I can't search.
Watch it be like Otto loading the film into his stupid camera.
Yeah.
40 minutes later, it's a piece of cake.
Okay.
See, regular radio's got to wake the F up.
Roses.
All right, you're 20 seconds in.
Hold on.
25 seconds in.
I don't have G3.
All right.
It's okay, though.
All right.
All right.
You're pushing 30 seconds trying to find November Rain on your iPhone.
Damn it. Okay, hold on. Where am I? I'm Live and Let Die. Let's
He's panicking. Wait. Well, you got to live and let die. Oh, you're up to 40 seconds. You could do this under a minute. Come on.
I know.
You queer?
Are you panicking? He's panicking.
Come on.
Oh, God.
45.
You're
I'm
so
panicking.
stupid.
50 seconds.
Because Travis, help me. Help me, Travis.
What happened? You had Live and Let Die.
I know. I don't know what just happened.
Oh, he's closing all his mail-to-mail instant messages.
All right, well, Anthony just got Pandora's box, a great app for the iPhone.
That Pandora's a real bitch.
All right, look, Travis has had it for a while. Travis, Jimmy, no, not Jimmy, because he'll go obscure.
I won't.
Anthony, give Travis a song.
I want that one.
No, because he's already been
Another one.
finding it. So
Can I name a song? I have a good one.
all right, Jimmy is going to give you a song to find, Travis.
Happy birthday to me.
See? See?
All right, how about what's a good Doobie Brothers song? What's the one they sang on What's Happening when Rerun dropped his... No, what's the song they were singing when Rerun dropped his tape recorder? That recording studio he had under his jacket?
Yeah, which one was that?
I don't know. I want to say just China Grove because that's my favorite Doobie Brothers song. Old Black Water's a good one, though.
Oh, that's it. That's the one, I think.
Oh, it was.
Old Black Water.
Cool.
And then, Rerun got in big trouble.
In front of the concert, like all the concert goers noticed the tape recorders.
Yes.
Travis, can you find Black Water?
And then Quincy came up, please, can I talk?
Who sings it?
Oh, my God. All right, ready?
Doobie Brothers?
Doobie Brothers, Black Water, find it.
That's America.
That's America, you dummy.
But I hit. Look, I hit Black Water. Yeah, so did I. And okay,
that's good. At least
that's great. Good commercial for Pandora's Box. Wonderful, guys.
Gives you a song by the band.
Oh, that's not even the band.
America.
That's America.
Oh,
I got Steve Miller Band. That's interesting. This is a great application. Don't get
me wrong.
We're falling flat on our faces.
Well, radio rules.
Yeah,
radio still rules.
All right, I'm sorry.
2 for Tuesday. You do get 2 Metallicas.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Regular radio does rule. Javier, I don't know what to tell you. I've been begging and pleading and saying, what are you waiting for? So we'll have to wait and see on that. Thanks, Javier.
Javier.
Can't you just change your name to, I don't know,
Javier?
Jake?
Yeah, Javier. I'm a fancy man.
All right, we're going to take our first break. We got to talk about Jerry Lewis when we get back.
What?
Yes.
You know, he's
Jerry.
dead.
Jerry Lewis died?
Yeah.
No, don't spread rumors like that. You know where those go.
You dope, you got me. But I acted like I knew him, too, for a second. Really? Guy I never met or thought about in 40 years?
It's possible. It's not like he's a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a great story. One of those extreme home makeover houses is in foreclosure.
Yep.
We've been talking about this crap off and on, for the last few months.
Yeah.
That these people, they give them a fine mansion, and then they leave, and then, good luck paying the taxes, good luck doing,
Take care of it.
Take care of it.
Well, they kind of screwed up, too. A lot of the volunteers that worked on that house are a little angry at what they did.
Oh, really? All right. Well,
yes, we'll tell you about it.
After this, Opie and Anthony.
The last time I saw a pair of jugs that big, 2 hillbillies were blowing on them.
Whip 'em out Wednesday. Get a wow sticker, get flashed, get happy.
Hear what everyone else is talking about. O&A Uncut and Live continuing the show on XM Satellite Radio starting at 9 a.m. Eastern. Visit xmradio.com to subscribe.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
What's the haps?
I think we're going down the line that people are waiting on for Back to the Future shoes.
Yes. Oh, this is incredible.
Yeah. Danny and Travis are helping me with some Back to the Future trivia. So we're going to see how much these guys know.
I see Danny, another expert, has walked into it to join us here.
There's been a petition floating around for at least probably 2 or 3 years already to get the Marty McFly 2015 Nikes produced by Nike. And finally this dream has come to fruition.
Can I tell you?
What about the self-drawing jacket?
They're still working on that.
Damn it.
It's the pinnacle of sneaker technology from the late 80s.
Yeah. And it sticks to a hoverboard like no other sneaker can.
Yeah.
Plus, if you're looking at the movies and a big hologram shark from Jaws 15 comes out at you, as long as you got your 2015 Marty McFlys on, you're going to be able to avoid it.
Is that another Back to the Future reference?
Of course it is.
I don't give a crap about.
Of course it is. You got to watch the movie.
Oh, yeah.
18 more times like we have.
I know.
Back to the Future was a groundbreaking film.
Of course.
And an achievement in cinematography.
Why was there a different girlfriend?
Because Elizabeth Shue, who played the girl, I believe, had prior commitments.
No, her mother actually was diagnosed with cancer, and she spent a lot of time taking care of her mother, so she couldn't commit to the
How do you know this? Not a very big part, though, for the girlfriend.
Yeah.
They had to take her back because they didn't plan on making a sequel when they finished the first one. And when Doc comes back, of course, he says, Marty, it's your kids. So they had to take them both back, and then they just laid her on a bench and left her for a while.
What do they turn into... You can't say that.
We can't say that on the air, but we know what you're going to do. Everyone knows the line, Travis.
I think, didn't they shoot some of the first movie?
Yes,
scenes
they did.
with the new girl. Yeah.
When she walks up to Marty, as Marty's looking at his brand new truck, his 4-wheel drive 1980s truck. At the same time, Biff is waxing the car. Of course, Biff turned out to be the guy just waxing the car.
I know.
And I like how the McFlys come back from tennis, I believe.
Yeah.
And comment on Biff. I hope that's the second coat of wax. And they discuss how they met through Biff.
Right.
Through Biff's attempted rape.
Right.
Of Marty's mom.
But now,
it's like, oh, if it wasn't for Biff, we never would have met. Oh, that's right. He was trying to rape Mom in the car.
Because that's George McFly's way of looking at Biff waxing that car and saying, who's raping who now, Biff?
Oh, okay. I always wondered about that. Why would they invite the rapist,
right,
the man that actually was trying to rape your wife, over to your house to wax your car?
He's humiliating him. Biff is now his manservant.
Because he is. He walked in very excited with the books.
Yeah. I'm just finishing it now. Biff.
Now,
okay,
Biff,
you got me.
Don't con me.
You got me. You got me.
All right, stop it! For the love of God, just stop! Holy... Stop! Oh, my God! All right. Can you tell...
that is holy, just stop!
Can you tell we like the movie?
Get us out of here, E-Rock! Moving right along with the Opie and Anthony Show. Rich Voss in studio, one of the comedians playing the PNC Bank Arts Center this Saturday in Homedale, New Jersey. Tickets still available. They're going to be available all the way up until showtime, of course. Unless we get up to 19,000 people. We're going to do very well, but not that well. It's going to be a perfect day for the show on Saturday, too. That's very good news, yes. Ooh. So we'll see everybody at the PNC this Saturday. All the comedians you know and love from this radio show. Get your tickets now through Ticketmaster, Ticketmaster.com. And giving away a car during the comedy show this year.
How about that?
From allamericanford.net. Details coming up. Or you could go to owendayradio.com. Texters, get ready, though. We're going to be doing a little text thing in the very near future. Lots going on today, but I want to talk about Fat Princess. This thing is making me laugh.
Steve?
There you go. The first joke is already out.
Yes.
Let's keep a joke tally on this one.
Yes, I'm a princess. That's his improv.
What is Fat Princess?
Well, feminists cry foul over Fat Princess. I want to set it up that way, Anthony. It's a video game.
That makes sense.
And the feminists are not happy about this one.
Why? They're usually so easygoing.
Yeah. She's plump, powerful, and ready to cause more controversy than Supersize Me.
Who stars in this? Rosie O'Donnell? Fat plump.
That's just mean, Rich.
Nice.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Struggling with her weight.
What's that? Struggling.
We don't go for that type of humor here, the Opie and Anthony program. You take that to another show.
Oh, they talking about Toady Fields?
Exactly. That's what I was getting at.
Come on.
Rosie O'Donnell hasn't been on TV in like 3 years at this point.
Find
another fat bitch.
She's doing video blogs. Maybe you could update your reference a little bit.
Good.
My God.
0 for 1.
There's other fat chicks out there you could go with.
Bill from Waterford. Voss starts out with a bang. You could read the sarcasm. That's amazing.
He was this close to saying Roseanne Barr.
Yeah. Of course.
Toady Fields.
Barbara Stanwyck.
Who is she, Ethel Merman?
We get it. It's old.
All right. She's Fat Princess, the star of Sony's upcoming video game of the same name. Debuting at last week's E3 Expo, the colorful Fat Princess is a capture the flag game with a twist. You could thwart capture attempts by locking the once thin princess in a dungeon and stuffing her full of cake, thereby increasing her girth and making her harder for your enemies to haul back to home base.
Oh, wow. Look at her. Yeah.
So,
she is fat.
So basically, you capture her, you throw her in this little dungeon. and then
feed her cake.
You feed her cake to make her really fat, and I think this is hilarious.
That's good. The feminists are at least the feminists are sticking with what's important.
Yeah.
And they're remaining relevant.
There's no such thing as feminists. They're just a branch of the Democratic Party. They never speak out when it comes to stuff like when Clinton abused his power, which whatever. They didn't speak out against him, but they did speak out. Well, they did. No, I'm saying, but they never come out because they're obsolete. They're a thing of the past. Women and whatever have everything they need in this country, so there's no reason for feminists anymore. There's nothing they can't get.
You're actually right. But however, what bothers me about this is this is a conversation Rich has had alone in the car. This is what gave it away. You did not just think feminists don't exist. This is a semicolon.
What?
Feminists don't exist, semicolon, because we know something's coming. They're just a branch of the Democratic Party.
They are. Well, I've had this argument before. And don't think everything you say in life is the first time you said it.
I agree.
I've had this argument before, and I think they're just they're a special interest group when it comes to the Democratic Party. That's all.
That's the type of thing he would say to Sean Hannity just to get Sean to clap him on the back and go, very insightful.
Yeah, good. I like the way you think.
You think all the way in today is like, I'm going to show those guys I'm smart today. I know I could do it.
Well, the last time I was in the beginning, I come off very smart in the beginning, and then I kind of fold and fall apart.
The beginning of what?
My
Special Olympics?
My radio interview.
This is not a radio interview.
I know.
Sit down and just shut up.
Radio interview.
What are you?
You're not a featured guest.
You're just a slob.
Yeah, what do you think? Do you think there was a writer in the green room? What is Rich like when he comes?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're just like Mike Myers. Getting ready for the big Rich Voss interview on the Opie and Anthony show.
Mike was a nice guy, but I'll take Voss any day.
Agreed. See, that was a compliment.
Thank you.
All right, listen, that
was a compliment.
We got a feminist gamer. Her name is Mighty Pony Girl. She rings in diplomatically, suggesting a new way to play the game altogether.
Oh?
Instead of feeding the once hot princess cake, this is what this gamer suggests. Instead of running out into the forest to find cake to fatten up the princess with, why not go out and find gold, which is a lot heavier than cake, to stuff into a treasure chest?
Yeah.
The more gold in the chest, the heavier it would be and the harder it would be to carry, she said, before adding, oh, but that's not as cute as cake and fat chicks, right?
What are they going to call that?
Oh,
show?
yeah, right.
Jew?
It's funny, yeah. Why didn't Donkey Kong, why did it have to be a fat man with a mustache they were rolling the barrels at? Why couldn't it be one? Why couldn't it be a gorilla rolling down the barrels for another gorilla? Just like two gorillas playing. So
they're just playing with barrels. Yeah, well, don't be so sensitive.
Well,
that sounds like the friggin' wife game. Anyway, you just get her, and she gets all fat on you.
Yeah.
Can't get her out of the house.
Can't get her out of the house. She eats cake and gets fat. It's called the You're Married game.
All right, I'm going to have a real tough time with this next sentence, but I'm going to try. Writer Melissa McEwen cuts to the chase about this Fat Princess game they're at, telling Sony she's positively thrilled to see such unyielding dedication to creating a new generation of fat-hating what is that word? I've never seen
heteronormative a-holes?
No.
Can we look that word up? I don't know what that is.
Heteronormative?
Normative a-holes.
Heteronormative
a-holes.
That's probably saying that's probably a fancy word of saying that if you're a heterosexual and you have a certain sense of what you consider normal and acceptable.
Right. Very good, Jimmy.
I'm guessing
would agree.
That if you're normal centric.
Yeah.
That you're an a-hole because you don't approve of you criticize a fat person who goes into Starbucks and gets a piece of pumpkin loaf.
Right, exactly.
You see, we don't criticize that. What we criticize is the fact that we have to sit next to you on a plane and your disgusting addiction affects us. See, if you sit on a plane, if they put you in the cargo area and you and the other, like bison, sit there and talk and make outdoor noises, we have no problem with you.
I don't understand that being fat is a disease. I just don't get it. When you just stand in line at Starbucks and see what people order on a regular basis, and you're sitting there in line going, yeah, that's exactly what I want.
I'd love it.
But guess what? I'm not going to go for that.
And have it.
Because I've decided I don't want to be, overweight. I think we've said it a lot on this show. You're born with like a body type, and then it's really up to you what you're going to do with that body type. Are you going to be 30 to 40 pounds heavier or are you going to be maybe 10 or 15 pounds lighter than what you were born with?
Work your ass off to get down to a certain weight.
Right.
And while some people, they can stuff their face and not gain a pound. It's just the way it is. But these slobs, like Jimmy pointed out, goes into a Starbucks and just gets the fattiest fat muffin and a nice fatty fat drink.
Yeah. Why don't we get Sam to go to the Starbucks today and do what's the haps?
What's the fats?
What's the fats? So let's question fat people on why they're buying what they're buying.
Why are you getting that?
Why aren't parents accountable for...
Rich, slow down a second, please. We're in the middle of trying to
make another
set
point.
Up.
Parents' accountability. Should we shut up?
I don't just throw crap out there and go, yeah, well, whatever.
This is good.
I'm setting up something that might work for the radio show. Hold on a second.
That's actually
you got a yield sign right now. We'll go back to you in a second.
That idea, which I've seen.
Thank you. That's why I had to stop him, because I really think we got something here. We got to just develop it live on the show.
But I've seen, like, a lot of times, honest to God, I keep going back to this fat lady I saw ordering something, and I wish I had the guts to say, like, on a camera, why are you eating this? Like, how do you respectfully say that to a fat person and go, honestly, like, it's like asking a smoker why they smoke. There's got to be a way to do that and get the audio, because, or I always.
How about we just call it, why are you eating that?
Because people would.
And then if they ask, well, that would be great audio, because it's going to be a bit uncomfortable.
Because it tastes good. Really?
Well, you'll get a lot of it's none of your business and stuff.
None of your business.
But that's good. We'll send Kenny out with them. No one's going to, touch Sam if Kenny's around.
Ask people of normal weight. And I do use the word normal. And say, why are you eating that? And you get like a smile. I don't know. It tastes good. I usually get one.
And if people ask, just go, well, I'm taking a survey for what? For
Pig Magazine.
Slobs.
For Barn Monthly.
I hope you appreciate the assist, Jimmy.
Oh, of course.
All right. The bounce pass right there to Jimmy.
By the way,
can we do this?
I would love to.
What's the out, though, if a lot of people going, why are you asking? There's got to be some kind of maybe legitimate out, like, well, we're taking a survey for what?
Because we're doing a survey on, there's so much emphasis stressed on health. And because a lot of overweight people have been suing the airlines and suing things, and we're trying to find out, we're examining it as a disease, what makes somebody who's overweight order certain things that are going to further that cause. So there's got to be a nice way to say that.
Well, the city just enacted this law that the restaurants have to put the calories out in front of everybody. So we can ask if they're paying attention to it, and did this change your perception? Because we are CBS Radio. Sam's got news chops now.
Yeah, why don't we
go out and follow up on the new law?
Can we get him one of those reporter hats?
Oh, sure, a drudgy hat.
But like Drudge with a fedora with a little press pass in it.
We're trying to get press credentials.
In L.A., they're passing a law in South L.A. that no more fast food stores are allowed to be open.
No new ones in poor restaurant in poor
areas.
Because they probably figure that all like ghettos get is this crap like McDonald's and Burger King. So there's no in fried chicken. There's no places.
Well, what nice restaurants take food stamps? Those places take them.
You're screaming at me.
And what do they think are going to open up in their place? A fine dining restaurant? You're not going to get that.
Kayla Wing.
Hold on. I just want to add to that, because Patrice has brought this up on the show. I'm like, shut up. Poor people don't eat right. Because they don't have the funds to eat right. I didn't really believe that, but I do this bike path on the west side of Manhattan, and I go way uptown into, I'm assuming it's like Spanish Harlem, because no one speaks English.
Uptown.
And the vending machines sell, next time I'll take a picture on Opie's Eye. They are selling stuff, I don't even know what it is, but I can tell you this much, it's not healthy. It's parts of, like, meat. I can't even call it parts of chicken, because I don't know. It's meat products that I've never seen before that no white guy would ever eat. Simple as that.
In vending machines?
Yeah. No, just, did I say vending machines?
Yeah.
Vendors.
A vendor.
Vendors,
vendor, I'm sorry. They got the vendors set up in this park area, and people are hanging, like you would. And in Midtown, it's hot dogs and stuff like this. They're selling stuff that is nowhere near a hot dog. A lot of grizzle,
cheaper.
A lot of fat, just like the crap that I think most butchers would just chop and throw in the garbage.
Scrapple burgers.
It's cheaper, but it's a lot more work to go to the store and buy stuff and make it yourself. It's always been cheaper that way. The only time I ever cooked for myself was when I was broke. Completely broke. You go through the cushions for change, and you'd buy like some friggin' pasta and sauce or something like that, and it would be cheaper than going to the deli and grabbing a sandwich or something. But they're lazy. People are just lazy. Fat and lazy is what this country is.
Well, can I get back to my point? I'm sorry.
Oh, boy.
Did I cut you off? Parents are not accountable. It's child abuse when you're stuffing your face and your little kid's face. When your kid is 3 years old and he's 200 pounds, all right, there's nothing this kid could do. There's nothing this kid could say at dinner, hey, Mom, that's not healthy. I'd like to have something else, all right? You don't feed your kid alcohol or drugs. Why do they do it with food, and why are they not accountable, and how can they, It's ridiculous because they're just fat loafs that don't care about themselves.
The disease angle comes in like this, because alcoholism has been classified as a disease. It's not it's this compulsion. It's the ISM at the end, the ism. That's kind of what makes it, but that's still not an excuse. Like, I'll acknowledge food addiction is a real addiction. Yeah. I mean, it's horrible. I'm glad I don't have it. But that said, it's still not an excuse as to why you can't make a decision.
Why can't you be addicted to salads, though?
Agreed. Or something else.
That's the part I don't get. You have to You have to consume more food because you're addicted to food. But why do you go for the easy stuff?
Because of the sugar rush
and
is in most of the bad food.
I'm not making excuses for them, but that's the reality of it. It's comfort food. It's like fat kids who hide and get away by eating. The same way some kids like burnouts won't go and get high when they want to run away. Mm-hmm. A lot of fat kids will just do it with food. They just zone out, and you're acting out an addiction.
I chose to eat healthy a long time ago, and it's not easy. Like, I don't want to eat a dry, boring salad. So I've spent the last, many years just searching out stuff that is tasty but is good for you, and it's not easy.
It's never going to be as good as a big slice of pound cake or something.
Well, sure, and then you have what's called a cheat day. Eat whatever you want because you're taking care of yourself.
Gravy.
Well, Biggest Loser taught me that.
It's cost me every relationship. Wrong subject.
All right, let's go to Doug in Syracuse. He's not happy with us, I believe.
Okay.
Doug, what's up?
Hi, guys. I'm not unhappy. I just want to say, first off, I'm a big guy. I don't believe food's an addiction.
Okay.
I'm saying that right now.
I disagree with you, but...
Well, I mean, there are compulsive eating as an addiction, but not just in general being fat as a disease.
No, being fat is not, but it's almost like with sex or anything else. There is... And by saying it's a disease is not copping out and saying you're not responsible, or you're not accountable. You are accountable for it. And if you're making the decision always eat cake, well, to me you have to be accountable for that. But just saying it's a disease doesn't remove the accountability.
And in food, it's not that the food is the addiction. You're the addict, and that's your drug of choice. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're using food, gambling, or whatever. So you're filling the void with food. That's all. So why don't you just get on a treadmill and quit calling a radio show, all right?
Well, he didn't say anything harsh yet.
Yeah, relax.
I'm just trying to help him out. I'm trying to help. I'm giving him tough love, all right? Maybe a little tough love.
You know how many Dougs you're going to see at the PNC Bank Arts Center Saturday?
Two. But it will seem like 5,000.
Relax. There's going to be a lot of Doug types in the audience there, Rich.
Hello, Doug. What do you got?
I'm sorry.
Sorry for Rich's harsh talk.
Damn.
I know.
The reason I was calling is of the airplane thing.
Yeah.
I'm a lawyer and a big guy. I don't believe people have a right to sue the airplanes as long as, being a big guy, you can fit in the seat. I'm a 48 waist. I have no problem getting the seatbelt over me and sitting in the seat. If I was bigger than that and couldn't get the seatbelt on, fine, people can complain. But when I fly and I can fit in the seat, I don't want to have to hear from very thin people next to me that I'm ruining their flight.
Well, you probably do when you get up and you're a little cranky around the rear, and you got to squeeze past their face.
And plus, you're big and you're used to your own smell. But as a skinny person,
Doug, let me ask you the question: Have you really? And I only go by experiences I've had. And when I'm uncomfortable, do you think people really, if you're completely not in their space, do you think people really go out of their way to go, you're ruining my flight? If you're, I'm talking about people that are obviously overweight, not 10, 15 pounds, 20 pounds even, people that are 60 pounds overweight that are complaining that the seats are built for the 95% of or whatever people that are flying. Mm-hmm. And it's like...
No, I'm not talking about them. I'm telling you. Most of the time, my flights are fine. But every now and then, I'll be getting into a seat, and I always book either an aisle or a window seat, so either I can get up without touching anybody, or if I'm in the window, I don't get up for the flight so no one can whine. But every once in a while, just when I'm getting into the seat, I get a look from someone sitting next to me like, here we go. Here he comes.
Well, yeah.
I fit in the seat. I'm not spilling over on their armrest. I don't touch them. I'm not talking to them. But they're looking at me like, thank you, Mr. Guy, for ruining my flight just by your being alive.
Do you know what I think they should do? Honestly, I think planes should have this. I think, like, you know, a seat, and you have an armrest dividing the two seats, and you have to fight for the armrest. The old comics do that joke. I think there should be like a little divider that you can raise out of the armrest, which partitions your seats completely evenly.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Not far up, but maybe it goes up, say, 9 inches or 8 inches or whatever. And this way, you can't bleed into somebody's seat.
Right, let your own fat sit there against some partition.
And you each have to share the armrest evenly. This way, if the armrest is down and there's no one next to you, you can rest on the whole thing. But if someone wants to raise it...
You can't get planes to give you pillows now. They're going to build...
What's that, buddy?
I want us all in little cubicles on a plane. I don't want to see other people. I don't want other people to see
We don't want to see
I
you.
want to talk to them.
All right.
I'm sorry I was harsh to you.
Thank you,
and
Doug.
he's right, because I brought a baby on a plane, so I know.
That is the worst.
But maybe you have to.
Crying messes.
All right, Doug, thank you. We're trying to move on.
man.
Hey, speaking of planes, it came out today that I forgot which airline it is. Maybe Stump Rain could help us out. But if you check a second bag, $50.
Yeah.
You check a third bag, it's over $100.
Is it
so you pay the
American?
$50 and then another $100 on top of that.
Is it American Airlines?
I'm not sure. Maybe we can find out which airline. That's just unbelievable.
Yeah, they once again sticking it to people who are traveling for pleasure, because most business travelers have a carry-on or U.S. Airways. They stink anyway.
Oh, U.S. Airwaves?
They're terrible.
Yeah, all right. Hey, let's go back to Kent. This started with Fat Princess, the video game.
Is it really bent?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, Kent?
Wow.
I went to E3 this year where they debuted this game, and first of all, it's not a game you can pick up in stores. You have to download it onto your PlayStation. So kids aren't going to be able to go and even pick this up.
Right.
And on top of that, it's rated M because it's super violent. I mean, it's cute looking, but there's blood and guts all over the place.
Yeah, but it's like primitive blood. We're
It's
looking
cartoony.
We're looking at some videos of this Fat Princess. That's
no GTA.
It got it an M rating, so kids, I mean, they would need their parents' credit card, and their parent would have to be there. I mean, it's going to be pretty hard.
No, it's not even. You're missing the point, sir. It's not that they're trying to keep this game away from kids in general. They don't want this game being played by anyone because you make the skinny princess fat with by feeding her cake.
Oh, no, but one of the ladies you were talking about, she said they were going to raise whatever, she was saying kids are going to grow up to be whatever in the article, hating fat people or whatever. The kids are going to, no one's going to play this game anyway. I mean, it's a tiny little game by a bunch of nerds in a cubicle. I mean,
no one would have known about it.
Developed by 5 people.
Yeah, I love these people. These feminists have no idea that they just turned on a lot of people to this Fat Princess. None of us would have known about Fat Princess unless they made their dumb statement. So I'm watching some of these. They look like kind of like gnomes feeding cake to the princess, and she's getting fatter and fatter.
That's great.
3D South Park graphics. I mean, it's really primitive.
Yeah, it's not going to take off. It's no, like Anthony says, it's no GTA.
It only costs $10 now.
Right.
It's a $10 game.
All right, sir.
So,
thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. All right. Let me one more here. This is a dumb one. Matt in Jersey. Matt.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey.
Listen, I got to agree with Rich what he said before about parents being held accountable. Because I mean, listen, I was 320 pounds back in March, and now I'm down to 280. And I just had like a revelation, man. I started eating salads for dinner every night with like light balsamic vinegar dressing and stuff. And I make sure my kids don't eat the way I ate growing up, because my son's constantly asking, Daddy, can I have a snack? I'm like, yeah, but it's going to be like an apple or something or some grapes. It's not, you're not going to be stuffing cake down your throat.
Right. I apologize to Matt because it says on the screen I'm overweight. I make sure my kids eat right so they don't turn out like me. So I'm assuming that you're forcing salads and apples and crap into your kids' mouths as you continue eating horribly. Because a lot of parents will do that, like, they'll smoke in front of their kids or drink in front of their kids and then, like, don't do what I'm doing.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, they're very influential. And if you're sitting there eating like crap and telling them they need to eat right, they're not going to learn. They're not going to learn that lesson.
I was eating like crap for the longest time until like 4 months ago. I just said, wow, man, I can't keep doing this to myself because I gained I was 180 pounds when I met my wife, and now I was 320, but that was 5 years ago. So,
you must be happy.
I got a fact from Stunt Brain. It is our culture, too. Americans eat an average of 3,770 calories a day. What's the what are you supposed to, 2,500?
Yeah.
Something like that. The most of any developed country in the world. So
all right.
It's also our culture.
How about we probably also have the most gyms per square mile too. I mean, you see, there's nothing but gyms in this country too. So we're probably on some level one of the healthier countries.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sick of hearing us get completely trashed. Hey, what's that one, Opie? I'm 30. I'm fat, and I don't choose to be this way.
Let's say hi to Scott. Scott.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
All right.
Scott.
Hey, you guys have got a lot of truckers in your fan base there. I just want to point out, I would love to be healthy. I had 9 months off from working 4 years ago. I got down to 270. Now I'm back up to 350 because I just don't have time to stop.
But you know what? Here's what I'm saying. It's not that you got to eat perfectly chef-cooked meals every night, but when I'm in a place and I got to buy grilled chicken or a grilled chicken sandwich instead of a Whopper, that's a decision a person makes, and it's easy enough to get grilled chicken or to kind of be aware of it. It's easy enough nowadays to at least be conscious of it and try to get something healthier.
You know how bad I want a Whopper?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? I haven't had a Whopper. I can't even tell you. And man, I want one right now.
Yeah.
They're the most delicious thing on earth.
They're delicious.
They're delicious.
Opie, I'm with you. I haven't had a Whopper, and I don't even know how long. Jimmy, I do get grilled chicken.
So,
but
Scott,
I don't have time. All I'm doing is sitting here, man.
All right, so but you're saying that you went from 270 to 350 or whatever, just by eating grilled chicken? It doesn't make sense.
Because he's sitting down. He's a trucker. He doesn't have time to exercise. He's not moving around. He should start unloading the trucks by hand.
Oh, and Rich, don't even get me started on you.
Ooh. Shut up. At least I'm skinny, stupid. Okay? How about that?
You forgot the end.
Yeah, I know.
What? At least I'm skinny.
That's great.
Jimmy, he doesn't want to have to sit next to me on a plane. Is that right?
It's not that I want to sit next to you, man, but the seats are kind of uncomfortable even for me, and I weigh 160. So, I mean, I understand the seats are probably too small for most people. But when somebody's that much bigger than the rest of us and they're complaining, come on, man, you do make choices. Look, you think I like eating health? It stinks. I want to eat pound cake and shove it in my face. I love
it's delicious.
crappy food.
I love it.
I love it.
Apple turnovers, Entenmann's chocolate donuts.
Hey, guys,
there's plenty of things.
Let's have a cheat day.
Come on, Ope. I don't want to do that.
Oh, now it goes right to my hips.
I got a dumb egg white sandwich I'm about to eat. It's on a bagel, and I even throw half the bagel away. That's I want a tasty treat from Starbucks.
All right, I'll have egg whites today. I'm going to go nuts.
Hey guys,
crazy
I'm punching
person.
out. I just want to say, hey, Jimmy, happy birthday.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Scott, thank you. Let's go to Erin in New Hampshire. Erin.
Hey, guys, what's up?
Hey.
Hey, Toots.
Hey. I actually think that Rich might have a point. It's kind of scary, but my parents, I'm not saying it's their fault or anything, but they brought me up eating, they would cook up frozen chicken nuggets, frozen French fries, and all that stuff. So I was brought up eating not really that healthy. I mean, I'm not morbidly obese or anything. I weigh 160. I'm a size 12. I'm not horrible, but
how tall are you?
I mean, I'm not saying it's entirely. I'm 5'5".
5'5", 160.
You're a Tuesday night, not a Friday.
Tuesday.
Oh,
You're off the scale.
my boyfriend doesn't seem to think so, but thanks.
Yeah, because he's a Monday.
Ooh.
Oh, Rich!
I'm just kidding with these.
Wow.
You guys are the meanest humans on the planet.
No, we're not.
Oh, wait. Oh,
we're very caring.
We were in the car.
Wow.
Listening to it.
Can you let her finish after she turned into a blueberry and Willy Wonka? Go ahead, sweetheart.
Ow. Okay. Well, I just wanted to say that a lot of it does have to do with the way you're brought up, because you don't know any different when you're 5 and 6 years old, and all you have in front of you is, crap food that your parents feed you.
Yeah.
And then once you get old enough to decide, it's all you know.
Yeah.
It's not all you know. You just know it's bad.
You know what? That's such bull, man. I wasn't. My favorite food in the world is sushi. My parents didn't feed it to me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
We couldn't afford sushi, and I discovered it in my 20s, and it's It's what I like to eat.
Don't you just know that things are bad for you that you're eating? You just know it.
Right.
You know it's going to make you fat. You know it's going to.
I know now.
It's not healthy. No, not now. How long? How old do you have to be before you realize that donuts and cake are going to make you fat, where a salad and maybe some chicken won't make you fat?
47.
So you're missing the point. If you're a 7-year-old kid and your mother's making fettuccine Alfredo for dinner, you can't say, I don't want that. It's not healthy. One, you don't know. You're 7, you're 8 years old. It
That's
tastes
why
good.
they give you the good metabolism when you're younger.
Of course.
So you burn all that crap off for the most part, and then you get to an age, you're like, whoa, wait a minute. I got to really start paying attention to what I'm eating. And then you make the choice. Am I going to continue eating mama's food, or am I going to try to get a little healthier?
But by the time you're 18 or 16, when you move out, it's a little too late.
Shut up. Everyone wasn't fat in school. Everyone ate like crap. Their parents fed them like mostly garbage food and stuff, and you needed a couple of fat kids to make fun of in school. But for the most part, everybody, like Ope said, you get that quick kid metabolism going, and you're fine. Little fatties there to punch in the face.
Yeah, your life is set up where you don't have to worry about it for the first, 15, 17 years of your life.
Yeah.
God made it that way, but then guess what? The metabolism starts slowing down, and now you have to make some decisions.
How did nobody
What decision are you going to make? That's up to you.
How did nobody notice that Anthony just said, you have to have a couple of fat kids in school to make fun of, like, as that was part of the discussion. It was a necessary part of things.
The Lord made it that way because, not every kid is fat.
God understands.
And there's only a couple of them in the playground when you're a kid, and they're there to, point and laugh at.
Yeah, you need just a couple. You need a couple fatties.
And that should encourage you to not eat when you get older.
You also need that one waterhead.
Well,
one waterhead, a couple fatties in school makes the day fly by.
Fatties, waterhead, one slut.
And one anorexic chick where you're like, you're too young to understand what that is, and you're like, wow, what is going on with her?
And a guy with a speech impediment.
Oh,
we hated that, didn't we?
What's that?
Oh, Rich.
Oh, Rich. He must have stood out like a sore chromosome. Just, chromosome. Not chromosome. Wow.
Chromosome.
Let's go to Adam. We got to go to break here. But Adam, man, this got the phones lit, huh? Adam, Boston, BCN, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, man.
I'm just overall pretty sick of people just complaining about things that really just they can ignore. For example, all these fat people. I mean, these feminist groups that complain about things like that.
Yep.
Just turn the other way, I mean, honestly, you must be pretty bored or not have enough problems of your own that you're worrying about stupid hypothetical problems that other people aren't even bothered about.
Yeah.
What?
All right.
Hypothetical problems?
I think my ADD kicked in. I don't know what. All right, thanks. Hey, Nick in Jersey says, I work with a fat guy. He eats almost $75 worth of food a night. Going through the phones real fast because we're going to clear the lines. Eric, Minnesota, I'm a trucker. I lost weight. It's all your own choice. Dan in Knoxville, I'm 44. Waist, I definitely spill over into the next seat because that other guy said he doesn't spill into the next seat at a 48 waist.
He just has a big fat head.
Hammerhead the trucker, you can be a trucker and lose weight if you want to. I did. Dave the trucker, I'm a trucker. I make time to exercise. So some of the truckers out there pissed off that guy's saying, look, you don't have time to, keep yourself in shape on the road. Chris in Jersey, fat people do everything but blame themselves. Art in Ohio, fat people need to buy 2 seats on a plane. Paul in Brooklyn, no, it's not okay to be size 48 and try to fit into a seat. So that's just some of the phone calls coming in right now. 877-212-0&A. Rich Voss in studio playing the PNC Bank Arts Center with us this Saturday in Homedale, New Jersey. It's going to be a great time, man. You can still get your tickets. And we're giving away a car this Saturday thanks to allamericanford.net. Speaking of which, texters, get ready. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony Show. Big good morning to everybody. Arnold Schwarzenegger 61 today. Good for him.
Really?
Paul Anka is 67. Oh, we should play our Paul Anka.
The clips. Can't. What?
Oh, Steve!
Oh, boy. Yes.
Didn't we have a lot of fun with Paul Anka back in the day? With the guys get shirts. Isn't that the guy? You missed another one.
I don't.
What'd you miss? What happened?
We talked to the guys. I'm like, look, you look at this stuff and you see if you might have something from the old days that we, whatever.
You can play the Paul Anka clips. So it's so dirty, though. I mean, would it be easier to play it at Sirius XM? That's why it says a new company now.
How about we get that clip and see if we can play it over here? It's some hidden audio from back in the day. Paul Anka yelling at his band. It's great stuff. Great stuff. And then Jimmy Hoffa disappeared 33 year ago today.
Where'd he go?
And Brett Favre faxed his reinstatement letter to the NFL.
Why does he stop? Just go home.
These guys can't go home. They realize their lives suck if they're not, playing football.
Reinstatement letter. How much attention do you need, Brett?
The guy retired, it seems, I swear, a month ago. Yeah. We were listening to his speech.
Yeah, he couldn't accept being retired. He knows he has another year or two left.
He doesn't. He's 58. He used to go head-to-head with Aikman.
Yeah.
Have some dignity. Be a broadcaster. Do something. Work with lepers. Anything.
He's still got that thing inside him.
I know. I'm attacking him because he's not lazy.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go home.
Dope I am.
877-212-018. We cleared the phones, even though everyone is just continuing to call about being fat. Sonny Ferrelli from Boston. Sonny, what's up?
Hey, you guys are just making a freaking maniac out of me, I'm telling you. But listen to me, all right? I've been, for the past whole year, I've been trying to lose weight, okay? And it's been the hardest thing that I've ever done. I have to go to the gym at least 5 times a week for over an hour now. They're telling me I have to work at the gym for over an hour to make it any beneficial to me. And I've been eating like a freaking bird as well, I really cut down my consumption of food. And what I have to say, though, is that, when you, Opie and Anthony, not so much Jimmy, because he gets it, because he's kind of like, he's got that slower metabolism, but you two are blessed with a higher metabolism, and you can eat pretty much anything
That is bull crap.
That's not true.
Nope.
Dude, I walk home every day. I walk up 10 flights of stairs every day. I still squeeze the gym in 2 to 3 times a week. I go for very long bike rides. I'm constantly working
Rollerblade
to keep my weight down. Rollerblading, that's the choice I've made.
All right.
And Sonny, I'll tell you. Hold on, I'll tell you something. Hold on. Anthony goes to the gym too, and he eats like a bird. He literally doesn't eat in the morning.
I don't eat nothing.
I got to eat constantly. Anthony eats a dry bagel and some
cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe and some club soda. That's his breakfast every morning. Sonny, if you went to a nutritionist, they would tell you to write down everything you eat. Okay? And if you were being honest with yourself and the nutritionist, you'd be really surprised. Like, wow, I really thought I was eating right.
No, I'm agreeing with you guys. I mean, I do eat still more than I should be, but it's hard because I've been brought up to in a Mediterranean type family, eat, and it was always kind of like that comfort thing that I was brought up to eat, So I understand, and I've been.
Is that a Mediterranean family thing or an American family thing? We all have the grandma. Eat, and they get insulted if you don't eat. We all have the older relatives. That's what it was about back in the day.
Well, people think, I'm going to have a salad, but they're pouring Russian dressing on it. It's full of mayonnaise. They don't have low-fat dressing. Eat low-fat everything. Whole wheat bread, low-fat stuff. And you could eat ice cream if it's low-fat yogurt. It tastes just as good. People, they think, well, I'm eating less, but I'm still eating garbage. They just don't know. They're not educated.
Honestly, I don't care. I don't care if someone's fat. I really don't, because for the most part, it doesn't affect me. Right. I rarely am on a plane next to a fat person, and if I'm annoyed for the flight, by the time I'm at baggage, I could care less. That's the fact. But what I do care about is people making excuses why they're fat and all that. It's a decision that people make, and it's not an easy one. To eat right and to exercise and all that. Mm-hmm. Look, really fast, because yesterday I went out to Long Island for my nephew's birthday. JD celebrating his the big 10 years old, right? There were so many freaking treats at my sister's house. I was going out of my mind saying no. Finally broke down, had just a couple chocolate chip cookies. That's it. Could have had the cake, could have had everything else that was out on that picnic table. I guess what? It was killing me, but I said no. I broke down and had a couple cookies. That was it.
It's been literally almost a year now since I've been to any fast food places like McDonald's or anything like that. And to a point, you guys are right. You know, a lot of the food that they do serve in America really is really unhealthy. You know?
How much you lose, Sonny?
Yeah.
You said 40?
I
40?
I lost about 40 pounds so far, and
That's good.
and I'm at a plateau, but I'm still kicking in there. I'm eating sushi like 5 or 6 times a week. I'm like,
I wouldn't.
I'm not
Is that
eating
healthy
a whole
though?
lot of it.
No.
I eat a lot of
Watch
sushi.
out for that mercury, man.
I eat a lot of sushi.
That
Actually,
mercury is a common.
They call me the sushi kid. But
I'll be coming in. Hopefully, I'll be coming in on Friday if you still guys are doing the same show from the same studio. But you know,
Yeah, we'll be there.
yeah, of course, man.
We like the live studio audience on Fridays.
We love it.
Thanks, Sonny.
See you, buddy.
Look, I'll
right,
acknowledge
guys.
it's not easy.
Yeah.
Certainly,
Especially when
it's
you're
not
older.
easy.
You really can't. Hard to lose weight when you're over 35.
The last 10 pounds is the hardest to lose.
Oh, gosh.
What
Good gravy,
Shut up,
isn't
Aunt
it?
Rich.
if you're only trying to lose 8?
Someone is making fun of me because I walk home every day. No, it's actually, we did a little, Google thing yesterday, and it's about 1.5 miles. So I'm knocking down 1.5 miles 4 to 5 days a week.
That's right.
There's always a way to kind of get your heart a pumping.
Absolutely.
Bonnie had a baby and is skinnier now than before she had the baby.
Yeah. For the truck drivers,
That's why she still lives at home with me.
For the truck drivers, you're stopping somewhere. You just run in place for 10 minutes. Do something. Walk around the parking lot. Look at the lounge lizards.
Exactly.
Do something.
Go drilling in the restroom. Go drill little holes in there for your friends,
Yeah.
even if you're not going to use the glory hole.
Don't use a power drill, though. Use one of those old-time ones to work out the arms. then you work out your neck muscles.
Then you stand up and you work out your hips. Like a real aerobic workout.
Work out the glutes. Squeeze, clinch.
Yeah.
Clinch, release.
You do that enough times, you won't have to work out at all. The weight will just peel off.
That weight will be falling off of you.
What a shock that the bit goes there.
Of course it does.
Why not, though? Why not?
Glory holes and AIDS.
Yeah.
That's actually the name of my next book.
I'm fat. It's a medical problem.
Oh, let's talk. Maybe this person has a point.
Medical problem. I have the thyroid.
Jennifer.
Hello.
Hi, dear. How old are you?
32.
God love you. How big a gal?
About 180.
Aw.
4 for 11.
How tall?
4 for 11.
Okay, so what
Yuck.
do you eat? Now tell the truth, sweetie.
Aw, Jimmy, come on, I love you.
I love you too. What do you eat?
Well, no, I eat salads and
No,
I eat
you
lots of
don't.
beef. Yes, I do.
What do you eat, a
guys
cookie
are
salad?
I listen to you guys every morning, and I said to myself, they are going to rag on.
All right,
Oh, sweetheart, you're basically a square. You're
Yeah.
the same height and length.
You're really close to. If we pushed you, you would roll down a hill.
No, that's not necessarily true.
Are you eating the croutons?
See boobs.
Are you eating the croutons? Are you using all the salad dressing? I love the people that go, look, I'm eating salads, and I don't understand. Look at what's in the salad.
Yeah, I just said that.
Did you say that?
Yeah, with the Russian dressing, Thousand Island, it's all fattening.
Those croutons are just soaked in oil.
It's pure.
If you want to save a few calories, if you're eating a salad, just get rid of the croutons, and that'll help you a little bit.
And instead of the salad dressing, do what I do. I have fat-free milk. I pour it over.
No, you're supposed to dip the fork in your salad dressing.
I actually do that. You know, funny you should say that.
Oh, my God. You don't get enough dressing.
Of course you don't.
I mean, All right, Jennifer, what do you eat?
No, I do. I eat salads. I eat fruit. I eat beef. I eat tuna fish. But, like you said, my metabolism doesn't.
All right, hold on a minute. You eat tuna fish. I could help everyone out here. You eat tuna fish. You're making the tuna fish with the mayo?
With mayonnaise.
Well, yeah, but I don't.
There you go.
These dummies don't
Fat
understand.
alert.
Tuna's healthy. My dad, at the end of his life, he's like, we used to yell and scream at him to eat better because he had all sorts of heart problems. He's like, I eat chicken wings. Chicken's healthy. No, it's not. The chicken part is, but not the skin and everything else they do with it.
You can eat tuna with yogurt.
I buy skinless chicken. No, I buy skinless chicken, and I bake it.
Jennifer, tuna with mayo. You know how fattening mayo is?
Use fat-free mayo.
12 grams a teaspoon.
How about fat-free
And the tuna
mayo?
itself is very fattening because for the most part, I'm sure you're not getting the water tuna.
No, yeah, I do, because I don't like the oil. That's nasty.
Don't get it in Earl. Get it in water.
You get it in water and maybe just a little dash of mayo. A little dash. So it sticks together.
I
So it doesn't
understand that.
so it doesn't fall off the bread as you take a bite.
Fat-free
So I've
mayo.
tried that before. It
Fat-free
sucks.
mayo is good.
Yeah, it is.
Or you could do it with yogurt.
No one eats yogurt and tuna
Yeah,
fish.
they do. I'm
no,
telling
they
you.
don't.
That yogurt spread crap.
I don't know. Bonnie does it. I wouldn't try it. I'm just saying.
Canadian.
it
That's
sound
weird.
Like,
That's
what's
weird.
That? It's Canadian?
Well, I just wanted to call in, give my little 2 cents. I listen to you guys every morning.
Nothing's little about you.
Oh.
Very funny. I knew you guys were going to hang on me.
Wait, hold on now. But we have to because you're 180, 4'11". I mean, let's just say closer to 200. Come on, let's be honest.
Yeah, no one gives their real weight, so you got to be.
No, I'm close to 200. I just went to the doctor like 2 months ago.
Okay, so you can't just be eating salads. It doesn't make sense.
No, because of the thyroid, my metabolism doesn't work.
The
That's why I take
thyroid.
medication.
What do you eat that's unhealthy? You have to cheat once in a while, every 3 seconds. What do you?
Yeah. No, everybody eats every once in a while.
Right,
But no, I don't sit and eat junk food like 24 hours
What
a
do
day.
you? You're right. Everyone does cheat once in a while, but everyone doesn't have the height to weight proportion of Jupiter. What do you cheat with? What do you cheat with?
I don't know. Like,
Yes, you do.
every once in a while.
What's in front of you right now?
Shut the fuck up, Rich Voss. Please.
What's in front of me is
All
my
right, sorry.
steering wheel. No, what's in front of me is my steering wheel. 'cause I just pulled into work.
What?
What's in front of me is my steering wheel because I just pulled into work.
Oh, yeah? No, Jimmy asked a good question that Rich just pounced on. What do you
Okay.
cheat with?
No, I said every once in a while, like I do have fried chicken. I mean, even if I do have a couple of cookies, I don't eat the whole bag.
Oh, wow.
You know you're really cheating when you consider it a victory to not eat the whole bag.
Yeah, you shouldn't have any cookies.
Yes. I don't use my tongue like an anteater and actually lick the crumbs out of the bottom.
I don't buy cookies because guess what? I don't have the willpower.
Eat 'em.
If they're in the house, I'm going to eat them. Remember I said yesterday JD's birthday party had 2 chocolate chip cookies because they were freshly baked and stuff, and then there was a bit of guilt. Before yesterday, I swear to you, I couldn't tell you the last time I had a lousy cookie. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a lousy cookie. Give me those ribs.
Oh, come on now.
Well, here's what I'm saying. Jimmy asked her, "What do you eat?" And she said, "I don't know." And I said, "Look in front of you." So I really didn't step on his question. That was a good response. I didn't deserve to get yelled. Earlier I did. I did step on.
All right, my fault, Rich.
That
I'm
one I
sorry.
didn't deserve.
I'm sorry, Rich.
No, and I'm sorry earlier for stepping on.
You're 51.
I know.
Just relax. Everyone loves you.
I don't like getting yelled at.
I don't blame you.
As a
sorry.
kid, that's
I
what made me.
apologize.
That's
That was
Wow.
I was out of line, Rich. I'm really
That one.
sorry.
That
I
really
do
hit you where you
apologize.
live, didn't it?
what's that?
That really hurt you.
Well, no, it just reminds me of as a kid growing up.
Getting screamed at. And
Yeah,
feeling
for when you
stupid.
didn't do stuff, you get screamed at. It was horrible.
Yeah, Voss is a sweet guy. Voss's feelings are a little hurt right now. I'm not even
They are, yeah, it's true.
Rich, I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay.
I'm a bit on edge. I apologize.
No, but I started off too fast today. I did jump out of the gate a little too fast, and I have to slow down.
The whole show is a little on edge. We have a big day today, and it's like none of us handle pressure well.
That
we just don't. So that's.
All right, guys, I'm punching out. I
Not
got to
bad
go to work. I love you guys.
All right,
Thank you for ragging on me.
No, we weren't that bad to you, sweetheart. Considering what your height and
loved
weight
it.
is,
I
we could have been
absolutely loved
harsher.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
You probably could have, and I was expecting
I'm kidding,
it.
sweetheart.
Hey,
the fried chicken.
Rich, shut up.
You got
She's got to go to work.
You got to stop eating the
bye,
fried
guys.
chicken.
Love you.
Bye.
Yes.
We're going to the beach Saturday. Can we play with you?
So the milking machine. Does the milking machine make you chafe at work?
I have to go to work. They're walking us through the Midtown Tunnel shortly. There's no reason.
All right, listen.
So, boss, you don't like getting yelled at in life.
All right, I apologize.
He apologized.
I feel bad.
I'm
now.
going backwards here to his childhood, not now. But you would get yelled at by what? Your dad? Or who'd you get yelled at?
Well, it was weird because like when your parents were divorced, like my father would come over every couple of weeks, but he would fit everything in the visit. He'd come in the room, he'd smack me, yell at me, and all that. Then lecture, then take us out to eat and give us money and leave. So it was all like mixed. What is that? Mixed
messages.
Mixed messages. But they would yell at me and sit me down. It's just like all at once, and just everybody yelled at me.
Making you feel stupid?
Yeah.
And they still yell at you.
Everybody, I lived above my grandparents. Everybody yelled.
Listen, we have to take a break, but we certainly should continue with this after the break.
Yeah, because I don't want to see Voss hurt.
Also, we got the Extreme Home Makeover House in foreclosure. Also, I guess I want to go back to the days where we didn't make excuses for everything. The medical community is making up new diseases every single day at this point.
Oh, no.
As I'm sitting here the last 15 minutes, I just saw 3 different drug commercials. I saw the one, and I'm like, I wonder how many more they're going to play in this break alone. There were 3. What's Plavix?
Oh, Plavix?
Is that cholesterol? What is it?
Yeah, it's for cleaning out the pipes.
Cleaning out the pipes? I want to go back to the day where there weren't as many diseases, because now they got excuses for everything that is wrong with you. Everything. I want to run through the phones again because we're going to clear the lines. Kristen Union, I was fat my whole life. Gastric bypass is the way to go. Wayne on Long Island, it's fun to be fat.
It's fun to be fat?
Yeah, why not? Paul in Boston, tired of people making excuses for themselves. Rob in Cleveland, they make fat people's seats on roller coasters now. Do they really?
I don't know.
John in Linden, my problem is I can't gain weight. Jason in Arizona, eating healthy is so expensive. Mike in Jersey, metabolism is good because you're in shape.
Rich from Plainfield, I'm sad.
Did you guys do the story at the other place about the family that got on the water ride and they were so fat that they swamped it at the bottom?
Yeah,
it happened last
over.
week in an amusement park, and I think they're suing them now. If not, we have the audio.
Yeah, we have the audio? Yeah, let's
do.
play that after the break. And no snitching policy, making cops' life hard because no one wants to fess up to
Why not?
what they know in the community.
Protect everybody. Go ahead, protect all the thugs.
I think it's human nature. You're not going to let out your friends for the most part ever.
I'm not talking about friends. Like, just witnesses sometimes see this stuff.
People just afraid of it getting back to the perpetrators.
Yeah, probably.
Half those people most of those people don't want drug dealers in their neighborhood. But then when you pipe up and go, could you stop there? They get shot.
It's true. Okay.
It's easy for us
Make
to
a
say.
Good point.
But you can't walk to 30 thugs on your corner and go, now pipe down. I have to get up in the morning.
I have to work.
Yeah. Just sleep in the tub and deal with it.
Vince from Bayonne, he writes, stop the effing touchy-feeling O&A show. Talking about dieting, Opie whining about cookies, and Rick being all PMS.
God damn it, he's right. We really are. We're like giving healthy calorie count ideas.
Oh.
Here's what you can do.
Have a salad.
Have a Sunny D.
Just dip the fork in the dressing.
We are boring queers. We are boring queers.
Yeah, but this is all started because we want Sam to do Why Are You Eating That? I think that would be a great bit.
Yeah,
Why are you eating that? Coming soon to the Opie and Anthony show.
He should ask us that. It should be bullets.
Opie and Anthony.
We're retarded people, broken down people. And then the audience is just a fucking drooling mongoloids that are chained to the wall that can't even raise their hand up. They're gonna fucking listen.
Opie and Anthony.
It's Opie and Anthony, starring Jim Norton. Rich Voss is here today. Rich, are you going to accept my apology?
Oh, yeah, I said there was no problem.
We're a bit on edge. We're talking to the guy that fired us 6 years ago for the first time in 6 years today.
Wow.
Oh. Yeah. We haven't talked to him since the big day back in 2002, so we're a bit on edge here. So please accept my apology.
I don't even mind. And sometimes... Earlier today, I deserve to be yelled at, and I do accept it, and I make
Just
mistakes.
accept the apology,
Just accept
please.
the apology.
My God.
No need to flog yourself.
Right.
Like it's a religious sermon.
Did I say your baby's one of the cutest babies I've ever seen, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Did I say how beautiful your place was?
Oh, the two of you, see, it's a love fest. Didn't I tell you look like you lost weight?
I want them to think I live in a hovel.
Well, then just start dressing like Anthony.
I had the greatest upgrade in history as far as living quarters go. I went from a mouse-infested joint with black mold and cockroaches to a little bit better than that. A little bit.
So you nervous about our day today?
Not really, actually.
Good.
I just was trying to come up with an excuse why I'm an a-hole today. Hey, we got a house, Extreme Home Makeover. You watch this show there, Rich? It's one of my favorite shows, and I shed a tear every once in a while. Me and Robert Kelly. We get a little emotional when we watch this Extreme Home Makeover show.
Hysterical. Start weeping about, they got a house.
Not full out crying, but there's a gulp. There's a gulp, a possible moisture issue happening in the eyeballs. We have to kind of look away because your extremely cool chick is sitting there just waiting for you to maybe drop a tear so she can make fun of you.
Yeah.
I can't watch the show. I just point and go, you bums.
Yeah, you freeloaders.
You got these families. It used to be cool when it was just regular families down on their luck, but now they have to get the families with the kid that has like a disease that only one other person in the world has.
Yeah, they got to put that feature in.
We bring it up all the time, but
can't go outside.
Dude, the chick, the girl that can't get hot or she'll die, so everyone has to freeze to death in this house. And they got like special like AC units that are like just sucking energy out of the entire town just to keep her cool. And then the brother feels guilty, so he doesn't go outside. He's quote normal, but he doesn't go outside because his poor little sister has to stay cool. And then she wears like this vest that has ice packs in it to try to keep her body temperature cool. And you're sitting there just bawling at home.
Another vacation in Iceland. I don't have it today.
No.
That's not true. That was good because Iceland's cold.
You know what, though, Rich?
What?
You sort of make a good point because I think this family lived in Arizona. So you're saying to yourself, well, if your kid has a temperature problem, why wouldn't you go to maybe an area that is a bit colder year round?
Or just continually slap them and yell, stop sweating. That's the way to handle that. Little brats.
Dude, it gets so cold in their house. Maybe some of the people that watch the show can help me out. But it gets so cold in the house, they got to keep the AC so low that the rest of the family walks around with like gloves on. Because it's not just normal AC, like, all right, let's get it down to 72. Is 72 about right?
Yeah.
It's way below 72.
I keep my room at 68.
To try to keep this thing cool.
My carbon footprint is pretty huge. I keep my AC at 68 in the bedroom.
Yeah.
And then I pile covers on me to keep warm. Why would I do that? Why not just use less covers and keep the air conditioning up a little higher? But you can't. I don't know why I do that.
Well, my stupid guilt from how I was brought up, I feel guilty turning on AC.
What?
Yeah, I'm just a mess.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding. And I turn lights off all the time in my house. I can afford electricity and AC, but how I was raised, I feel guilty turning the AC on. Yes, I do.
What are you saving up to be, Jewish?
Wait, you don't use AC?
I do, but then, I'm constantly turning it off from room to room to room.
Why?
I open up the windows when I can.
Wow.
It's a guilt thing.
But you just coming in. That bad air from outside to New York City air.
I understand.
You contradicted yourself. You said I was brought up that way to turn off, but a kid that's
hold on. I'm sorry. You're right, Rich. I never had AC growing up. This is how cheap my stupid family was. We had one fan that we rotated. We took turns using one fan.
That to me would make me think like if you then have the opportunity, you just use it.
I know.
Like,
you're right.
Blast it. My house is a meat locker. It's just a freezer.
Your pants.
My mom was obsessed with the fact that we were going to be destitute and on the street, and so like the cost cutting in my house was unbelievable. How ridiculous it was.
Wow,
ridiculous.
But
I didn't know AC until not even in college, obviously. So I was out of college when I really understood what AC was all about. I would go to a friend's house and they would have it every once in a while. Yeah, sure, but
love AC.
But how can you be poor and live in a house? I don't understand. Like we were poor and we live for free in an
Ask
apartment.
my mom that.
But if you're in a house, you can't be poor, right?
We had a big house too, Rich. I don't know. I don't get it. We used to sweat, man. We'd have the sweat stains in our sheets. We would sweat so much in the summer.
You'd have to go share a fan. Like what, Monday your brothers get it, Tuesday it would go like that in the room.
I've blocked out a lot of memories from growing up, but something like that. Yeah, it was like we just kind of took turns using the one fan, and I think we splurged and got a second one finally. Thanks.
What is
but
it?
we had 7 kids, and then whoever else was living in the house at the time that we didn't know.
Is your monthly electric bill
it's
reasonable?
No, it's over $1,000
a month.
Yeah,
a month.
I think so. Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's about he's got a lot of rooms.
What?
He's got a lot of rooms.
I live in.
Mine isn't even
They're all
that.
tiny.
Yeah, but it's Con Ed.
I don't know how much it is. I don't really know. I just signed checks.
Grand would be crazy.
I pay $4,000 a month in energy.
I know my electric bill is probably about $490 a month.
Honestly, I think mine's a little over $500. That's not.
Couldn't be more.
I know. I've seen your
way.
house.
I leave all the lights on. I have the air conditioning cranking.
I understand.
I'm a maniac.
I have an iron lung in my living room for
yes,
friends.
just in case.
I don't know.
Yeah, just in case a quadriplegic comes over and wants to breathe. I'm like, I had laying there for a while. Watch the kid. Little mirror.
I don't. This is what's so weird, though. I don't pay attention to the actual bills.
Yeah.
But it's still ingrained in my head, like, to feel a little guilt to take care of yourself and put the AC on, or to keep all the lights on at night. So I'm constantly turning off lights, and if I don't really need it, I'll turn the AC off. But when it comes to paying bills, I have no idea what my monthly bills are. I told Anthony this, and I swear to God, I have no idea how much money I make.
I bet it's
I
in
don't
the
want
twos.
to. And I don't want to know.
Your electric bill, I mean. I bet it's in the twos. You're probably pretty good when it comes to shutting lights off and stuff.
No, it's higher than that. I'll tell you tomorrow.
I have what amounts to probably 2 runway landing lights that shine on my house for no other reason than so when people drive by, they could go, wow, look.
Let's rob him.
There's no yeah, give it a whirl, mother. Give it a whirl. Come on in.
How come the electric company, you can't choose? You have no choice. You have to take that electric. It's not like you can.
You don't have to. You can
can't
set up
shop
a
around.
generator in your backyard and pedal it. What are you going to do?
Around, right?
Yeah, you could shop around. It's not easy, but you could get some alternative energy going.
You could actually
build a windmill or something.
There's actually an over like you go online and order energy, and they send you a box of it.
A box of energy.
And you open it up, and electricity spills out into your living room, and then you just hold your appliances over it.
Yeah.
How else are you going to get electricity?
All right, so we go back to extreme makeover, right? Home makeover.
Yeah.
Well, listen to this. This is a great story today.
You watched it happen on Channel 2. An army of volunteers swarmed a Clayton County neighborhood to build a new home for a deserving family. When the Extreme Makeover Home Edition came to town, no one could have predicted what would happen less than 4 years later. Foreclosure.
Foreclosure.
We joke about these houses being built, and then they leave, and these houses are in horrible neighborhoods, and the family spends most of their day just guarding their house.
Yeah. Yeah. Having to keep the riffraff out.
They don't go away on weekends. They never take a vacation because they don't trust their neighbors.
No, they're in a bad neighborhood. That's why they needed a new house.
You ever see I think where was it? It was in Camden, New Jersey. They built a ridiculous house, and I'm not kidding, a ghetto.
Yeah.
And they even kind of panned the street. It was like awful house, awful house, awful house, holy S house, awful house, awful house. What do you think is happening when the lights go out at night?
Yeah.
The zombies are coming out just waiting for their chance to attack and get whatever the hell they can from that house.
Yep.
All right, more about the foreclosure.
This involves Lake City's Extreme Makeover House. Leonard Ragland, my photographer, is going to zoom into 2 important things. First of all, May 9th, that's when they took out a loan for $450,000. There you see it. Now that loan is in default.
Oops.
The family got the home for free in 2005, cashed in equity, and then got in too deep. Patricia Harper told us she and her husband had struck a deal with Chase Home Finance to rescue their extreme home. A foreclosure notice appeared last Friday. A $450,000 second mortgage they took out less than 15 months ago was in default.
It's their own fault, right?
Yeah. This isn't like, this poor guy, this poor family. They took out a loan against their house, and they defaulted on the loan.
Because a lot of these families, not only do they give them a brand new mansion, basically, they also find some mortgage company that pays their mortgage for them.
Yeah.
So what's their expenses, really? The local taxes?
Yeah, I guess so.
What'd they take out that kind of money for?
I heard to start a business, some kind of construction business that failed miserably. And
they didn't take it out to waste it, though. They just... I don't know. I mean, I'm asking.
It's pretty goddamn risky if you look at the overall scheme to sacrifice your house to kind of gamble on a business like that. Get yourself a goddamn job and relax for a little bit.
Can't they just declare bankruptcy and stay there the way...
I don't know. I don't know. They probably didn't plan ahead very well. And they gambled their house away on a chance to start a business.
Yeah.
You can't declare bankruptcy if you have equity to pay the loan back, which the house is doing.
Are you kidding me? How many millionaires claim bankruptcy all the time? They do it to get away from their
Well, there's new
debtors.
laws now with the bankruptcy laws.
Those, they always find ways.
What's the new bankruptcy law? Rich Voss.
That you have to prove that you don't have the equity to cover the money you're trying to get away with.
You're probably right. You're probably right. You have to prove you don't have the equity to cover the loan you're defaulting on.
Yes.
You said it like a complete dummy, but you're right.
But that might not even be the law. I just said that.
Yeah, you just said it.
It took a long time, but I got to tell you, I finally figured out Rich Voss's weakness. He's always good.
Above the neck.
Yeah, but he's always good until you ask the follow-up question.
Yeah.
You hit him with a second question,
Then he
it's
has
over,
no
Johnny.
clue.
He'll get away with the first one, but if you ask him any question that has anything to do with what he just stated,
equity,
you just watch the wheels fall off.
He has like 5 catch thoughts that he'll throw out there, and when his hand gets parental responsibility, what should the parents do? Equity.
Equity.
What?
Maybe I just read the headline and I don't read the story.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
He reads the headline, he looks at the picture, and he forms an opinion, and then he runs with it until you challenge him on it.
All right, here we go. More on the foreclosure.
Lake City Mayor Willie Oswald was among 1,800 volunteers helping Extreme Makeover Home Edition build the Harper's new home. That was 3.5 years ago. Beezer Homes of Atlanta was the main sponsor. The mayor is baffled.
Beezer gave them $100,000.
Cash?
Paid their mortgage off, and still can't make it.
Mrs. Harper told us they invested the loan proceeds, ironically, in a construction business, and business hasn't been good.
Couldn't you start with a smaller business?
Yeah, like bagels or something. A hot dog truck.
Perhaps a lemonade stand out in the front of the free house.
In front of the free house, yeah.
Right.
Dummies. So that's it.
Look at that house.
It's gone, huh?
Who wouldn't want to live in that thing?
Oh,
That's a nice house.
that's it. Homeless.
God almighty.
Dummies. And the volunteers are so mad.
Yeah.
They just lost it. Trying to cash in.
How much do they owe on a $450,000 loan? Like, how does that...
$10, $20.
They probably
That's
owe.
impossible. It's not enough.
They probably own most of it. I mean, owe most of it.
Do they all work? If they're not paying a mortgage, why can't they pay off the loan? So many questions from me. People who don't know.
Yeah, how does that work? I guess the mortgage company that was paying the loan doesn't want to sit there while they default on a home equity loan, still pay into it.
I don't understand. When a house is built, like when the TV show comes in and builds that house, isn't it already paid for? Why is there a mortgage company involved? I mean, all the material and everything. No, but isn't the
Holy
house...
Jesus.
Wait a second. Whoa, this
No,
is
he's
a
right.
question. Why isn't this...
Yeah, stand up.
Why isn't this... It's like somebody saying, I'm going to give you a car, but there's still somebody paying... There's still a bank that's paying off your car. Whoever built the house put the money up for the house... So why is our mortgage company involved in
Poor
this?
Rich.
Do you understand
Rich
what I'm saying?
But Rich
Do you know
has
what I'm
really
saying?
smart thoughts that have to come out through a dumb filter.
No. Anthony can figure... Anthony, you can explain this.
What? Why there's a mortgage on that? What do you think? What do you think that?
What? Because it's TV, they're like, here's a house for you.
Yeah, that the house is paid for.
It's built. What do you think it's built with? Magic things that don't cost anything?
No, everything
All those
is paid
bricks,
for.
everything. It's paid for by who?
Well, one...
Do you think the brick company that put all that fronted all the money and just went over there and
The
used all the
TV show is paying for it, aren't they?
Ross is saying that he thinks that the house has been paid for in full. Like, if they say to the brick company everything adds up to $450,000, he thinks that ABC hands over a $450,000 check.
Oh, do you think that's what happens?
Yeah,
they
they're
just hand
paying
over
for the house. Big deal. So they have a
$500,000
TV
check.
show and they get a bunch of people to put together your house for you. Big deal. You're not getting a free house, and if there's a mortgage company involved.
But maybe the mortgage company is being paid by, not the people. I don't know. Whatever you have is
I'm
cash.
trying to explain it to this.
They can't
It's
just...
a legitimate question.
It's legitimate.
They get
Explain it to him as if he was a child.
Not only that, the
They get a
brick
mortgage.
companies and
They get a mortgage company that they do a little charity and they give a free mortgage to these families, but the mortgage company is still paying.
Yeah. What I'm saying is a network
Okay.
Wow.
You just weren't listening before. They took out a mortgage against the house to start the
If they
construction
never took
business.
the second,
That's
all right,
where
right.
the mortgage
If
comes
they never
from.
took the second mortgage,
Second mortgage.
No,
yeah.
there was
If
no
they-
first mortgage.
yeah, if they never took out the second mortgage, they wouldn't be in the position.
Well, they didn't
are
take out a
today.
mortgage. They took out a loan on their house.
Yeah, which is a mortgage because you put the house up as collateral against the loan. That's the basis of that loan.
Right.
That's the whole collateral. So that the house had no mortgage.
Oh, okay.
They got the house. They came in and said, "Let's start a construction business." We got almost $500,000 in equity, and they got a mortgage company to give them the money. That's how that basically works. So they had a mortgage because they wanted to start this construction company.
Now,
They
if they-
defaulted on it, so now the mortgage company's going to own the house.
If they would have went to the bank and took a loan against their house at the bank, would they have not lost a house?
That's
Where do
the
you think
same
they
thing.
went to get the loan?
That's the same thing.
Where do you think they went?
Oh my God.
There's
sponge
mortgage
factory?
companies aren't big. Wait a second.
Shut your mouth.
That's where
They
you're
went
wrong.
to a
Do you
bank.
think-
Hold on.
Listen,
If they
whoa.
went to a bank?
Listen to me.
What do
They
you
went to
think they went?
Starbucks.
You
Standing up again.
Can I have half a mil?
You think mortgage companies? You think every bank? Mortgage companies, there's mortgage companies that are separate from banks. Okay, they went to a
Banks
if they
wouldn't
went-
default on the house?
That's what I asked. If they borrowed the money from a bank instead of a
A
mortgage
bank would have
company,
said, hey, don't worry about it?
We got it.
What are you talking about,
It was
Rich?
Chase. It was Chase Mortgage, right? That was in the story. Chase is part of what? J.P. Morgan Chase, which is what? A bank? Part of a large financial institution.
Voss, where did you grow up? Antarctica. Voss is a moron. Voss's head should be used as a doorstop.
they don't get it. They just don't understand. I'm a homeowner.
Well, you're something that sounds like that.
God.
You might be a homeowner. He's probably paying 4 mortgages and he has no idea. He took out 4 loans on the same house.
No.
What's your interest
I
rate
know,
there,
I was
Rich?
kidding.
Everyone knows their interest rate.
Very high. I'm interested in my house.
It's see, here's the thing. I might come off. It's I think it's 4.6 or 4.5. Or maybe 5.3. 4. No, it's 4. No, wait. I think no, it's 5.
Is a big difference.
It's 5 3/4.
He just went
It's 5
from-
3/4.
No, we're not asking for that measurement. We're asking-
You guys, it's very good, Jimmy. But did you hear what he just did within 30 seconds? His rate
goes up and
went
down.
from 4 point what?
It's a balloon mortgage. It goes up and down.
You went
No,
from
it's fixed.
I think you said 4.3 all the way up to 5.75 in 30 seconds. You know that people fight for like a 0.1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're not headliners.
Voss thinks Fannie Mae is Ralphie's sister. That's a good one. Fred from Brooklyn.
These equity
All
is
right,
a horse term.
isn't there mortgage companies that are separate from banks? Yes or no?
You completely sounded stupid because you start off, isn't there mortgage companies?
Isn't there mortgage companies?
Yes.
Aren't
course.
there mortgage companies?
Oh, aren't there? Okay. Aren't there? Yes, there are. Okay. There you have it.
How many years on your mortgage?
30. 30.
You're waiting for me to see if you're correct or not?
Yeah, who's up there, a lawyer?
30.
Hey, this isn't a game
30.
show.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's 30
He
years.
looks at me 30 and he's staring like, am I right?
It's 30 years.
Hughes Accounting.
30-year mortgage.
Yeah.
What was that?
What I'm saying is, I don't know. Listen,
I don't remember exactly. I remember it was the same as my IQ.
30.
What is happening to you right now?
Meltdown.
You look like you're about to give an unprepared history report in front of your class.
I'm waiting for the next question. I'm just.
We haven't answered any of them.
Yeah, I have a 30-year mortgage. I think it's 5.3 quarters.
5.3
quarters.
Yeah, 5.3. What is it? 5 3/4.
5 3/4 or
Yeah.
5.75?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, same thing. 3/4, 7.5.
Yeah, sort of.
5.3
It's the same thing.
You just said 5.3 quarters. That's got to be a new message board name. I'm 5.3 quarters, and this is what I have to say about the merger.
Did they make you get flood insurance for when you talk?
Or dud insurance? Wow, Rich. Jesus, wow.
These are all
Hold on. Someone has a
legitimate questions.
Anthony in Arkansas. Yes, Anthony.
Yeah, did you hear Rich Voss say that he has a balloon mortgage that goes up and down? You might get Eslav to play the tape. I think he has that confused with a adjustable rate mortgage.
Adjustable rate. It's a balloon mortgage.
Don't they
It
call
goes up and down.
Thinking balloon payment?
Yes.
I don't
Balloon
know.
animals.
Yeah.
That's what he's thinking. Balloon animals. Some magician.
Yeah.
Stop watching. You don't get it.
How does he make a giraffe out of balloons?
He blew air in it, and they stretched it, but it didn't pop.
All right.
A balloon mortgage.
No, I have
No.
fixed, I'm fixed rate.
But you said you want a fixed rate.
Steve from Bay Show saying, no, you got a buffoon mortgage. A buffoon.
And you already said you don't have a fixed rate.
No, I do. I'm locked in. I'm locked in.
Locked in at what?
No, in the house. Bonnie won't let me out. I'm an embarrassment.
Locked into the brain of a mongoloid.
5 3/4. 5.75. 5.75.
Okay.
Whatever they want to call it.
Got that
I
right.
think-
like
I
Rain
think-
Man down.
How do you
5.75.
How do you find that out? I think I got paperwork at home. I'm going to check it out when I
Yeah,
get
you
home.
might have paperwork at home.
You should have
When you
paperwork.
buy a house, you usually have a little bit of paperwork.
No, he did easy mortgage. It's just one printout. Do you promise? Yeah, and he signed it.
Okay.
No, I mean I just got to find it. Also, too, and it says I got to find out the square footage. I think it's 1,200 square feet.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right,
Let's go to the kitchen over.
Let's go to Max in Dallas. Max?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
That cracks me up how Jimmy is boss's dumb translators. Boss will start to say something, and Jimmy translates it to you guys. It cracks me the hell up.
Well, I've known Voss for so many years. You learn that when he's trying to say something and he's struggling, you understand how to help him. It's like when someone who's a mute is trying to point to the marmalade, and they'll point at it.
Marmalade.
Let's go to Mongo the trucker. Mongo.
Rich, are you sure you're Jewish? You don't understand money at all.
I'm really, I'm not good at it. But I mean, I am, like, in certain ways.
Money's not a skill.
It's, you know what I mean? Like.
Can someone just transcribe what he just said? I want to read back what he just said.
And a lot of people are saying 1,200 square feet. Do you live in a box?
No, two bedroom townhouse. I don't live in a townhouse. Isn't 1,200
Yes,
basically?
right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone says their bathroom's bigger than yours. My kitchen is 1,200 square feet. People are saying...
No, yeah, their kitchen is 1,200 square feet. That means it's basically 100 by 100 feet. That's 1,200. It's 1,200 by 100 feet.
Yeah,
For it to be 1,200 square feet. It's going to be 1,200 by 100 feet. Just no kitchen that big. All right, shut up. 1,200 square feet is average for
Or
a
it could be
two-bedroom.
1,200 feet by 1 foot. It's very thin,
Yeah.
but very long.
Exactly. Cooking is done down a long procession. Where you lithely sidestep and cook. We're going to be 2,400 feet by 6 inches.
Does anybody on your radio show that listen do, you know what I want to get where they do the...
A third grade diploma?
I forget...
What is going on with you today?
Rich.
Are you having like a lot of mini strokes right now?
You know where they screw the teeth in? What do you... Oh, the implants. You guys-
Right, implants.
Implants.
Do they screw the teeth in? Okay.
Why?
Yeah, they rip your teeth out and then they screw new ones in your head.
What's wrong with your teeth?
See here.
So many
see right
dumb
in the
things
middle?
flying out and hitting the back of them has ruined them.
Erosion. Idiot erosion.
I don't want to get into the teeth. Let's get back
What
to
happened?
where
Tell me, what's going on with them?
from here to here, these 5, this is a
He's pointing
bridge.
to the front tooth to like the left side of his mouth.
This is a bridge, and this is a bridge, but they're held on just by 2 posts on each side, and this is coming loose.
Uh-oh.
Do one of those bridges go from your mouth to your brain and the sign says Stupidville this way?
You know, when it comes to, maybe technical talk or this kind of stuff, I might not have, but I'm pretty smart when it comes to life. You know what I mean?
No.
When it comes,
No.
Yeah, when it comes to...
You got what they call street smarts, I guess?
Not even...
He's smart as a street.
Well, he's right about that. He knew how to get a little more drugs from the drug dealer.
Yeah.
I raised 2 good kids.
Well, the third was not right.
You're working on a third?
All right, listen, we got to
Working
take
on
a break.
raising that one.
Rich Voss is going to be pretty much hosting the comedy show this Saturday at the PNC Bank Arts Center.
Yes, he is.
Tickets still available. Rich is just terrific on a stage.
Yeah.
He is.
in studio.
Rich is a really funny guy. The issue is not Rich being funny. The issue is Rich saying 5.3 quarters.
Yeah.
How do you not run with that?
We got to do the American history with Dr. Rich Voss. I like this thing. We're going to play this, and texters, get ready. You got another chance to win a key that might start that fine car from allamericanford.net. But first, this.
The History Channel and Jimmy Dean Sausage Links, with a grant from the Picket Fence Dental Corporation, present 20th Century American History with renowned scholar and member of Mensa, Rich Voss.
I know a lot about it.
Dr. Voss will take you on a breathtaking journey through history's most poignant milestones.
What event took the world to the brink of World War III in 1962?
The Bay of Pigs in Cuba.
Oh, my
Oh, no, the Russian missile crisis.
Oh, my God.
With every outburst, Rich Voss gets dumber and dumber.
In 1962, what almost brought us to World War III? It had to be the Bay of Pigs in Cuba when...
no, it's not the Bay of Pigs.
Your head will spin.
Who was the U.S. president when World War II ended?
The war ended with the dropping of the atomic bombs.
That didn't actually end World War II.
You've never met a Jew who knows less about World War II than Rich Voss.
What was the World War where Germany was going and taking, just out of control?
By the way, I've never wanted to punch someone more than you.
Are you talking to me?
Yes. It's pretty embarrassing when you think about it. So tune in to 20th Century American History and watch in amazement as an old Jewish man goes from mildly coherent to babbling pile of mush in the course of an hour.
You know, it's all history from there.
Coming to the History Channel.
These guys, they can do whatever they want to do.
This is why people are tuning in to hear Opie and Anthony.
And this is where things get
goddamn ridiculous. I need to be a shock jock.
always up to no good.
Be a man.
I laughed so hard I had to buckle myself out of my couch.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
And this is like the #1 show in the world. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Got a guy on instant feedback. Die, Opie, die. How about you use your real name, faggot? It's the Opie and Anthony Show with Rich Voss. There was somebody on the line. They couldn't wait through commercial there, Rich.
Hold on 2 seconds.
What happened?
I got to put in my real name.
Oh. Like Jimmy says, they all hide behind fake names.
What was the name that one used? Or just a...
John Gumbos?
Never heard of him, sir.
Whatever. Yeah, the caller went away, but they want to talk about your 3-acre house.
3-acre.
A lot of phone calls came in. You gave the footage of your house in such a way that it would make it like a 3-acre house.
How did I do that?
Travis, come on in here. Travis will explain. Yes, go ahead, Travis.
Well, Rich, I believe you said that your house is 1,200 by 100.
Yes.
No.
So you did say that at one point.
Yeah.
No, I said 1,200 square feet, which would be...
You did at one point say 1,200 by 100.
50 people who called in at the same time seem to disagree with you.
Yeah.
So maybe we can pull the audio.
Oh, well, does it really matter? I mean, I know it's, 1,200 square feet, and I said, when we were talking about a kitchen being 1,200 square feet, I slipped and said 1,200 by 100, but I meant 120 by 100. It's 1,200 square feet, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, it's not.
12 by 100.
What you just gave would be 12,000 square feet.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant.
But you said 120 by 100, right?
This Rich lives in a house the size of a football field.
All right. Well. Oh, we forgot to talk about poor Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis.
Not knowing he had a gun in his luggage.
Oops.
Oopsie.
Whoops.
How do you
Yeah, a
not
few
know?
celebrities do this all the time. Like, how do you not know? You just kind of like laying around so much. I know where mine are. You know, at least I know where mine are. I'm not going to bring one in a bag somewhere and get to the airport and go, oh, yeah, should have left my gun in there. I don't know. I think in Vegas, because that's where he lives, right? Can you just walk around with one? Is that one of those states you could just kind of walk around, throw them in your bag, and not have a license or anything, and then when you try to leave,
Seems
it's like oops.
Oh my God.
Well, I don't know if that's how he looks now. That's when he was taking that drug that makes you bloated. What is it called? No, it's
Hit a steroid for his.
Yeah, but what is it called? There's a name. It's a It gets you all like fat looking.
It's called.
It starts with a P.
Pendulum.
Pendulum. Get out of my way.
I said that to the low-fat cottage cheese. Yes, I get it. I'm fat.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, we didn't hear that.
So what happened? He had a gun in his carry-on?
Yeah, apparently he had a little bag, he had a gun in there, and they got him at the gate, you know, the security.
Yeah.
And, it's happened to a few celebrities before. And then they go, oops. And then you got to be run through the system anyway.
Barry Switzer, when he was coaching the Cowboys,
Yeah.
got caught with a gun going through security.
A gun. That's why you can't. I know I've a couple of times used a bag I used to use for carry-on as a range bag real quick. You know, I had to go to the range, so you just throw some stuff in there. And then as I'm shooting, I'm noticing some of the shell casings are kind of flying in and going into my bag. I'm like, I bet people get in trouble like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you get to the airport, you don't realize you just stick your underwear on top and you leave one shell casing or something in there, and oh boy, you're getting dragged offline. They're checking parts of you. Ooh, ow.
By the way, the word is prednisone or
Prednisone?
Not. I don't know if it's
prednisone. I think.
Prednisone. That is one of the steroids they use, and I guess all
blows you up.
steroids blow you up. But Jerry's people were saying that it was a prop gun that wasn't capable of firing, and the police said we would not have charged him if it were a prop gun.
Well, probably couldn't take a prop gun either, but
all right.
It's a prop gun, a fully working prop gun.
What's the gun with propellers on it?
Are you robo? What is it called?
No,
Robo-tripping today?
Robo-tripping. No, I'm trying to get off the drugs.
Yeah.
So I didn't take any Robitussin today. So I'm hacking a little bit, but what are you going to do?
All right. The Today Show. Wow, they did some terrific TV today.
What they did?
Well, they had Al Roker that is looking more and more like a turtle outside his shell every day.
He's getting fat again.
I don't know what's going on with him, but he's got a weird look going on. And I guess they were playing Rock Band on the Today Show this morning.
Oh, were they?
That's funny because, people like Meredith Vieira and Matt Lauer, they wouldn't be playing Rock Band, so
Yeah.
that must have been fun to watch.
And, they're right at the cutting edge of things, like
Yeah.
the Rock Band craze.
Yeah.
Which is, a little old now. I mean, people are still playing and stuff, but it's not one of those things you jump on like it's something new. But I'm sure they just heard of it.
Is everybody ready? Ready. Let's rock New York! Once upon a time, not so long ago, Tommy used to work on the docks. New Year's been on strike. He's down on his luck, but it's so tough.
Look, we have an excuse. We're a dopey radio.
Wow.
This is network TV. We're supposed to be dopey and not well polished. And
They're number one.
They're number one with this crap?
No one likes that when it's like at a karaoke bar when people get up there and start just screaming with their drunken girlfriends and stuff. Why would you want to watch that on TV?
They think that by embracing their awfulness that they're being cute and fun.
Exactly.
And you're not. You suck.
So tough. Oh yeah! There was a diner all day, working for a man. She brings home her pay. Said we gotta hold on to what we've got. It doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. We got each other, and that
have words.
Well, you want to hear gunshots right now.
Yeah. Where's Jerry Lewis and his gun? Mow him down.
Alice singing, cut my stomach, I'll quit eating, I swear. Fat creep.
Ah, doesn't end?
Almost done.
You want to keep going with this? Yeah! Willard Scott's down in Washington. He's got to check in the birthday.
My Uncle Bill has a still on the hill where he runs off a gallon or two. Governor Huckabee, eat your heart out. Hey, that's beautiful music, but not to your ears.
See, they have to understand that it's not charming.
No.
They're trying to be charming. Like, look at how nutty we are. And people go, look at that. They're charming friends. It's not charming.
No, they're not.
Stinks.
That's unlistenable.
Yeah. I like Matt Lauer, though. I don't want to like Matt Lauer.
Why do you like Matt Lauer?
Because he went after. Because he goes
He's
after
glib.
people. He is, but
Matt Lauer's glib.
But he wasn't afraid to. He stuck at the stupid Tom Cruise.
That's what he said.
He didn't back off an ounce on Tom Cruise.
He showed off that MTV like a VJ or something.
He called our WoW promotion stupid, though, on Leno.
Well, it's because
We got that clip.
Showed their breasts.
We got the Matt Lauer WoW clip?
Because Susie Greenberg showed her breasts.
Remember good old Susie Greenberg?
I do.
There's
She's
a
sexy.
linger longer.
And she showed her breasts on live TV, so he had to make a comment.
That was a huge one for us.
It sure was.
Does he go after politicians when he's interviewing them? Because I don't watch him, so I can't.
I haven't seen him interview any, but I don't know. Why do you have to try to find an inconsistency?
No, I'm not. I'm just asking to find, because maybe I'll start to like him if he does that. I don't like or dislike him. It's just helpful in my opinion.
Somebody else too, like some stupid celebrity. He went.
It's easy to go after celebrities, but go after politicians. And
Do you see what you're doing right now?
What?
Do you see why you have virtually your friend list at your age? First of all, it's not easy to go after celebrities when you're a show based on booking them, and you have Tom Cruise.
It's actually a lot harder to go after celebrities. Yeah,
Tom Cruise is not an easy guy to go after. The bottom line is he's Tom Cruise. He didn't go after a guy that the guy that played the bartender in Cocktail. He went after Tom.
Yes.
And he called him out on it, and he went back and forth with him over a psychiatry.
Rich thinks like if Matt Lauer goes after a politician, all these other politicians that were already booked for the show are going to be like, well, now I can't go on the Today Show. They don't get many politicians, Rich.
Yeah. But why don't I have any friends? That has nothing to do with why.
Because you're not a likable guy. Like here we are. I'm saying that it's so great that he went after Tom Cruise. He's got some balls. Well, what's he doing with politicians?
Well, I'm saying because they're all phonies.
Yeah, they are. Do we have a cordless mic? Because I do kind of want to let Rich know what I'm thinking, what he's saying, but I can't do it right here. Oh, all right.
Oh.
Well, just take that off. You got enough cord there.
Yep.
As Jimmy does his thing, I'm going to play this.
We're following a developing story alert as a former Hamilton County morgue employee is accused of having sex with a corpse.
It's a new chapter in a mystery dating back to August of 1982. That's when door-to-door salesman David Steffen killed.
Hold on. Jimmy, what are you doing? Wait, hold on.
Somebody can help me?
He needs help desperately.
Oh, and E-Rock comes over.
E-Rock lumbers. He doesn't run.
Anti-help.
Oh, he just lumbers.
The negative of help.
I'm pulling the cord. E-Rock runs over with the scissors and cuts it. All right, thank you, Eric.
All right, what are we doing now, Jimmy?
Nothing. You guys do what you do. I'm listening to the show in here.
All right, we're going to replay this then. Listen to this story, Jimmy.
We're following a developing story alert as a former Hamilton County morgue employee is accused of having sex with a corpse.
It's a new chapter in a mystery dating back to August of 1982. That's when door-to-door salesman.
How is it a mystery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is this a mystery?
The corpse was frowning. Wow, tough room. Does he go after politicians? Forget it.
All right.
That's when door-to-door salesman David Steffen killed 19-year-old Karen Range at her Roselawn home. He was sent to Ohio's death row. Steffen confessed to the murder but denied raping Range. That's where former morgue worker Kenneth Douglas comes into the picture. Douglas was in charge of checking Range's body into the morgue and now stands accused of sexually abusing her corpse. It wasn't until now 55-year-old Douglas was arrested on an unrelated drug charge in March that a DNA sample was taken and linked him to the semen in Range's body. He is now charged with gross abuse of a corpse.
Having sex with a corpse is clinically called necrophilia. It's considered a mental disorder that can be treated but never cured.
But never cured?
It doesn't matter if you do it once.
Yeah.
It's one time.
It can be treated but never cured. Well, that's kind of an odd thing to say.
You never get over it. It's so good, you always want to do it again.
Yeah, I guess so.
How'd the guy get caught?
The
victim's not talking, obviously.
No.
They need more details.
Wow.
Well, I guess he felt free to kind of do what he wanted because there was no risk of anything happening. So he probably left quite a bit of evidence. In the hair, on the shoes. Boo.
Jimmy, where are you?
In Bombtown.
Jimmy, we got the Matt Lauer clip. We haven't played this in a while. I'm not a fan of Matt Lauer because he made fun of our WOW promotion. Of course, Whip 'em Out Wednesday. That's what those WOW stickers mean on the highways. Guys hoping to see some boobs as they drive around. And there are women out there that will flash if they see the WOW sticker. Simple as that. It's a great promotion. Matt Lauer didn't think so.
How about the woman that took her shirt off in the line?
Which I hear you've had a little fun
We had
with.
a lot of fun with it. Did that shock you?
You know what it was? We were outside, and if you've seen the 8:30 in the show every morning, the camera pans the crowd outside. And what I do is, since I can't see where the camera is sometimes, I look at the monitor. And I'm standing there, it happened to be with Ann Curry. Katie was in Philadelphia at the time, and I'm looking at the monitor, and I see the people go by, and normally, hi, Mom, hey, Kansas, go Jayhawks, and all of a sudden, the camera goes by, and this woman looks at the camera and goes... And my first thought was it was one of those kind of like plastic pieces that you wear on Halloween, that they weren't real.
They might have been, when you think about it. Yeah.
And then after like 45 seconds of staring at it, I said, those are real. And, she had written the word wow on her stomach, which apparently is, WOW stands for the stupid radio station promotion in New York called Whip 'em Out Wednesdays.
Thank you.
What about...
Thanks for the
Why do you stop
promo.
it there? Well, because then Jay, sticks up for us and goes, well, it's not that stupid if you're talking about it on a national show.
Dummy.
And so she whipped him out.
Well, it's not a stupid promotion anymore. They just got a lot of publicity.
I think it actually said powwow, but gravity had covered the
really
the top word.
Oh!
But
that doesn't make
what's
sense.
weird about it is, think about this lady. At some point during her day, that day, she had to get in front of a mirror and say, yeah, these are ready for national television. And I got to be honest with you, as one boob man.
All right. So there you go. Jimmy.
Yeah.
You going to stay in there all day?
Well, let's hope not, I'll tell you one thing, I'm working for not a lot of payoff. That looks like a pinky.
Oh, God.
What the hell was that? All right, Jimmy, we're going to just end the show with you in there. Why are you beating up the toilet?
You might as well. I've been here through most of the show. See? Wow.
I still say, how did they catch the guy? And everyone's like, you weren't listening. DNA evidence, but they had to be suspicious enough.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at, everybody out there in instant feedback land.
Yes.
I just have a question about that story because this is what hit me when I was listening to it.
Yeah.
How hot was this girl? Because this salesman goes to the house, door-to-door salesman, his perv switch flips, says, I have to have sex with this girl. Because one of the counts was attempted rape. He didn't, but it was attempted. Then the body gets to the morgue, and the morgue worker's like, I have to have sex with this girl.
Oh, man.
So, how hot was this girl?
Yeah,
grave digger.
We definitely need more on this story. But someone was suspicious. That's what I'm trying to, get to here.
I think when they had...
Because if you're talking about DNA evidence, for the most part, you could hide the DNA evidence, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but then the DNA evidence, as well hid as it may be, could leak out.
Yeah, I'm sure they could get it.
All right.
You ever watch CSI?
Good point. Yeah. Jimmy?
Yes.
Just in time to end the show.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Although some people would think that we ended the show about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, we've been kind of sputtering since 7:10.
Rich Voss, thank you so much, Rich.
Thanks.
And I apologize again. We're just a bit edgy today because we're going to be talking to Mel Karmazin in a few minutes for the first time in 6 years.
That'll be cool.
It'll be, it'll be fine.
You think he knows me?
No, he doesn't know you.
He knows you? Why? You watch TV at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Rich is going to be at the Big Comedy Show Saturday. He's great. You're going to love Rich if you're going to the show. PNC Bank Arts Center this Saturday. All the comedians you know and love from the show, including, of course, Jim Norton. Tickets through Ticketmaster, Ticketmaster.com. And for the people wondering, you can definitely get a ticket day of the show. Just walk up and buy one. We're not selling this thing out. A sellout's like 19,000 or something like that. So no worries. You could get a ticket on Saturday by just going to the PNC Bank Arts Center. We're off to XM. You guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
I know what you want.
Look at that boob.
My God, they're giant.
That turn you on? Whip 'em out Wednesday. The Opie and Anthony Show. XM 202.
Here we are at XM Sirius Radio. Huh?
Sirius XM.
Oh, Sirius XM. I don't know.
That's what they call it.
Sirius XM Radio. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. We are live. It's, I don't know, like July 30th to prove it. We got Mel Karmazin coming in about 5 or 10 minutes. Rich, when you see a guy with like white hair and dark eyebrows, that's your cue to get the fuck out of here. We gotta look like we're smart today.
Oh, please. I'm going to put on my real smart fucking face today.
Yeah, you are. Outside the studio.
It's a mask of someone else's face.
Yeah, please.
Outside the studio. I'm not even kidding.
Really?
Yeah, you're going to dumb this down. We got to get into some things with Mel Karmazin. We got to see if we're going to be part of the new company. We got things to do.
What if he recognizes me or
He's
knows
not
me?
going to
He might be a
recognize
fan of mine.
you.
You don't know that.
He's not a fan of yours.
Why
How
don't you
could
ask
he be?
him when he gets here?
Are you
Marshall Simmons didn't know you.
Why
did
would
a
he
show.
know you?
He might know him. A lot of people watch TV. I've been on a lot of TV.
He would recognize you if you were a bigwig down on Wall Street. He knows those guys. He doesn't see like faces when it comes to celebrities.
He ran Viacom.
What's that?
Exactly.
He's
It's a
all
company.
about What's that?
You dunce.
And the place smells good. It looks good. Donnie
Would they
Wickland's
swab the deck?
Donnie Wickland's up here in a suit, and Master Poe's up here in a suit.
Trying to keep their job. I wouldn't
told
be
it-
surprised Poe makes him fill out paperwork.
Just thinking of that.
Ah, sir,
Yes.
fill out your paperwork
Yes.
and then take a seat on the bleachers.
Yes. We cleaned up the cockroaches. The place looks very good. I know the guys worked hard on it.
Wow, look at the sign out there, huh?
Sirius XM.
Look at that.
Yeah.
man.
Who thought we'd ever
Did
see the day?
deal go through?
Exactly.
Hold-
Do you
hold-
understand what's
just
happening here?
hold on.
Did the deal go through?
I mean, is it?
We understand what you mean.
Look
This
at the
is why.
sign.
Did they close? That's what I'm saying.
No, they didn't. We're traders. We're actually we're secretly shipping tapes to Sirius.
Yeah.
They're two separate companies.
What are you?
Well, I thought it was going to take months.
It took 18 months.
It took like a year and a half.
Rich,
What?
really.
This is
No,
why.
I'm serious.
I know
you're
you're
serious.
serious.
I was reading.
And this is Sirius XM Radio, so you're in the right place.
as of right now. Right now.
Yeah.
As of yesterday, the day before, this
long?
is
They've
right the
signed the
second the deal
paperwork.
went through.
Yes, they have signed the paperwork.
Can someone let us know?
Wow. Done.
Can someone let us know when say that a certain boss is on the elevator, so we can empty a certain seat?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't want it. I want it to be done violently. Okay. If you could humor me with that, Mars.
Wow.
You have to leave.
I will. Maybe for a few, I'll go out.
Yeah, you're just too
What?
stupid to be in the same room.
No, but here's the thing, Rich. We love you, but you'll make some kind of a joke. You'll say something that makes us go, we really don't like him that much.
Yeah.
We'll have to defend ourselves.
Exactly.
Where I
Mel.
go, that happens.
Exactly.
That's why we didn't have an audience here. We're
Exactly.
trying to play this one right.
It's
No
a-
audience, no dummies, just
Well,
me,
how long do you think he's going to
Anthony,
be here?
and
He's not going to
Jim
be here the
Norton.
whole time, is he?
He'll
Wherever
probably
he-
do an awkward 10 minutes and get the fuck out.
Oh, then I'll come back in.
All right,
when he
yeah, you
comes
can
in,
do
I'll
that.
go, hey, guys, I'm going to leave now. I have something to
Look,
do.
we don't care what you do before or after.
Yeah. We're not concerned with your plans.
It's the during part.
Yeah.
You know, when he's in here, you can't really be in here. You
Yeah.
didn't even know if the deal went through.
You didn't know what
I kinda
Viacom
did.
was.
I
This
did.
is one for the adults, Rich.
Listen, I'm serious. When it comes to this kind of shit, I'm good at it.
You're not good.
Oh,
And what?
are ya?
Hamstring? Getting out? Let's hope so.
When it comes
Yeah.
to meetings and bigwigs.
Yeah.
How many
I'm really
times have
good.
you been told to leave or just quiet? Has Bonnie told you that at
My
pitch meetings?
first-
Like,
my first
you just
wife-
shut up. You just don't talk.
The last pitch meeting we had last week, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great, Rich.
So, and I'm
Glad
good
to
in
hear
this.
it.
What I'm saying is because
Oh,
as
Cream
an
Pie
adult,
Jones has to go too.
Like, I
Hide Cream Pie Jones.
He can walk around.
No, he shouldn't be seen.
No.
He shouldn't be seen.
See, well, I'm going to tell you why people like you guys.
Why don't
when
we
you're
line
good.
up everybody and decide if they should stay or go?
a
Rich
good idea.
is so out.
Rich
Cream
is
Pie
done.
Jones. And Danny's got a hat on,
Danny's
hiding
in.
the crazy hair, so you're good.
Danny's in.
We might have to tell Sam to go.
Look at Sam.
Sam's got his hair's wacky.
Although Mel does like hiring minorities because he's got quotas to fill. So you stick around there, Sam.
Okay.
You're good. Mars, I think, should leave.
Yeah, me too.
You're not taking it. Where's the nice shirt today? Look at what Poe's wearing.
Yeah.
You know what? This is. I've learned this in my career many times.
Career?
You guys are where you're at because of who you are. You can't switch up. You can't.
We're not switching
do you
up.
understand?
We're the same people. We just took a shower today. That's all we're doing.
He thinks he's saying is don't sell out because the boss is here.
Right.
That's what we have to deal with. I want to spill hot coffee all over your
It's
little
not
balls.
that high. That's what I'm mad about.
Okay. And Mars has to be here because what if something breaks? Who else will come in and not fix it?
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, before Mel gets here, I do want to say one thing. Bubba, the love sponge, is calling us deal breakers. He basically said that if O&A is part of the new company, that is the deciding factor for him to, I guess, leave satellite radio.
Whatever.
I think Bubba has a footprint in his ass, and he needs an excuse, like he's leaving on his own.
A lot of people are saying that.
Of course.
He's making up his own excuse because maybe the future isn't bright for Bubba and satellite radio.
Because I could give a crap who works for the company. Who
cares?
It doesn't matter to me. I've worked for plenty of places where I've liked and didn't like some of the people that work there. What are you going to do? So, deal, bro. I refuse to work here if
you don't even like the people you do the show with,
and
that's not a deal breaker.
A deal breaker.
Yeah, he said. What was the quote? It's on New York Radio message board. It's a deal breaker to him. Shut the fuck up. He's as dumb as they come.
At least he talks in his
stupid.
At least he talks in his real voice.
Wow, it's a deal breaker. Wow.
He really is horrible.
He's the worst.
Beat it. Back to Tampa, fat boy.
Like he thought there was going to be outrage. Like, okay, Bubba, okay, we'll talk this out. Okay.
Don't you have to have
Shut
some
up.
kind of a deal or power of negotiation to have a deal breaker? Like you can't walk in if no one really cares and goes, "Hey, that's a deal breaker," because then they'll just go, "Okay."
Broken.
Yeah, it's like somebody that's just like the greeter at a Walmart walking up going,
Sure.
You know, I want this, and if you don't give it to me, it's a deal breaker.
That's right. Either Frank gets fired from receiving or I quit.
Yeah. It's not like they just go, okay, leave. Who cares?
Yeah, no one go. Don't even announce it. Just leave. People will notice.
You guys want
to
take a quick break, get some leaks in and all that stuff, and get Rich out of here?
Want me to carry this until you get back, and then I'll leave?
Carry it.
Yeah, carry it.
No,
I'll be right back. No one's
okay.
going anywhere. Fuck it.
I'm not saying anything.
Don't say anything.
I'm not bailing him
What
out.
do you mean?
Don't say anything. I just got to take a leak. Yeah, we don't.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, today is a very important day. After the merger, there's some big wigs come in. So if we do take calls,
now I have to. No, I don't want it to screw things up for me.
If we do take some calls, some intelligent ones today, keep the cursing to a minimum, and we'll get back to normal in about a half an hour.
Who's going to take calls while
Do you think we
Melvin's
would
studio?
take a call?
Well, we're probably not going to take
Are you
calls,
insane?
but what I'm saying is, so now's your time to, go get some breakfast, do whatever, and call in later.
Who, the audience? We want the audience to listen.
Oh.
You're encouraging the audience to go get breakfast?
Oh, my God.
You're not helping.
You are
We don't want
really
any listeners during
an
this?
abomination.
Let me start over. Are we on the air?
Of course we are.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm going to Sunnyvale next week in California. Rooster Teeth Feathers, so stop by.
Hey, Rooster Teeth Feathers?
Yeah, it's a club. It's a nice little club.
You're performing at a place called Rooster Teeth
Oh,
Feathers?
really? All of a sudden, your comedy club names are original or not crazy or a name, big deal. They're all whatever.
Oh, my God. Is he just babbling?
We should make him do the Mel interview. We should all sit silently and make him
Oh, God.
It would almost be worth getting dumped for.
Yeah.
Just to watch the shame
Yeah.
that he feels.
The
I had
dummy.
no shame.
Talking to a powerful
That
person.
dummy.
What do you mean powerful? Powerful.
Shut your mouth.
Money doesn't make
Shut
you
your-
powerful.
Oh, you're the
Being
worst.
a good person makes you
What did I
powerful.
miss?
No,
I
it
have
doesn't.
no idea
Yes,
what
it
you're
makes-
even
what's
talking
power?
about.
No, we're listening to Voss recite the lyrics from a Huey Lewis song. Being a nice person doesn't make you powerful.
Yes, it does.
Shut up, it does
doing
not.
the right thing in life makes you powerful.
What?
That makes you powerful. Doing the right things.
Does it
in
really?
life.
Affirmations in the mirror? No, it doesn't.
Really?
Yeah, it does.
I am powerful.
Yeah. Just because you're powerful, does it, at the end?
So really, it matters if Reagan was a nice guy.
What's that?
It matters if Reagan was a nice guy.
No, he
and
was a
good
powerful
person?
guy.
Exactly.
What I'm saying is power is from within. What makes you feel powerful?
I hope
This
you're
is-
thinking that as your car slams into an abutment. As you go through the windshield and your little feet.
That's really. Do you think that's a nice thing to wish on a person?
No.
Okay,
it's not.
I happened to my mother on her honeymoon. My mother and father. Luckily, I'm here because on their honeymoon,
that explains it.
On their honeymoon, they went through over an embankment down. Both of them went through the windshield. If a tree didn't stop the car, they would have went through the windshield and into the water.
Wait, so you got brain damage before you were born?
That's what happened.
No, I'm
Yeah.
saying
In the stomach
they
and
were
hit the-
both
hit
on
the
their
drive shaft.
Both on their
In
honeymoon.
the stomach.
laying
6-year-old.
bloody on the windshield on their honeymoon. That's why their marriage didn't work out.
How about that? I saw something like that coming.
You think that's why the marriage didn't work out? Or maybe the disappointment bringing home D's. They couldn't handle anymore. They blamed
Yeah.
each other for you. They were like,
Little Richie Voss
I
coming
tried
home
to teach him. He,
with another
always their
crappy
favorite.
report card.
It was always their favorite.
How
Yeah.
many were there?
3. Me, my brother, and my sister.
Yeah, the ones. The brother and sister were probably doing well, so they would say to Rich, like, "You're our favorite." They were just appeasing you.
Meanwhile, yeah,
They
you
hated
weren't
the
really.
thought of you.
You weren't really the favorite.
Should we, what's the deal, Steve?
Steve.
We got lookouts?
So I can get up.
Plenty of them.
So what do we got?
He's walking up from 30 Rock right now, so we'll get a heads up when he's or down the block.
He's walking all the way here from 30 Rock.
Yeah, that's a whole 3 blocks, Rick.
See if you know Mel.
Rich.
Also, Mel walks a lot in New York City when it's nice out.
Yeah,
he's always walked around. Used to see him walking from the NEW building over to Black Rock. Back in the old days of CBS.
We used to say hi to him, and he would just be annoyed that we were saying hi to him.
Well.
He just was always annoyed.
What comics would you let stay here? Like, would you let Bobby stay here?
No.
No.
What about Patrice?
No, not Patrice.
Patrice?
No.
Patrice is the worst.
Mel! No.
Okay.
No.
Colin, you'd let stay.
Why
there.
do white people? No, I wouldn't.
Colin, what do you mean? He's
No.
intelligent.
You
Yes,
understand
no.
how Colin will just say awful shit. Colin's intelligent. but
Colin's
he's-
too bitter.
Yeah.
I don't
To
think
see a
that's a good
successful,
move, by the way.
powerful businessman, he would have to mouth off to him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's bad. I think
We know
Colin's-
you don't.
There's
But
not
trust
one
me.
comic that I would want in this room.
Not one out of the crew.
No.
What about Nick? Nick would be good.
No. Nick wouldn't be good.
Why don't you leave?
Now, he's probably only a couple. Give me time.
To do what?
I'm going to leave.
Why don't you go
I don't
downstairs and be a lookout?
Yeah.
You could phone us when he comes in.
right.
You just be the lookout guy.
This is great.
That's an important position.
Finally,
Yeah.
It's been like 7 years since I've come here, and I'm finally getting kicked out.
No one's kicking you out.
You know, I should be. I wouldn't want the pressure of sitting here when he's in here.
It's not kicked
Because-
out. It was just the thing was that when this came down.
Yeah, I don't blame. Hey, listen.
no one
Everyone
could
is
be in
saying,
here.
"Rich, get the fuck out."
Now,
Everybody
like-
on instant feedback.
They
Everybody.
are only
Yeah.
allowing me to stay out of a sense of loyalty.
Really?
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
Danny is here.
Mel is extremely intimidating. Extremely.
Not if you have nothing to lose like me.
No, I'm
Yeah.
telling
You
you.
have a wife and
It's just
3 kids. What do you mean you have nothing to lose? You have everything to lose.
I'm a rebel.
Exactly. What do you think? You're not Jimmy Dean.
Yeah.
You're an older
You
gentleman.
have
chews
things to
Nicorettes.
lose.
Yes, exactly.
You have 2 families.
Cold coffee. You suck.
Jimmy, someone's saying that you sound nervous. Are you nervous?
No.
I'm just pointing out
Yeah,
what's going
absolutely.
on.
No, I actually feel.
Okay.
I feel fine.
All right. You know what? I'm going to scram now. Maybe I'll go do some commercials or something. And you know how we do the commercials here for my gigs and stuff.
Are you still talking?
Yeah.
Why don't you go?
Hey, do you really have season 5 of The Wire?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I swear
I
to
have
God.
all of them.
Not 5. It hasn't come out yet.
No, I swear
Why
to
would
God.
I say all of them? Would he say not 5?
You have
Not
5,
five,
too?
though.
Well, because 5 hasn't been released yet. But yeah, we got Roland that, gets this stuff for us, so we're prepared for interviews.
Yeah.
He's in
All
the
right.
elevator?
All right, get out of here.
Oh, my
Look
God.
at Rich. Rich, leave. Just leave. Remember, this is light and airy. It's a how do you do, not an inquisition.
Look at Anthony. He's the one that's nervous.
Light and airy.
Look, Eric Logan, he gave me a speech yesterday. He goes, could you please be Greg Hughes and not Opie?
Exactly.
And look, Eric Logan, don't F it up. They're coming in like crazy. Another one from Logan. Tell Rich to get the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah, we had to
This is
tell
a
Rich
pretty
to get
big
out of there.
thing here. Where do you want
No,
him?
over there.
No, I'm sitting next to you.
No, don't screw with me. Right
Then
there.
you better remove that chair because I'm going
That's
to have
good.
him take a seat right there.
Oh, that's the good spot right there. You got it.
That's not good. That means he's close to me. I want him to be
Nah,
close
but you
over there.
like that's a better seat because this way you're kind of looking over the whole thing.
Oh, is it good?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, then, Ant, switch seats with me.
Nope.
Please.
I'm staying right here.
Guys,
There
we're
I
only
am.
6 inches of real estate.
I'm right here.
I think it's very funny that the instant feedbackers were even turning on Voss. Just get
Oh,
him out.
yeah.
Everybody.
Get him out.
Boss is the worst. You don't want him around. Guy's kryptonite.
What is Mel's
success kryptonite?
What's Mel's opening line going to be?
Hello.
Yeah.
Nah, he's.
Hey, Eric Logan Elo just sent me a text too. Tell Voss to get out.
Yeah, everyone's saying it. Where did Rich go?
Right there.
No, Rich, hide.
Oh, Rich, get out of here,
No, let him
please,
look through the window.
Rich.
Let him look through the window. I don't mind if Rich looks through the window.
Yeah.
God,
Voss
Rich.
can stare through the window, but he
Oh,
can't
no,
speak.
he's too creepy looking anyway, Rich.
We'll just tell everybody he's a listener.
Rich is like a hyena. Oh, no, Rich is shaking hands with him.
Yeah.
They kicked me out.
He was hoping Mel would go, wait, I know you.
Yeah.
Wait, haven't I seen you on something?
No, he doesn't know you. Please. Here he is. It's Mel Karmazin.
Mel.
Mel, have a seat.
How are you, Jim?
Jim, nice to see you.
Hi. Anthony, how are you, sir?
I didn't know that.
Hey, Mel, how are you?
Who's this other person?
Greg Hughes.
Greg
We
Hughes.
like to call him.
It's Greg Hughes today.
We don't like the Opie. We don't like the Opie character much. So Greg Hughes today, I think,
Yes,
is
that would be
more
good.
fitting.
And did you purposely give me a chair that's down so low?
Why isn't Mel's chair up higher?
No, if that was the strategy, I understand, and I'm happy to deal with it. And also headsets that don't sort of fit on your head.
Instantly.
So,
Why is this not?
I assume the company you work for has not given you the resources. That
Well,
you need.
Mel, that's something I'd like to talk to you about. Yes,
Is that-
they've been. We call them skinflints.
Is that the point?
They've
Okay.
been a little stingy.
We have a cockroach problem in this building. A major cockroach problem.
And it was before you guys got there?
It's, perhaps a couple
is
of.
is that a new
It's
problem? or is
been
that one that-
multiplying for the last, I don't know,
It could
2
be
years.
the material that comes out of the speakers.
Sure. Mel, you trimmed down since the last time we saw you.
I've been on a hunger strike,
'cause
trying
of-
to get the deal done.
Yeah.
So I knew that making good arguments to the regulators didn't work. So I tried anything. I thought they'd be sympathetic if they knew that there was a poor guy who's getting, IV feeding,
Yeah.
in a cell. But at the end of the day, they did the right thing.
Did you think it was going to take this long? Honestly.
Well, a couple questions on that. One is, did I think it would get done? And I believed it should get done, but throughout the whole process, I really questioned whether it will get done.
I think everybody was.
And there were legitimate reasons for concern based on a lot of the stuff, that you read. Did I think it would take this long? Absolutely not. Because, maybe I'm making it simplistic. It's, okay, you got 2 satellite radio companies. Either you believe that they compete with a whole lot of other things, and if they do, no big deal, okay? And if you think that there's a separate market, called satellite radio, and oh my God, having only one company in satellite radio is bad, then you should be able to conclude that in a rather short period of time.
Yeah, it shouldn't have taken so long. I think you proved a good point, too, by saying and pointing out early on that it does compete with everything else, with all this other medium out there. And I think now it's more obvious than it was even when we tried to get this thing started. But it's a little more obvious now. But back then, it was kind of hard to sell them on the fact that, yes, this is competing with iPods and iPhones and everything else.
Wait, you said when we got this thing going.
Well, I say
you were
we.
in cahoots with
That's
Mel
what I'm
Karmazin?
trying to.
It was you
yeah,
and Mel getting this thing done.
Late night phone calls.
I've been getting, obviously emails every time my name gets mentioned on the show. So I'm assuming everything that you guys have done has been done to help get this merger.
Absolutely.
Mel,
you've
of
been
course.
You guys have been part of the team.
Yes, we're
Mel, I'll be honest with you, Mel. It's more what we didn't say than what we did say to get this merger through. To tell you
Well,
the
boy,
truth.
that's pretty tough because I heard some of the things that you said, and I didn't think there was anything left that wasn't said. But let me get to your point. And one of the things that I was hopeful of, and I even told our board 17 months ago that this would be very important, was that we needed the broadcasters to be very aggressive in opposing the merger. Now,
And they were the NAB, yeah.
Thank God, because if in fact their strategy were smarter and the NAB didn't try to oppose it, we had the benefit now of all of these people saying, stop the monopoly, and the smart people in Washington are saying, well, gee, if this is a monopoly, why do you care? Okay? I mean, the fact that you care and the fact that you've spent so much money and the fact that, terrestrial radio broadcasters have lobbied so hard proves that we're in a competitive market that would at least include the 10,000 AM/FM radio stations. So add to that the technology changes that continue to go on, internet radio, iPhones, whatever is out there, and there'll be more. So the fact that this merger occurred is great news, but there's still a tremendous amount of competitors out there that we compete with.
Sure. You were on the other side of it for a short time too when satellite radio started taking hold on regular radio and
tried to kill it.
You absolutely. I remember the ads that would run and it was all about bashing it and trying to. So you obviously had great insight on what a threat it was.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't see any good reason why satellite radio was necessary coming from a very, very successful, one of the largest, if not the largest, terrestrial radio company. There was nothing in it for me with satellite radio.
Right.
All I knew is that when you got into your car, you had an AM and an FM button. The last thing I wanted you to have was an XM button.
Another
that was
button,
the
right.
last thing I wanted. The worst nightmare came when satellite radio not just came together, but really started to grow, and the broadcasters, in not liking competition, talk about people who want a monopoly, not wanting competition, did everything they could do to make us fail. I mean, their goal was not to just stop the merger. Right? The reason they wanted to stop the merger, if you think about it, I mean, why would stop the merger matter? There'd still be satellite radio, there'd still be XM, there'd still be Sirius. The reason they wanted to stop it is they believed standalone we would be weaker, maybe fail. Now, I mean, I've spoken to the management of XM throughout this process, and they believed that XM would not fail. I mean, I didn't run the company, didn't know enough about it. I can assure you, you never assure anybody of anything, but I can tell you, I strongly believe there was no risks associated with Sirius not making it.
Right, you'd still be going merger or not.
I mean, it may take a year or two more to make a profit. I mean, at some point you got to make a profit, right? But the fact is that the broadcasters' hope was not just that the merger wouldn't happen, okay, that would be a step in the right direction, but satellite radio would disappear.
Yeah, go away.
These same broadcasters were the ones that fought against cable television. So when, it was just the broadcast networks and stuff like that, and cable was coming in, the NAB lobbied against cable. They lobbied against satellite television. So that's what they do. And that's...
Yeah. I never got the idea of how they could say that it's not competing, that it's a monopoly if the companies merge, but hey, we're not competing with them. Yet we are trying everything in our power to keep them down and destroy them. And
one of the things they did, which I can't tell you how much influence it had, because I really don't know, because it really got down to the very end, and it's 2-2, and is this thing going to happen and stuff. They put a banner on their building. They have this, they have a lot of money, right? All the broadcasters, put the money to them, and they had a banner on their building that said, "Stop the monopoly." Okay. And we took pictures of it, right? And we sent it to everybody who was on our list, because our viewpoint was the fact that they're doing it. I mean, they're not lobbying every merger that goes on. Well, why the hell
why
should
would they care?
Yeah. Why should, if we are a duopoly on our way to a monopoly, by definition, they're not in that pie.
Right.
And the fact that they, thank goodness for it, and hats off to the head of the NAB. I think that
David Weir.
I think we all owe him but when Saturday, when I finally get to celebrate on this merger, I will be toasting him first before I toast anyone
Basically,
else.
what Mel's doing right now, he's rubbing it in. He's
Yeah, why not?
How happy are you?
And why
Mel?
not?
If I knew he was listening, I would be doing more. But
Sure.
I'm just assuming. I'm just telling you the guys.
The word's
straight.
going to get out there, and you're rubbing it
I'm
in.
just giving
Was
this.
there a
Yeah.
was there a most frustrating thing like that happened? Because like for a while they were like, yeah, it's going to go through. It could be any day, could be any day, could be any week, and then it wouldn't happen. Was there one thing that happened during this whole process where you were like, this is a major problem?
No, I thought this was a major problem every step of the way because they made it a major problem. But I never was the one saying it's going to be any day. So it was the press, it was different people saying it. So I sort of knew what was going on. And I never knew, and it wasn't going to be over until it was over. So on Friday of last week, we got word that the third commissioner, at that point it was 2-2, and we got word that the third commissioner had voted for the merger. But I still had not gotten the official notice that said the FCC had approved it.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't, so I wasn't even celebrating at that point. So it wasn't until we got the final word, which was about 4 o'clock on Monday, and then we had to finish raising a bunch of money that we needed because I don't want to get complicated, but XM had a bunch of debt. We needed to raise $1,250,000,000 to refinance that debt. That was a change of control. This market, is sort of not a great market to raise money in. So until Monday night at 7 o'clock, when we got the money, did I finally press the button to close the merger, and we closed it by 8 o'clock. But it was, a long process, including 4 congressional hearings. A senator met with me privately and said that if I would agree to apply the same indecency rules that broadcast radio has, that he would support the merger.
A senator very close to the NAB, probably one of those.
A senator, very influential senator, that obviously close to the NAB, as a lot of them are, because again, the NAB is, with all due respect, is probably one of the most powerful lobbying organizations in Washington. All of the congressmen and senators spend an awful lot of money and want to get reelected, and the television stations and the radio stations are very important for them, and they're in their community, and they represent their constituency. So with all due respect, for the, congressional process, there were many people who were against the merger. And these, as far as the congressmen who wrote letters and the senators who wrote letters, they're helping their constituents. I mean, they don't feel that they're doing something to interfere with our merger. They're saying, if somebody who is in my district is having a problem, I'm going to try to help that person that's in my district.
How do you answer somebody, though, that says that they want to put the same restrictions in place and FCC regulations on satellite radio?
Well, very simple. The answer is just no.
Very good.
It was
Nice
really
to hear. Okay.
I mean, it was
No.
just it was not a long discussion about it. And if I needed to elaborate, is that people have decided that they want to pay $12.95 a month. That it's not over-the-air broadcasting where you're worried about children listening. That this is a paid service, and it would be the same argument that MTV has, or the same argument that HBO has, or any of the cable channels have. So unless someone was going to try to enact a law that said that you couldn't, broadcast these words and these discussions on cable or satellite television and satellite radio, and if the Supreme Court were to uphold that, then it would become law. But for that happening, there's nothing the FCC can do or anything like that, nor should they do it.
Hey, let's get to the bottom of the issue here. Did you or did you not bring pink slips for us?
No.
Pink slips.
A
lot of people I know Mel. He's going there just to fire the guys.
Well,
which I would laugh really hard about, by the way.
Well, no, I mean, it didn't hurt you that I did that once.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a very profitable deal for you
That was
guys.
kind of fun.
I mean, anyway, so
this is the first time we've seen you since since that whole awful thing went down 6 years ago. By the way, we have not been in contact. First time we've talked, and Ant and I are very used to meeting you when we were in trouble. We never had the nice meeting.
We had one nice meeting in the office upstairs.
Well, you guys just weren't nice. So what would happen, would be that I was always this charming, nice guy, and you guys would just be dicks and come up into my office and be the way you guys are. And
there's also, they can be dicks.
Well,
but there's no need to
Jimmy,
I'm
that's
just
Jim
saying,
Norton,
if
by the
someone
way.
has to get fired, a lot of us could stay.
How satisfying was it to watch Eric Logan run out of the building with his tail between his legs before you got there?
Oh, and let me tell you, I was a big, and still am, a huge Eric Logan fan. Eric worked for me in terrestrial radio.
Well, I'm talking about the Eric Logan that works for XM.
Well, no, I think he has grown and gotten more experience. I saw Eric yesterday, and I am absolutely a fan. And as a matter of fact, Eric has decided that he was going to move on. But had Eric not made that decision, there was a very important position, and he knows it. And he knows it.
The trash has to go out. I understand.
Yeah,
it does have to be taken out of the building.
With the old in with the new.
And the windows have to be washed, and it's a very important position.
So I guess, you guys are not Eric Logan fans?
No, we love Logan.
He actually kept us safe.
He's
the last 4 years.
he's a great
we
friend.
finally
Love the
decided,
guy.
Mel, after the big fuck up, that we were going to listen to somebody finally.
Nah. well, then maybe then I'll bring the pink slips out. Because you guys listening to somebody is something I don't think would exactly work.
When you sit out 2 years, 3 months, you have a lot of time to think, and you're like, you know what? Maybe it's time to listen to somebody in this business.
And by the way, because I every time you guys talked about me, people made it a point.
Oh, it's entertainment, Mel. You understand that?
Oh, I absolutely do. No, I absolutely do.
And they probably got it wrong in the translation.
They made it a point to give me, the tapes of it, right? So I'm aware of it. But the one thing, as I said, I think that was unclear. Okay, is that I followed the contract. In other words, if in fact
you're a contract guy, you always have been.
No, but if in fact there was a contract that basically said that we didn't have the right to take you off the air.
Believe me,
then that would have been a scummy thing to do.
There was a point we wished you didn't follow the contract if we wanted to work again.
Well, yeah. So I mean, the fact that we were smart. Okay, insofar as designing a contract that provided us with the ability to do what we did was honorable, may not have been liked by you, and I wouldn't like it at all. I mean, I totally agree and
Why
understand.
didn't you let us work again?
Well,
why did you make
I
us sit out for 2 years?
Well,
were we competition at that point?
Absolutely. I thought you guys were terrifically talented. I mean, it wouldn't. I mean, I sort of was involved in hiring you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, remember that.
So at this point, I thought that you guys were absolutely terrific. I thought that you were great talent. And why on earth, if I can pay you not to compete with me, would I want you to compete? So on one hand,
that was frustrating.
On one hand, talk to
the money
your lawyer.
was good.
I don't know who wrote I don't know who wrote the contract, but if you didn't want me to be able to do that, it shouldn't have been in the contract that you guys signed.
Who read those things though? Who reads those things?
Well, that's good to know.
Pages.
That's good to know. That's good to know. So no, I mean, I thought that decision was an easy one, and even during the process, somebody came along and said, well, what if we gave you some money, to let you out? And, that
and
concept,
other things. There was whatever.
Yeah, there was a bunch of
I
other
don't want to
things.
rehash stuff,
but none of them,
it was a tough thing to sign.
They didn't give me enough of an incentive,
right?
To not have you compete. I
don't want to bring up the reason why we had to meet with you, but it's one of our favorite stories in radio ever. We fucked up many times, but on this particular occasion, we got the call that we had to see you on January 2nd. This city was cleared out. There was no one in Manhattan. And Anthony and I walk up to your huge office, and you made us wait 20 minutes, which was very calculated. I'm wiping my hand because I'm sweating. Like, I don't want to, he can't see me sweat. And then you walked in with the most classic line ever. You want to say
that one? Yeah. The question's boggled me for years.
Yeah,
it's not really a question.
There's no real answer to this question.
It was, what time do you wake up in the morning and decide you're going to fuck Mel Carmen?
And I'm like, that isn't even, it's already been predetermined that you're gonna. It's just what time is it?
So the reason I kept you waiting is I needed to have the right opening line. So it's
that was it.
Were you practicing the
So you got to just give me a clue as to what the subject was at this time.
It was a Howard thing.
Oh, okay. So,
yeah, it was us mouthing off.
Here was the deal.
We're really trying not to go down that road.
Well,
right
I don't
now,
know.
But it was a Howard thing, and Ed and I were sitting there like, do we answer? Do we say 10 o'clock? Do we say 11? Do we say we don't do this?
Yeah.
What was the answer to that question?
There's no answer. I don't know. I guess the answer is that you guys don't sleep a lot. I mean, I thought you had a death wish. In other words, I just assumed you had a death wish because I had made it very clear that, this is a business, okay? And in this business, we make a whole bunch of money, a whole lot of money from Howard Stern. Just a tremendous amount. As a matter of fact, when CBS let him go, their revenue, $200 million affected when Howard left.
Sure.
Good or bad, $200 million. Sure. Why on earth would I want anybody who works for me to hurt me insofar as hurting my money? So I didn't see from, you guys got a First Amendment right, but I got a First Amendment right as to what goes on my radio stations. So you got a right to say things, and I got a right to not have you say it, and we then have a point. So it wasn't,
and that's where the death wish was, because we wanted to just fight it out.
And you wanted to sit there.
We were brave enough to just fight it out and figured, he's strong enough that he could just fight back.
Oh, he could, but the winner would have been Clear Channel, and the winner would have been, of course, because you divide and you diminish, let's assume there's a scenario. Okay, right. And let's take your scenario where you might, I don't know whether you'd ever have damaged Howard, but let's assume the attempt was to do that, and therefore you accomplished it, and you took something away from Howard. That would make, when we went to advertisers, because we were getting a whole lot of money there, we would get less. And who would get more would be these other broadcasters that we competed with, because we were as prepared to sell you in the same way, and we had general managers that work for you. So I think it was just misguided. I mean, I think, in my opinion, it's sort of the team, you're on a team, okay? Right. And instead of worrying about the opponent, you're fighting with the guys on the team. And forget whether Howard, I mean, if I could have a conversation with Howard about what he did as well, but for this conversation here, you guys decided to fight with the quarterback, okay? As important as you guys were on the team, and you decided, instead of worrying about going after Scott Shannon or going after
we went all those guys. We went after everybody. I just want to...
So much more mature now, though, Mel, and that's water under the bridge.
Does that mean the shows have become more boring? I hope not.
I never thought I'd be asking about congressional hearings to lighten it up.
No, this is fun. This is good, though. I think it's really good. I just want to... One more point, we can move on. I just want to let you know that at the time, our goal was to make sure Howard didn't hurt our stock. That was the only thing we weren't actually trying to, knock him out of the game. We were making sure he wasn't going to knock us out of the game. And that's where the confusion was, because we saw growing up what he did to other radio shows, and it was ugly, man. These guys had massive ratings in their cities and stuff, and Howard was able to just wipe them off the map. That scared the shit out of us when we came to New York into his backyard, and that was our whole goal going into that. Maybe it got confusing, and there was a gray area, but our whole thing was, let's make sure he doesn't do to us what he did to DeBella and the rest of them.
And that's the area that I think that you guys and I had a disagreement, because
absolutely.
You guys thought, okay, that he was doing that, okay, and maybe he did, okay. In other words, I did not hear that or sense that, okay, and I had told you had as a matter of fact, the program director, so that when you guys left, it wasn't about me dumping it on you guys. The general manager left. Everybody who was responsible
for the
left.
Sex for Sam thing.
And and because not so much that event, but the sense was that I had made clear what would work in our company, okay? And it appeared that there was a willful violation of what I had made clear to the general manager at the time would be acceptable. So if Howard was violating anything that you thought was hurting your brand and hurting you, that didn't come to me. It came to me, when you guys reacted on the air.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was the history.
I just want to finally get my point out there, whether it's right or wrong. That's really what our thinking was back then.
I like the other idea that said you guys had a death wish. I think rather
we sort of did. You see where you put us, NEW? I I mean, you could have helped us out a little bit.
He's heard.
You
he's
could have
heard
put
that
us
a
on
thousand
Howard
times.
Station in New York, and we wouldn't have had a death wish.
Well,
that would have been amazing for everybody involved.
And as a matter of fact,
NEW sucked except for our show.
So
and Ron and Fez, who started doing a really good job at the end there.
So do you remember Tom Chisano?
Sure.
Oh, sure.
Didn't you work for Tom?
Yeah, we love Tom now.
Tom's great.
We used to hate that guy.
Tom is great and remains a good friend.
We love Tom.
Tom was the general manager of that radio station.
He used to call us up.
Tom did not want you guys on I'll tell you, it wasn't because of your talent. Didn't want you on in the afternoon because he believed that he had a controversial morning show
Yeah, he
that
wanted to
some
sell.
advertisers weren't going to advertise on.
Yeah.
So he wanted a station that would have an ability to have those national advertisers someplace else.
Right.
So it was Tom, because in my opinion, from a image point of view, from a brand point of view, I mean, it would have become what, in essence, Howard did with his channel, on the other satellite radio company.
You could say Sirius. You own it now.
Well, no, I know I can say it. I just don't want to, disrupt your listeners.
We've been
That's
saying
all.
the other company for too long. It's Sirius
Yeah,
XM
but no,
Radio.
no, but I mean, I think that Howard, had a vision for a channel that would have all kinds of content that would be really compelling and very different than everyone else, and it would have fit perfectly. But the advertising scenario wasn't attractive.
I remember one nice meeting we had with you, and man, Mel had the best office in Manhattan, the greatest view ever. You saw 9/11 happen
Yeah,
from your office.
I'll never
I
forget.
remember we talked about that, but you were like, man, I just wish you guys and Howard would just get along, and maybe I could somehow get you guys together. And you were starting to try to figure something out.
And now we're one big happy
and
family.
then we did the Sex with Sam thing. Well, we're just getting some of this out, and then we can move on with the future.
But more importantly, is Charlie Rose a nice guy? You did a hell of an interview on Charlie Rose.
I'll tell you, I've known Charlie for a long time, and he is a hell of a guy, and he's a great interviewer. And I just did CNBC before I came over here, and you get like 6 minutes, and the idea is, I want to talk. I mean, if I'm going to be interviewed, I don't want to have a soundbite. And Charlie gives you an hour, and it's great, and he's smart, and he's terrific.
He's not intimidated by anybody. I watched him talk to Schwarzenegger and Bloomberg together, and he agreed with them, and certain things. He holds a paper and puts his hand up, and he'd stop them, and he'd get like a real interview. It wasn't like a fluff interview.
Yeah, no, he's terrific. He's really good. What a boring question that was.
And
I know. I'm getting very nervous.
he was just turning the truck around. Is
I
what he
think
was
he's
doing.
trying to demonstrate that if for any reason you guys weren't around, that there's a role for him on one of our news talk stations.
He's still there.
He's Charlie Rose. I'm Jimmy Mortgage. I don't want to lose.
Jimmy Mortgage. Hey, have you checked out the XM research?
No, I was
because Eric said we did great for XM.
So here's,
but it was reported in Arbitron that we didn't do so great, and it doesn't make sense. Something doesn't.
Got it. So I feel very comfortable being able to talk about anything I know, right? So the Department of Justice.
Yeah, you're not allowed to look at that stuff until the merger goes through. I understand that.
So the first time I was able to get to XM was yesterday. So I showed up at XM yesterday, had a town hall meeting with the employees. First time I got to do that. Have not seen any, contracts at all. Have not had access to any information. Have no idea about anything other than the fact that lately I've been getting emails from your fans.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Knock it off,
my
people.
God.
What are you trying to do?
Ruin us? What do they write now?
So you should assume
they might be Howard fans, make them believe they're our fans. That's all I want to say.
Then that would explain it. The reason that they were doing
Were they
that.
positive emails like congratulations on the?
Yeah, boy, Mel, you're one hell of a guy.
Yeah.
What a great company you built.
If you get rid of O&A, let me tell you what's going to happen. Let me know.
So,
can I really fast? I listened in on the conference call on the train yesterday. I want to thank you because my elbow is sore because I was like this for an hour. I listened
What
to the whole
conference
thing.
call?
With the employees.
Oh, was
yesterday.
that? Oh, I didn't know you could even access
Yeah,
it.
we were all listening in.
Oh, okay.
And there's two things I want to bring up. Who fainted during the meeting?
So all
of a sudden I hear, are you all right? And then you're like, yeah, whatever. Just drag her out. I got things to do here.
So good thing this is radio, so people might be able to believe what I'm going to say. So because of my startling good looks, that very often when I take the stage, women swoon over me
like
and
Sinatra,
collapse. So
right.
it's just scary. So we're having this room. It's a horrible facility to do it. We have a whole hundreds of people cramped, standing up in this thing. And at some point, I didn't know if it was a woman or a man. About halfway through it, just collapsed, and security came and they carried her out. So after it was over, I went to try to find out what happened, and it was a young girl who works there who just fainted, and she was fine, and I asked her to go home, and she didn't want to go home, and I had a car outside, and I said, "Can we take you home?" And no, and she.
So the people there really don't want to hear Mel say "go home" at this point.
And
maybe
you're fired for fainting.
I never
used
thought
the other words.
So
basically, get a clue.
So she asked. I said to her, "It has happened before." She said, "Not since high school." So I mean, it just seemed she fainted. So
and then another guy asking about health insurance. I'm like, health insurance. There's so many questions you can be asking.
So
about.
what I was shocked about is, and again, I thought you guys lost a step, okay? Because I remember in the old days when I'd have a shareholder meeting, okay, there would always be, but. We'd be having a shareholders.
We didn't set that. I swear to God,
it was just coincidental. Of course not.
No,
so what would
I swear on that one.
Right, and I
He's not going to believe me.
But
we have
it was
passionate fans. I swear we did not set up those calls.
So that there were those calls, right? So I'm waiting now for my, Opie and Anthony questions, and was sort of disappointed that I didn't get it. So in answer to it, so I have not had a conversation. In all due respect, and I mean, as important as you guys are, I had not had a conversation until I saw Eric, late in the afternoon, and he had told me that there's a contract period or something coming up. This is the first I heard of it, and I know nothing about it. I don't even, believe it or not, I don't even know what you guys make today. So I'm sure it is bizarre.
It's ridiculous amounts of money. Don't look at our contract, but I'll tell you, it's a lot of money.
I'm assuming. So anyway, but that's all I know.
Compared to Howard, we got 63 days left.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
And are discussions going on?
No. I bet you're chomping at the bit to maybe even get a call from Robert Eatman, Super Agent Bob Eatman again.
He doesn't deal with Robert Eatman.
I don't think I've ever met. I'm not sure I've ever met him.
You ever take melatonin?
So, no, but in all seriousness, there are no discussions going on?
63 days and counting.
But then no discussions? Or
I think the whole thing was, nothing was going to be done until the merger went through.
And I'll make sure, all I can do is make sure that.
And we want to continue. We love the freedom of satellite radio.
Yeah, and I think, the people at XM seem to be happy of everything. I mean, I'm not hearing saying, thank God you're here so you could fire them. No one said that. No one has said that yet to me.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm assuming that if in fact, you guys want to stay, and if in fact XM obviously is happy and wanting to say, all I can do is facilitate, make sure that there are conversations.
And we got like a thing going on with regular radio.
Yeah,
how does that make you feel?
Well, I mean, here's my attitude on it, okay, because I've said it before. We're asking people to pay $12.95, right? We're asking them to pay for something. So the ability to the more we give them, that's the same, the less desirable it is. So if we started putting commercials on our, forget those few clear channel stations that XM is stuck with, right? If we started to put commercials, as an example, on our music stations, you'd sit there and say, why would somebody subscribe to satellite radio? Because they're going to hear those same obnoxious commercials there. So the more exclusive content you can have, the better off it is. So in a perfect world, okay, where I'm going to pay a good amount of money, right, it's going to be because the only way a subscriber can get it is on satellite radio. So if in fact somebody feels that they need to be on terrestrial radio. So as an example, we currently carry Sean Hannity. I'm a huge Sean Hannity fan, but Sean is on a whole lot of terrestrial radio stations, and he's on satellite radio. Without getting into amounts, you should assume the amount of money that Sean is getting paid is not really material, right? Because of the fact we love having them. But, there's an AM, FM radio generally every place where there's a satellite radio. I mean, there's not necessarily satellite radio everywhere there's AM, FM radio. So if somebody wanted to hear something that's on terrestrial radio, they can just push the button. Now and you guys, I know it's different, right? So I mean, I know what you're doing different and stuff like that. But we had an important performer where there was a disagreement with the programming people on how much money he wanted, and he wanted to keep doing satellite radio. And what we did was we carved out a few markets where they were on, which were not so material to our subscriber growth, right? I mean, it wasn't New York, LA, Chicago, Philly. I mean, it wasn't a top 10 market. It was sort of a few smaller markets.
This is the Bubba deal.
That's the Bubba deal. So in the case of Bubba, where, we've said, okay, You want to do a terrestrial radio and a satellite radio? Fine, I understand why you want to do it. I wish you didn't. I wish, Sirius was able to justify the money you wanted, but, it's not. So if in order for you to do what you need to do and what you want to do, and he's a terrific talent, we're going to carve out, Tampa, 2 other, markets, and he's doing that. But why would I want Howard? Forget you guys because you got it committed to be on in terrestrial radio. Why would people pay $12.95?
Right. Bubba said yesterday that if we stay with the new company, it's a deal breaker for him.
Are you guys and Bubba not?
I don't. I've never even met the guy.
Oh, okay.
I could care less.
Like
Ant said,
he's not on the board.
Yeah,
but
it's a deal breaker for him. So
a deal breaker for the merger.
And I would hope that Bubba, I think Bubba's a great talent, and as I said, it disappointed me. And I went to our programming people to see if, in fact, there was a way, to carve out more money for him. And what Bubba thought he needed or wanted was just more than what Sirius was prepared to pay. So this was a compromise, but it is a compromise because I don't think it's good. I think that if HBO started running commercials during those movies, or during their stuff, it would look like another channel. And why do you want to pay for something? You don't. I mean, you pay for CBS and your cable bill, but people don't sort of think about that. If it's just going to be another broadcast.
So basically, you're saying we could do both, which is good. That's what we needed today.
Okay. So, all right. What else can I answer?
Why don't we move on with the future? So the merger happened.
So I have, just so you know, because
you're a busy man. I'm sure.
I'm not. This is very important, but I have and I wanted to get here fast, okay? Because I didn't want.
Where you got to be?
I have a town hall meeting with all the employees. So the same meeting at Sirius.
Okay.
So at 10:30.
Okay. All right. Really fast in the future, because now the merger went through. Everyone is really, really confused. How is this going to work? The ABCs.
So let me give you just a few things, and I try not to bore everybody. If you combine the two companies today, we have $2.2 billion of revenue, right? Which makes us the second largest radio company in the world.
Wow.
So only Clear Channel is bigger than we are in radio, and we're growing, and they're not. If you combine the number of subscribers, we have about 19 million. The only company in the subscription business that's bigger than us is Comcast. So we have more subscribers than Dish Network, DirecTV, Time Warner Cable. So we now finally have a critical mass, a big company. We also are going to have some synergy, so there'll be cost savings and be making money down the road. If you're an XM subscriber, you're listening now, your radio will not be obsolete. Nothing will change, right? I mean, nothing will change. Somewhere down the road, probably in the next 2 to 3 months, we're going to announce that there's an opportunity for existing XM subscribers with the same radio that they have now to be able to get some content from Sirius. Not all of Sirius, but some content from Sirius. And by the way, vice versa, the same thing. So the Sirius subscribers will be able to get select XM programming.
Are you willing to say what some of that Sirius program would be available?
No.
Obviously Howard.
Exactly. Obviously Howard.
Would you go something like the NFL?
So here's what I've said. So I mean, so far, and what I've said, Howard for sure, and selected sports programming and other programming. So we will, as soon as we can, because we, got to look at contracts. So, the first question, if I now say what's going to be available from Sirius on XM, the next thing someone's going to say, well, okay, what's going to be available from XM on Sirius? And I haven't seen a contract.
Right.
So I have no idea.
Would you like us to be heard on Sirius?
Well, if in fact you were with the company.
Right. No, I understand.
Why wouldn't I?
Okay.
Sure. No, absolutely.
If we were with the company.
Well, no, I mean, you're telling me you have a contract that's up, and I have no idea anything about it. But if this were today, okay, why wouldn't I? I mean, yeah, you had a large fan base. You're entertaining. I mean, I think.
Would you keep this channel or just our particular show?
What else is on the channel?
Ron and Fez. I want to give a plug in for Ron and Fez. They're great.
What else other than Ron and Fez?
Violence programming.
Maybe Than and Sam. No, just kidding. Ron and Fez and us.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know.
That's pretty much it.
I don't know if that means a channel.
Well, we got some others, but we'd have to look at we'd have to have some discussion with programmers. But
so let's assume that the programming people will sort of take a look at what is available and what's possible and make the decision. But, I don't know Ron and Fez well. I knew they worked for us in Washington at one point.
They're extremely talented.
I know the feedback that I got from them was terrific. I have only good things, that I've heard about them. So if, in fact, our programming people said, that Opie and Anthony and Ron and Fez would be part of that offering, that sounds great to me.
Awesome.
Will my horrible, boring Charlie Rose question hurt me during negotiations?
Is your contractual name the same name as you use on the air?
No.
Oh, okay, good. So this way I'll never know.
It's not a picture on there or anything.
I have a question about, too, the one thing they keep saying in the papers about the iPods, and I guess content like spoken content, stuff you can't get on an iPod is the best way to compete, because every article now with satellite, it seems like the media is just trying to shit on the merger.
So I think after this merger, right, there's just a tremendous amount of competition. I mean, I think the broadcasters are competition. I think HD radio, whatever that'll be, as it evolves, will be competition. Internet radio, Wi-Fi will be everywhere. You'll get it in your car. There'll be competition. iPhones, iPods. So I think our success is that we really want to have the best content. So it's not about content. It's ubiquitous. I mean, there's plenty of content that's out there. It's having content that can't be replicated elsewhere. And that's what our mission is, right? So if you start with us today being the second largest company in this audio entertainment space, so yeah, will there be internet radio companies? Yeah, but like which one is going to be our competitor? I mean, specifically, if you're buying a stock, you can buy, Clear Channel is going to become private, so we'll be the largest, publicly traded radio company. So you can buy a Sirius, or you can buy a what? And I'm not talking about a device company. Apple's a great company and stuff like that. But what internet radio company, are you talking about? Or, what other kind of technology? So I think we're really well positioned, to compete in the future. And I think it's real important, which is why I'm here, right? I mean, I think important content is real important, and as long as we're smart in being able to keep our focus on that, we think it's great.
What's the next step?
The next step is to make it happen. I mean, the issue is as grueling as this has been, it's the easy part.
Right.
I mean, now it's got to work. I mean,
for the XMers, when will they be able to start listening to Sirius programming? I know you said in the fall, but could you give people a taste before then?
You mean listeners? Well, no. What has to happen is that there's a certain amount of bandwidth.
Right.
Based on compression technology, that you're getting everything you get now. Right, everything you get now, you'll then be able to add some selected channels, few channels, right? If in fact we have, let's assume that there's an XM channel that is in a similar genre as a Sirius channel, but it's a better channel. Right. It's programmed better, and then why wouldn't we want to make it available to Sirius subscribers as well? So I think as time goes on, the content will morph toward each other.
Yeah, get rid of the redundancies.
But not just get rid of it, make them better. In other words, so if we both have a 70s channel, why not make the best 70s channel from both of those and make it available to subscribers on both services?
Right.
I mean, if we both are doing 5 or 6 country music channels, why do 10 unless there's 10 great ones? Why not do 5 really good and make them available on both services? And that's something that we would like to do as fast as we can, because the thing that we want to do is to make sure the churn. So, you want to get additional subscribers, and then you want to keep them.
Yeah.
And I think the better our content is, right? The better our content is, the more we keep them. So that's where that focus
Can you tell people to start buying radios again? Because I know because of the merger, no one was buying. And I went into the Best Buys in the Circuit Cities, and those displays were like dusty, and they were pushed to the back, and because no one knew what was going on. So they're like, why am I going to invest in a new unit if I don't know what the hell this merger is going to do to me?
And you don't know how painful it was for me doing exactly the same thing, right? So, and I think what happened, and I've spoken to, the CEOs of these, Best Buy and Circuit City, is that if you think about Blu-ray DVD and HD DVD, and consumers were confused and they didn't know which one to buy, so they didn't buy anything
either. Right. Yeah.
So it's like you got this AM radio and you got this FM radio, and they're sort of separate, and you don't know which one, to buy, right? So the hope is that now that the merger's there, we'll be able to eliminate that confusion, be able to talk about the fact that both radios are going to work. You're going to be able to get, the content, the best of content. And by the way, just buy satellite radio. I mean, in other words, from our point of view, I'm indifferent, whether it's XM or Sirius. And the great news for the company combined is that every car company, Every car company, is putting, these satellite radios in. And we all know from being in the radio business, if you want to be successful in radio,
Gotta
it's
have
the
it in
car.
And those deals were made a long time ago, and they're finally coming.
Penetration is coming up.
Finally, yeah, because a lot of these deals were like, well, just starting in the year 2008, and it was 2005 when they made the deal. So that's going through the roof now.
So I told you guys that I got to leave. So I got to leave. So, but I do want to come back with the CDs I have. Of all of this stuff. And what I want to do, and what I really want to do is play them all, okay? And be able to have the comment of why you characterize me. I mean, I some of them I understood, but there was some that even I couldn't understand.
You know something? I would like to hear him because I doubt any of that was me.
No, I
bet it was Opie.
You were out sick that day.
Yes, I think I was.
Or sleeping on the air.
It's absolutely terrific. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for everything you guys have done here.
Could you give me an example?
No.
Is it real bad?
Listen, I was born, in a tough neighborhood, okay? And, I grew up in New York City and went to public school and stuff. And I heard words that I had to go to Howard to ask me what they were.
Oh, boy. Well, maybe we start over now.
Sounds like a good idea.
How about we say goodbye to Mel and we thank him for coming like gentlemen, and we take a break, and then we all just go wipe sweat off our hands.
Yeah. Mel, two things. Who does our agent talk to? Who's the boss?
And we'll announce that tomorrow. Okay. What's happening is that the assumption is going to be.
So someone will get a hold of Bob, I'm assuming, at this point.
Yeah. So why don't we leave it that
like that? Okay. And the second thing is,
I'll have somebody do that.
Can we take the rest of the day off because this was a really tough interview for us?
And now that you're working for me, I don't know exactly what your schedule is, but if you're making a lot of money, I would assume that this is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week gig. So
constant.
There you go. All right, guys. Thanks, and thanks for everything you guys have been doing. You've been helping us get a lot of subscribers.
Mel, it was a pleasure seeing you again.
Take care. Thanks.
Yeah.
Mel Carson, everyone. Thank you, Mel.
We'll be back.
That's great. Thanks.
All right, we'll take a break.
Time, okay, but I mean,
no, go. We're taking a break. We'll be back.
Shock jerks.
Opie and Anthony.
Well, that didn't go too well, huh?
Oh, that was wonderful.
And you heard from Mel. We could leave, but so you're lucky to have us still broadcasting today.
I didn't hear him say we could leave.
Yeah, he did.
I didn't either.
I heard it in there.
He seemed to be implying that if you're making a lot of money, you should.
Which we're not, so that meant we could have left. Who's farting?
I got nervous. That was the fear leaving my body finally.
Dude, holy shit!
He was fine. He was very
He's
cool.
intimidating.
Not as a guy though. It was like it was almost like he just came down and just started. It's because you know that he could wreck your life if he wanted to. But like as a guy, he just came in and was, just I don't know. He seemed pretty. He was comfortable.
Yeah. Rich, were you listening to the big interview with Mel Carson?
You know what I liked the best? How you turned, and it was it's true though, and I never realized this about you about the Howard thing. You guys were just on the defense.
Oh, that was a lie. Stop.
Huh?
That was a lie.
I know, but how he made it look so real. I was really amazed at that interview. Just listening. If I was in the car,
you're amazed at a pinwheel retard.
It's true.
My Charlie Rose question, I thought.
Yes, that was such a please.
Well, that was a joke.
Get off of this son. I know.
Charlie Rose a nice guy, but then he called me out and said it was a boring question. That's good. It's a good sign. First day on the job.
What the hell's he doing on one of the shows that
exactly
my platform?
Yeah, get the chinless dullard off the air.
Hey,
the show.
Where's Don Wicklund?
Don,
lucky to still have a job, Wicklund.
Well, he might have been fired on the.
Did he fire you on the elevator?
Did he fire you on the elevator or in the hallway or something? No.
Chair. I didn't want to kid about it because it's going to be ugly for XMers in the near future, but
real soon.
Some serious people too, but probably much more XM.
But I didn't have the heart to ask him that because there's some good people that are going to be out of work down there.
I wanted to ask you about the shitty logo.
There's a reason Mel left for the day. I'm thinking.
But you have a new
he was there
logo?
yesterday. He's going back tomorrow.
Yeah, yesterday he did the town hall meeting with everybody. And
he's waiting for the wolf.
What?
No, right?
Yeah, the wolf.
What,
the wolf to
the
kind of
wolf.
clean up all the blood and stuff, and he'll be back tomorrow.
The wolf will be here shortly. He's a businessman. Always has been. He's all business. He knows the deal.
You like the interview, Donnie?
I was really impressed. Opie, seriously. I think you guys did a great job.
Oh,
you asked the
you,
greatest questions.
Yeah.
You answered everything.
He's very.
I thought it was very helpful when I mentioned The most frustrating part.
Yes.
Because during a process, there's a lot of frightening parts. And I felt
Yes.
that really bringing it home.
What was the most? You wanted to know. The most.
If anybody out there could have seen what a douche I was holding my pen, he should have taken it and fucking stabbed me in the throat.
You probably wanted to.
I was holding the pen like a gentleman's about to ask a question.
Excuse me. A gentleman is asking a
Gentleman's question, if I may.
What was the most frustrating part?
No, I stressed the, because the most would have made me sound like an asshole.
What was the most?
What was the most frustrating? Implying that there were many. But what was the most? I even tapped my pen like this. That commands power.
Douche.
Mel, what was the most?
His next interview, you're the answer. What is the most frustrating part of the O&A interview? You know what? You get it? I'm so glad I walked out.
I wish I was 20 feet tall so I could just bite through you.
That was a good line if I would have delivered it.
It was
right.
good. It was good to see Mel in the short chair. He looked like a little kid.
And then fucking
that helped us actually.
But then Steve comes over.
He looked like the kid in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, like at the table on that date.
Steve comes over and basically takes the headphones off of Mel's head, and Mel grabbed them like, "Hey, you fucking fruit, get your hands off me!" Hey, Steve, why don't you tackle him and make the headphones fall off that way? I thought that I would help him.
Let's go to the phones. They're chomping. Darren, North Carolina.
Yeah, the whole time Mel was talking, all I could think about was little Jimmy's Mel Carmazzi bits.
Well, that wasn't a bad one. That was basically making fun of the person who screwed his name up. When I said Mel Carmazzi, because somebody that was in Congress, what he was doing, that didn't have his name right. And it's like, it's not a hard name to get.
Yeah.
Steve, what are you doing?
They're whispering about things that men of their ilk understand.
We're getting the audio out to XM's PR department.
It's racist.
Texas PR department.
Yeah, it was so funny. I really wanted to introduce Steve.
Hello, Mr. Karmazin. I had the chance outside, and I didn't do it in the stupid voice. So
you might know me from my band Foundry.
Hi, Mel. You'll know me for the next 3 weeks. You won't see me no more. No, it was just funny watching you pull the headphones off of him.
Because he was wearing one. Did you see how he put them on his head? He slapped
he almost
one of
ripped his ear off.
Yeah,
no, I didn't.
I'm sure he knew it was not right, and he was fixing it.
No,
but then you rushed in there and just kind of grabbed him off his head.
I fixed it for him.
Like it was a hat on
It was
fire.
courteous.
Could the Pest help us out? We're going to say some fine things about Mel Karmazin, and we need these tapes sent over immediately.
Oh, they'll edit them, make them sound horrible.
Nice things.
Horrid people
That's what
they are.
We should have claimed, they edit that crap. It's not true. Let's say hi to Jeremy in Cleveland. Jeremy.
Hey, boys, just wondering if your jaws are hurting from all the love fest.
All right. It was nice.
What are we supposed to do? Curse out? Hold on. Let's be realistic here for a second. What are we supposed to do? Curse out the CEO, the new CEO of the company we work for?
No,
answer
I'm
me.
not seeing you cuss them out, but, you guys did kind of back down.
But what? What did we back down on? What did we not address? We addressed everything. We taught what were we supposed to do? Get in his face? Give me an example.
You guys did this Ron and Fez talk pretty quickly. You moved on quick from that.
We what?
We mentioned Ron and Fez. said they're a very talented show.
Hey,
What the fuck
fucko!
are you talking
Hey,
about?
fucko! We didn't have to mention Ron and Fez. It was never going to come up, you fucking asshole.
Fuck Ron and Fez in their fuckholes.
You're such a...
Sorry, guys. I wasn't trying to,
Jeremy, go fuck yourself.
Now you're nitpicking that we
purposely made sure we brought up Ron and Fez, you idiot. That wasn't going to come up in this discussion.
And
go
then
fuck yourself.
Mel said, who's on the channel? Opie and Anthony, and who else? Ron and Fez. And then Oak was in a really talented show. He goes, yeah, I had good feedback on them. And then Mel said, all right, well, who else? Like he's looking to know what the channel content
I went back to
is.
Ron and Fez again.
That guy's a dick.
Jeremy.
Let's
was
go
his
to
name
Bill.
Jeremy, that guy?
Yeah, Bill in West Virginia.
Fool.
Bill.
How you doing? I can't believe, Jimmy, you are the greatest.
Thank you.
When Steve came in and said he was cutting up sound bits for XM's PR department, and you called him racist.
Yeah, I just don't think that Sirius XM should move on in that direction with breaking departments down by race. Same joke twice. Good. That's my gift.
Let's go to
Charlie Rose, a nice guy. I'm Ted, the bad question asker.
Ted.
Mel, do you have a satellite radio that you like to hold? Oh, was I a nervous Nelly? Ted, the bad question asker. I'm a fool. Is Charlie Rose taller than me? God almighty. Was it chilly in his studio? Comment. God, am I awful.
Brian in Philly.
What's up, boys?
Hey, Brian.
Not buying that whole bit. At the end of 60 days, I think you're hearing, you're fired.
Absolutely not. He never would have showed up. Mel, the way it worked was we heard Mel's coming in. And we kind of bothered he didn't go through Roland, but we figured, all right, look, Mel wants to come in.
Do you want Mel Karmazin? Mel Karmazin.
But the thing was, it was like, that was a great thing. I mean...
show of good faith is what that
it
is.
was
In the
cool. He didn't have
business
to come
world,
in.
it's a show of good faith.
He came in and sat for 45 minutes. He didn't need to do that.
No.
So, no, we're not getting fired, dude. And I never thought we would. Why would you throw off a show? Especially when I always raise the tough questions.
Oh, you were great,
Mr. Mel.
Yeah, I really...
Most frustrated. The most frustrating.
Someone should have put a fucking fish hook in me and caught a bass with it. Fucking worrying nothing.
Mel Fabersham.
It could have been worse. We could have had Rich Voss in here. Now, Rich.
Oh, that would have been so bad.
What would you make believe Don Wickland is the great Mel Karmazin? I'm calling him the great Mel Karmazin now. And make sure you get that tape off to Mel immediately. Now, Rich, what would you say to Mel Karmazin? You got a chance to make an impression. What would it be? Go ahead.
Well, in the future, could you see Opie and Anthony and Howard on the same channel, one in the morning and one in the afternoon?
Let's see one of them watch 12 hours apart.
Thank you,
Dan.
That's a good question.
It's called an AM/PM joke, Rich.
Actually, that was a good question. I can't falter for that. Maybe we should ask that. Who knows?
No,
I think he sort of explained it, but basically, there's nothing in it for him or the new company to just throw us on Sirius. But if you throw us on Sirius and make them pay to hear us, then you're getting more revenue into the new company.
And here's the next question.
And the same with, their programming over here. Just throwing it on XM is not going to really help.
Well, what I don't understand, and maybe I got this wrong, I thought throughout the last couple of years, XM had more subscribers than Sirius.
They did.
They did. Then how, with more subscribers, would Sirius be able to take over XM?
Well, it has something to do with debt restructuring as to why it worked that way, and Mel was probably the stronger CEO. Not to knock the other ones, but I mean, come on, he's Mel.
It's a debt thing.
And it's a debt thing, but it's also, Sirius caught up. Them adding Howard was really, it was a smart move.
They never caught up.
No, but I mean, compared, XM didn't continue to beat them by as much as they were.
They were closing the gap big time.
Yeah, that's actually said closing the gap.
Did Mel have to do paperwork? I'm assuming Master Poe made him do paperwork. Yes.
Sit down.
Yes.
Let's say hi to Kevin in Houston,
Mel,
Texas.
I have to search your bag.
Kevin?
Yeah, hey, what's up, guys?
Hey,
what's up?
Hey, great show today, really. I got to tell you, I really respect Mel Karmazin now for coming on the show, but I got to tell you, these fucking listeners out there that bash you guys for, not asking the tough questions, shut the fuck up. Quit listening if you don't like it.
It's amazing.
It's so goddamn irritating.
They're not fans at that point. They're not fans at.
Fuck up, people.
Sorry.
It's like, what question should they have asked?
They're
It's
not.
like,
But let me just jump in. They're not fans at that point. They're haters. There's a lot of haters that are disguising themselves as fans, and the show's not going to change. This is what it has become, and if you don't like it anymore, if the show's passed you by, then go somewhere else. You're not a fan anymore. You're a hater. And you should get a bloody tampon thrown at your head.
Absolutely. Like, for instance.
Why should I have a treat?
That's right. Copper candy, as I call it.
Love it.
They
It's
disguise
like a Jolly Rancher.
But they disguise
penny
themselves.
flavor.
They disguise themselves as
Jim's
fans.
joke.
But
they're not fans anymore.
The important thing here.
They might have been.
We have a redheaded woman out here who, sir, I take it you're with her.
Yellow.
She's lovely.
Yeah?
Are you a married couple or a dating couple?
Married man, Mr. Grady?
You married man, are you?
There's no mic out there. Can we?
Why would,
Oh, he is, but
Can we see your
not
fart
to
box?
her.
Is Steve out there?
Why's the guy waving off like it's a fucking aircraft carrier?
What's your name, miss?
Megan.
Hi, Megan. Why no fellow with you? I'm not hitting on you.
Hey, it's
I'm
Megan.
sure you aren't.
Megan's Irish. Go
Where
on,
you
channel.
from, Megan?
Philadelphia.
Welcome from Philly.
Going on.
It's called Philadelphia.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
Today
What?
is Whip 'em Out
Philadelphia, that's
Wednesday.
I know this.
Well,
I almost did it on.
Why don't you just to kind of look? We had a very big meeting. We thought it went well.
We need to relax.
We need to relax a little bit.
Oh my god.
We need to get the queer out of our systems because we've behaved like a bunch of queers since 7 o'clock this morning. So, do you think eating healthy is going to extend your life?
All right.
We did it. We did the fucking View today, basically.
Yeah, just show us your feeders. Let's go.
Ma'am, can we see your bosoms? Oh, come on. The boy is clapping.
In my bra. I'm not taking my bra off.
You don't have to take it off. Just flash real quick. No one's going to shoot the pictures of it.
You can see him in my bra.
Okay, can we see that?
All right, listen. No, here's the deal.
Still got nice.
No, if you don't show the boobs, then everyone has to leave.
Oh, wow.
A little pressure.
You're
I'm
using
sorry.
that peer pressure
A
thing.
little peer pressure
What kind of
thing.
panties? You have a thong?
No.
What do you have? Do you have big awful ones?
Free
No,
balling?
hipsters.
Boy shorts?
No.
What are hipsters? You
I
have two
don't-
skateboarders around your vagina?
Hipsters.
I'm good.
Swim walk.
As I'm talking to her, I'm pinching my dick shaft.
Wow.
And I wonder why I'm unpopular with the ladies.
Has nothing to do with your looks.
boy.
What's that, Rich?
Has nothing
I
to do-
heard you.
Is that her boyfriend or husband?
Neither.
Just my friend.
We already got through that.
How old a gal are you?
I'm married, but not to her. We're just friends.
Okay.
Oh,
You have a
wow.
boyfriend, Megan?
Okay.
Are you guys
What's
friends
that?
with benefits?
Yeah.
No.
You have a
No.
fella?
Pardon?
Do you have a
You
fella?
don't do none of that fucking. Because
Do I have
sometimes
a boyfriend? No, I don't.
How old are you?
Pardon?
How old
I'll
are
be
you?
26 on the 25th.
Why don't you have a boyfriend? You're kind of
26.
attractive.
I don't know. Just hasn't.
You seem like
I
a
don't know.
nice
Right
girl.
now, I don't have one.
Were you ever
Hangs out
married?
with me too much.
Well, are you in love? Oh, you have a wife. You're not in love. How many tattoos you got, Megan?
I have this one and I have one on my back.
What do you have on your form? Let's hear.
Tramp stamp. You got tramp stamp?
Yes, a tramp stamp.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that. I heard that a couple of years ago. It was amazing.
Can we take a look at the clam?
The clam.
She's sleeping.
What is that on your form?
They're carpenter nails, a crucifix, Jesus Christ.
Maybe
Jesus
that's why you don't have a
Christ.
boyfriend.
That's
it's,
right.
It's hard to think that
that?
a girl's going to put out when she has the Lord on her arm.
Yeah. And we just found out they use mason nails. They didn't use carpenter nails.
Whatever.
Hold on.
It's the 21st century.
Wow.
No, normally specific carpentry jokes are very good.
Especially when it comes down to the nails. That's a very funny thing, the nail.
Mason nails are great. You can nail them to brick.
Can you? How do you know? Is that how you put your hats on?
Let's go back to the phone. Carolyn, Texas, what's up?
Hey guys, are you feeling better this morning now?
Yeah, I didn't sleep well last night because I was just thinking about this big interview with Mel Karmazin. First time we saw him in 6 years.
Are your nipples big or small?
We're not going to get anything out of her, Jimmy.
My nipples? I don't know.
Do you shave
Normal?
everything?
No.
What, her
Leave a
nipples?
little?
Landing strip. That's what you call it, right?
Is that it? Looks
This is
like
so
a
personal.
looks like a fiery runway.
What did I get myself into?
You came up here.
I did. I know.
We're just trying to be normal because we had a very tense day.
Yeah.
Hope he snapped at Rich. Poor Rich was very hurt.
Jimmy's
apologize.
very
I
fucking
don't
horned
bring it
up.
No, listen.
Rich, right now, see, this is why he couldn't be in studio when Mel was here. Because the way he wears his headphones, he has one on his ear, like I do.
Oh God.
But I have them both on the top of my head. Voss is wearing them like crookedly, like there's like a 6-inch gap between the head and where the top of the band should be.
Well, I get an earache when I put it on
I don't
this
care
one.
why you do it.
Our audience gets an earache whenever you talk.
It's the way. Look at me, Rich. I can't wear them either, but look at how I keep mine fitted to my
See?
head.
Oh, like that?
Yeah.
Because it falls
He
off me.
puts it on his neck.
You just don't know what you're
You
doing.
have a bigger back head than me.
Yeah, it's where the brains are.
That's true. Wasn't a fucking Doberman pincher head. Little teeny walnut-sized brain. Hey, Stegosaurus brain.
Let's go to Dave in Tennessee. Dave.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I just wanted to say, first of all, that was a great interview, and thank you that all three of you have houses to pay for now.
Yeah, right.
Why, you were scared we were going to say something dumb?
I think the Opie of a few years ago might have handled that a little bit differently. But
Well, Logan gave me the speech yesterday. He goes, I want to make this perfectly clear. Beat Greg Hughes tomorrow, not Opie. I'm like, I'm the same person. What are you talking about?
But I felt that I got to the bottom of the issue.
You sure did, Jimmy.
Mel, did you find the elevator ride satisfactory? Ted, what floor is your office on? God, was I just worthless noise? Worthless questions.
Let's go to Joe in Glendale. Joe.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey.
First of all, I want to give kudos to Opie for just
just blasting out, "Are you here to give us our pink slips?" I think that broke a lot of the ice.
Yep. He meant pink socks.
Yes. Well, he gave us the pink sock back in the day, that's for sure.
The question I have is, in a perfect world, if you had your druthers, would you rather still stay on in mornings, move, or you like to do anything for the company, or are you going to be pretty steadfast?
Well,
you know, now we're going into what, you know, contract negotiation.
No, I know. I am. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm so ready to go back to afternoons. I'm so ready.
Here's why I like mornings.
We could continue in mornings. I'm not saying that's what we're going to do. But my God, what a life we had in afternoons. What a life we had.
I like mornings, believe it or not, and I'll tell you why. Because even though it fucks my nightlife up, I live like a human being, and I like the replays we get. If we go into afternoons, we lose a lot of the replays.
You like the life you lead?
Meaning, after this, I got to go to my lawyer's thing and close on the storage unit. All this shit I do, like real life living that I had to do, bank stuff, and just these little things that you do.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm working that, I'm up until 7 in the morning. I'm getting up at 2 and coming in at 3.
But you could do that up until 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's not what I do, though.
Wait, you need a lawyer to get a storage unit?
All right.
The fact that
Oh, God, here he goes.
This is what I like. Is
He's
that
off
Rich will
again.
always find the important part of the story. You know.
Yes.
Two Jews walk into a bar, they own it. Isn't one of them sober?
But no, I'm serious. Why would you need a lawyer
I know
to get a
you
storage unit?
Did they have Pilsner glasses? Or were they the regular water glass for the beer?
Yes. See, you guys exaggerate.
How old is St. Pauli girl?
That's a good question.
Is it a good question?
I'm Ted the Rich Voss.
Yes. I'm Ted the rabbit-toothed Jew.
That's right.
I chew Nicorette gum and blow bubbles.
All right, let's continue here.
I'm as dumb as a bag of me.
Let's go to Charlie and Philly.
141 IQ.
What's that?
Yeah, I know.
141.
We went
You
over
don't
that.
have a 141 IQ.
We all saw the
You
rock
don't.
animation. You don't have a 140.
You don't.
We do 141.
Shut
You know
up.
what IQ
Shut
stood
up.
for?
We'll do it again.
Shut
I'll
up.
do
Yeah,
it.
we will do it again. Charlie and Philly, what's up?
What's up, Bubba Boys?
Hey.
Hey, Rich, how are you?
What's going on?
That is funny, Charlie.
Virgil went through. Does this mean we can have, you guys are going to have Florence Brewer back in studio? Man, they were some of the greatest shows.
Yeah, I think we'll be able to do a lot of crossover stuff to help promote, because we'll want to promote our stuff on Sirius. We'll want to promote Jimmy's stuff over here, of course. It makes sense.
I think that's an obvious thing to do. But I'll tell you right now about Jim Brewer. There's a space. There's a space waiting for him at our fucking comedy show Saturday, man. How great would that be if fucking Brewer hit the stage for 15 minutes to say hi to some old pals?
God.
Is Brewer
That'd be awesome.
Is Brewer working today? I think our fans should really put the pressure on him. How great would that be?
And Brewer would kill. We love Brewer.
Because there was times we were going to do some things with Brewer over the last year or two, but it was uncomfortable because of the two different companies. But now there's no excuse. There is a spot waiting for him on Saturday if he wants it, in front of 8,000 to 10,000 people in his hometown.
I want to do the Coriolis Brewer show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to go in studio and do that show.
We used to do it a lot, Bonnie and I. It was fun.
I never
Yeah, you fucking traitor.
No, I'm not a traitor.
I'm glad that's coming out finally. Traitor.
I fucking called for permission.
Well, yeah, but that was just me being nice. We figured you would do the right thing in the end.
I've done the right thing for years. Man, I told Mankind to go fuck himself.
Oh, woo.
I turned down other people. We'll talk about it. I've turned down a lot.
Yeah,
who else?
Who?
You know what? Don't worry.
Martha Stewart.
All I know is...
Martha.
The sports guys.
You know, all I know is I'm a loyal guy. That's all I know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you need a lawyer to get storage bin?
Because, believe me, it makes me sick to my stomach. It's because it's considered deeded property here in New York.
Deeded property.
Oh.
So you need a Jew lawyer to get in there and negotiate your deal for you.
I didn't see you talking about the Jews when Mel was in like that.
What?
You're right, Voss.
There are. They're just lawyers.
They're the only lawyers?
Yeah, for the most part, only
The best
good ones.
You want an
don't get
Irish
a-
lawyer?
Yeah, you don't want that.
Next time you say you're good Jew lawyer.
It goes hand in hand with
Really?
just saying a Jew. Why does that sound derogatory?
Well, are you
a
serious?
a Jewish lawyer.
No, but you say go get your Jew lawyer. That doesn't sound.
It's a compliment.
It's hard to
They
say.
make great lawyers.
No,
It's like also
go
get my
your-
Jew doctor.
Go get your Jew lawyer. Would you say that about a black person.
No, they're
you
not
know,
Jewish unless it was Sammy.
No.
Go get your Jew one-eyed entertainer.
My African American.
Oh, now it's African American. You know, it's a negative
black.
thing.
The guy's the thing on the top of your head again. You look ridiculous.
Oh my God! Why can't you Jewish people understand that it's a compliment? It's a compliment to your intellect, your drive as a people.
No, it's
to
a compliment
get
if you say
up to lawyer or doctor or something like that is amazing accomplishment.
If you say most good lawyers are Jewish, compliment. You say,
Jew lawyer.
If you say go get your Jew lawyer,
Go get your Jew lawyer on me.
It's go get your shine box. Was that a compliment?
I didn't say no.
Huh?
It's a compliment.
All right.
If I said go get my Italian lawyer, what's wrong with that?
Because Guinea lawyer is the equivalent of what you're saying.
No, people say a Jew. They don't say, oh, this guy is a Jew. They don't say that's not a bad word. Is that a bad word as far as Jewish people go?
It's not
to use the word Jew.
You say that because it scares the person. I'm getting my Jew lawyer because you're thinking, oh boy,
It's scary
Jews,
because
the
then
Jews know what they're doing when it comes to lawyering.
Right.
By the way, it's like being at an Aryan Brotherhood dinner. It's like
You've never been to my house, then, and see what a real one looks like.
I got to go backwards because I don't feel like getting the phone call later. Rich, I was kidding about your loyalty. You're loyal to the show because later on.
Oh, he's going to call and I really did turn a lot
I just want to mention that I turned down this show and this show and this show, and because
Me
of
and
that,
Bonnie were going to go on. Even the baby's turning things down for loyalty.
Rich is one of those guys. You get 2 voicemails. And you're like, 2 people wanted to talk to me today. And then you realize that he had more to say, so he actually fucking called back.
And another thing, just so I can make my point.
We all know you're loyal to the show, Rich.
The
We're just
baby
making
turns 1
jokes.
tomorrow. 1 year old tomorrow.
Wow, it's been a year already?
Yep.
Jesus.
Kid's beautiful, man.
Thank you.
No joke.
It's creepy.
Hey, did the kid like the little rabbit we got her?
Unbelievable. How much?
It was for somebody else.
A
but we
rabbit?
figured- Little stuffed, very soft blue
Boiling in a
rabbit.
pot like the fucking...
No, I had a different kind of rabbit.
What movie was that?
Oh, in fucking Fatal Attraction.
Yeah.
Rich, by the way, that was meant for somebody else, but
I know.
yeah, okay.
It doesn't matter.
But
The baby doesn't
the
know.
baby's now like 3, so we're like, might as well get rid of this rabbit finally. So.
We're going to wait till tomorrow to give it to her for her birthday, so it's really...
What is it, a re-gift?
That's what I'm saying. We bought it for somebody else.
Gift.
Oh.
It was just laying around the apartment, and Rich saw the joint.
Unbelievable for such a small place. How
Hey,
nice
does
it is.
anybody know I have to go down to Vesey Street?
What?
I'm
I
driving
can't-
that way.
Will you drop me off?
Yeah, I'm driving downtown. I got to find Watt Street. I got to go do
I don't
some
know what
TV
street.
stuff.
What street?
I don't know. I have to go to Broadway, on the bottom of Broadway.
I'm going to the bottom of 6th Avenue. Let me see your ass.
Oh, God. Why didn't you rip one like that when Mel was in?
Because
we were all
Megan, I didn't make you uncomfortable, did I? I really was kidding.
No, he wasn't.
You sure?
Watson Grant Street.
Where is she? Can we see her
Could you
clump?
come here?
Let's
We'll
see
be
her
nice here.
clump.
Yeah, come in.
Yeah, I'll give you a ride down.
No,
Give us a clump shot.
No,
Clump.
Why? Who is this girl?
I don't know. She's
Why all the
All
time
right,
on
she's
this
wearing
girl?
a little
I love her. She's beautiful.
denim skirt.
Wow, wait,
Little,
hi. I'm Jim Norton.
Nice brown top that
Louie, I love it.
accentuates
really?
blah, 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 blah. And
How about
she's wearing
how about you show Jimmy the
her
boobs?
red hair pulled back, sunglasses on her head.
What do you do
or
for a living? School
nothing
teacher.
really.
You don't work?
Nothing? You're a bum.
I work over.
We have a word for that, Jules. It's called a bum.
Overnight security. What do you do? Like, for what? What kind
Kidding.
of place?
Just a building. Something
Security.
important.
Do you wear, like, security guard outfit?
I wear something like this. It really doesn't matter.
Did you just get out of rehab?
How
or
much
something?
pot do you smoke?
Oh.
Yeah, you like your weed, don't you? I could tell.
Will not confirm or deny. I don't know.
I know what them weed eyes look like.
Not in a while, but yeah.
Yeah?
From like 13 to 24, I smoked a lot of pot.
A lot of pot.
Oh yeah, like an ounce every 2 days.
That's why you ended up doing security, right? From all the pot smoking.
Is that your natural hair color?
That's funny.
Yeah, that's
Oh, it
my
is.
hair.
You're very Irish, right?
Yeah, half.
Half?
what?
What's the other half? Irish? That's funny.
Half Irish, the other half's English, German, and Welsh.
Oh, okay. Welsh is pretty much Irish.
So, so why the religious tattoo?
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. I like God. He's cool.
You do?
He doesn't
He can have
like
a part
you?
of my body.
No. Look at he is good
Our
looking.
God is an awesome God.
Oh my God, no.
Yes. No?
play that
You want to
again
shut your eyes and wave your hands in the
No,
air
not like that.
80,000
Not a
people at a
Bible
stadium and
No.
What are hip
And
hugger
lunatics.
panties? You can just tell me. You don't have to show me. What are they?
They're the ones that
They
ride
just
low.
sit, like on your hips. They're not like boy underwear, but they sit across your hips. They're
Yeah,
not
you better
like,
show them.
They ride low.
No.
They ride a little low.
I can't.
What brought you in today?
My friend Brian.
You don't listen to this radio program.
Actually, I did for a long time, but I don't have a car. So I
No, do you need
don't-
a ride somewhere? Like if you're gonna come over, would you have to take the train to New York to see me?
Absolutely.
Where do you live?
I live in Philadelphia.
Oh yes.
It's called Philadelphia.
We said that already.
My friend says
That. Yeah, I've been in 3 states today, and it's only
Really?
11.
Why? Are you just kinda
Intoxication.
chillaxing?
Yeah, just I haven't seen Brian in a while, and he was
That's
like, "What's
chilling
up?"
and relaxing. My
She was
friend
in
says
3
that.
states.
No,
and she went from PA through Jersey to get to New York.
I know, it's amazing.
What a world traveler.
No kidding.
You got a Jew lawyer?
No, I don't have any lawyer.
I was complimenting, Rich.
I know. I can tell.
Do you like? Do you
robo-tripping again?
you ever spank
No.
a guy?
Have I ever spanked a guy?
Yeah. Or you prefer to be the spanky?
I prefer to be the spanky.
Good girl. Good girl. How tall are you without your shoes?
5'8".
Wow, you're taller than me.
Wow.
I hope that's not going to hurt things.
What's
I hope
that?
that's not going to hurt things. I hope that's not going to hurt things. I hope, I hope you don't
for the
mind
future,
a little
right.
hair pulling, maybe. Nothing too crazy. I mean, I'm respectful.
Yeah, you
Do you
know,
wearing
it's
heels or
fine.
anything? I can't see.
I was wearing.
But
heels.
you're that tall, like on flats?
This is me without shoes.
Holy fuck.
Is it a turn off? I like to spank, but I keep my arms stiff, so I look like a retard spanking. I don't bend my elbow when I spank, and I hit you with the palm in the spine.
Wow. I'm just picturing that.
Yeah, it's very sexy. And
No.
I spank you for like non-sexual reasons. I spank you for things like I spank you for dirtying your diapers.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
I say that stuff.
Wow, wow, wow. Whew, what a day.
Got any brothers and sisters, Megan?
Yes.
How old are they?
Old.
Really?
I'm the baby.
Oh, your parents kind of took some time off and then...
You know it, 17 years.
Get out of here.
So you really were probably like not intended.
Yeah,
No, yeah, I was an accident.
Wow, you were someone
the
just
pot smoking.
someone couldn't backstroke fast enough. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I was, no, I was a surprise. I like that better.
Surprise.
See a lot of freckles all over? I think that's very sexy.
Not terribly.
No?
Not annoyingly so.
Can I see
Just
your tramp
enough.
stamp? Can I see that tattoo?
Sure.
Thank you. Would you cut a gas on me? That's kind of nice. What's it mean? It's like a green...
It's a tribal, but it spells Irish if you look at it.
Oh, it does. It
Oh,
says
all right.
Irish.
Have you ever had a lesbian experience?
No.
Never?
No, I'm strictly dickly.
Strictly Dickly.
Calm down. It sounds too black.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Strictly Dickly?
Yeah,
That's
that's
black?
not-
That
it is.
doesn't sound black.
No, it
Strictly
doesn't.
Dick- Yeah, that's what. That's
No.
White girls don't say that.
Yes,
I'm
they
telling you.
do.
No, they don't.
I've been hearing that for years. I've
You've
never
been
heard
saying that for years.
Wow, 10:51, and Rich finally fucking hits one. Good one.
Yeah, you always just sit on my lap and you're probably fighting, right?
What's that?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I didn't say nothing.
All I heard was sitting on your lap.
No, why? That'd be weird, right?
For me.
Oh, what?
Oh, you think it wouldn't be weird for me?
No, I think
Holding
you
your hips
welcome it
and
enjoy it.
dog humping?
Why don't you just take a seat on his lap? You could feel that fucking
I don't have an
pulsating hog.
Oh, not yet.
No, I won't.
Might pulse a little. Might just go dunk, dunk.
No, I
Might
won't.
jab you a little.
Little twitch.
Oh,
A little
yeah.
twitch.
No, thank you.
You sure you don't want to for a second?
It'll feel like having a muscle spasm
For a
in your
second.
anus.
We'll have our picture taken.
Well, okay.
You have a camera?
No.
All right, so who's got a
That's
camera?
so lame. Bait and switch. Gotta love it.
No, someone's got a camera. E-Rock's got one. Why would E-Rock know what we're doing?
E-Rock's
He's walking around with his tits
an
under his
idiot.
shirt.
Fuck.
Just a titted idiot. You need a face of me, too.
Oh,
Where's the camera?
Jesus Christ.
Megan wants a picture. All right, come here. I'm not going to do
There
it.
you go. Sit on Jimmy's lap. Jimmy's,
I'm
I'm gonna come. Yeah, there he is. All right.
Do you want one without the headphones here?
Oh, sure.
All right.
Anything to
Take
get
that
another
one.
10 seconds.
Another one.
Of course.
There you go. Oh, that's a sweet picture.
Okay, thanks.
That's nice. Now lose
All
the
right.
shirt.
Do you want one without the clear stuff? Nothing. All right. No, I wouldn't have her sit on me with an erection. It's too fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Plus, I couldn't get one.
Why?
I wish I had a Cialis. She would have been very impressed. Ooh, someone's a big boy.
What's a Cialis?
Oh,
Cialis
boy.
is a pill I take.
Don't tell her. Tell him you'll really seem like a hero.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. I don't take
What would
Cialis.
happen if a woman took Viagra?
Her pussy would probably gets a little bit swollen, it does actually help, for real. It helps.
Really?
Yeah, it swells your pussy up a little bit. Sexy.
Wow.
You grow balls and your clit turns into a cock.
Absolutely. Yes.
Hysterical.
Why do you
And then Jim likes you more.
now, not to be too personal, but would you be self-conscious if your vagina swelled up from a Viagra, or is it like already really swollen?
I think it's perfect just the way it is. No complaints.
Is your hair red down there?
Way to ask, 5-year-old. Is your hair red down
Your
there?
hair red down there.
I hear that so much.
Of course you do. I would never ask. I would just say it's not brown or blonde, is it?
Hey, there's a rug match to curtains.
Shut the fuck up.
So lame.
I think she's a little
It is
attractive to me,
lame.
though. I
I know
a
it
little
is.
bit. A little
But
bit,
for-
right? Not a lot, but a little bit.
I don't know.
Is it my like one long eyebrow or the fact I blink a lot?
Ah, dude, she's showing no interest.
None whatsoever.
Why no interest in Jimmy?
I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong.
I've never seen a girl not
Yeah, I am a little
actually
shy.
be
It's not
attracted
because
to you,
I'm
Jimmy.
not shy. I'm very
Hey, hold your hand.
outspoken.
I'll be right back. Come here. I'm not going to attack you. Come here. I'm
I've never seen a girl so not attracted to Jimmy.
No, she's a little attracted to me. Right now, holding her hand
Girls
is
love
nice
Jim.
because it's kind of stiff and not bending around
Yeah.
mine, which means I'm basically assaulting her hand right now.
Yeah,
No, it's
yeah.
okay.
She's not comfortable around you.
Well,
Terrible.
she's nervous because she's on the radio and she feels
Oh,
like a little
radio.
bit
I thought you were going to say because she's on the and I heard.
on the rag. No,
Yeah.
why would she be nervous? She'd just be cranky.
Okay.
And I would have no. I would like a
Let's see.
Jamaican. I wouldn't let her prepare my meals.
Oh my god.
That's what Jamaicans do. Sleep on the floor and you cannot prepare my meals.
Have you guys ever heard? It's the worst thing. My nephew. Oh God, he would.
How old is he?
He's 16. He's unbelievable, but he's a little bit. I don't know, prejudice,
Gay? Oh,
whatever.
okay.
But anyway, he makes me laugh so hard. He calls black people Mississippi wind chimes.
What's his name? Anthony.
Holy shit!
Wow.
Jesus.
We just had Mel Karmazin in here.
That is.
The fuck?
What's he called?
Mississippi wind chimes.
All right, we caught it the first time.
Yeah,
Jesus
thank you.
H.
I've actually
Christ.
never heard that.
Never heard that either.
But I do like
You
the
love
fact
it, though,
This
right?
pothead does not work for the Opie and Anthony show.
I like the fact that creepy Megan, and she's a little creepy. I like that. She's
I'm not
kind of.
creepy.
I am.
She has cute lips for a girl with freckles, because usually girls with freckles have those little skinny lips, but you have nice full lips.
You're not helping.
I'm complimenting
Are you
her.
red down there? Normally, girls who look like you have thin horse lips, but you look terrific. Way to smooth the path, Rich. That's great.
I'm complimenting her.
No, you really
Thank
are.
you.
You make a girl feel like $1 million. So I just want to see. Can I see the side of the panties? You don't have to show me anything dirty, but just like the top hip parts. I really don't know what you mean.
All right.
I'll show you my back. Who cares?
I don't want to see your
All right, I know you
boxes.
don't, but I was just offering.
Oh, but she likes you.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
They're like, I don't know. They're what they are. Stop looking at the front. You.
What? Panties? It's like
Stop looking at the front.
I can't look at your the front. What's wrong with the front of your underwear? It's not dirty. It's underwear.
No.
Why?
I don't know.
It's not. They're not. They're
It's a precious
Girls are
area.
so fucking weird,
they're
man.
fire engine red too. They're not. It's not like
It's just
they're.
weird.
They're not. Can I see the front of your underwear?
If a room
They're
full of
underwear.
fucking girls had a guy in there and asked you, Danny, in particular, say, "Hey, could you fucking let me see your underwear?" You'd whip down the fucking underwear.
He'd do that if it was a room
fuck,
full
this, fuck this beating around the bush shit. Here's my cock.
I do it when it's a room full of interns.
It's true. He'd do that if it was a room full of kids.
You'd say,
I'm not prude.
You would say,
It's
fuck
just
the underwear. Here's
I
my
had no
cock
idea
hole.
that I would be pulling my skirt up today, and it's not like
No, I just want to see.
perfectly.
I don't care. I'm not going to tease you. I just want to see.
We
what
want to show you how this works. Ask to see something on Jimmy and watch how easy this is.
Okay,
Watch how easy this is.
I know how easy it is.
But I don't-
But this is
Yeah.
how guys and girls think differently. Ask Jimmy, even if you don't want to, just say, Jimmy, let me see blank.
Jimmy, let me see your ass.
No, I'm not a slut.
Look how easy this is.
Look,
Why
there he
can't
goes.
we do this back? It doesn't-
Jimmy's hairless young boy ass.
Showing somebody's your ass and getting touched is totally different.
Yeah, see, look,
Let me
there's
see.
his ass. Oh, she's
Wow,
laughing.
it's relatively not hairy.
Not hair at
Yeah.
all. There's no hair on there. Put your finger in there too if you want.
No, that's okay.
clean as a whistle. We all know.
Yeah, put 3 in there if you want, just to show me who's boss. It'll be you.
3 in the shitter.
So can I see the front of your panties? I'm not going to touch you. It's underwear. If they were transparent, I could almost understand you going no because you could see something. But they're actually just regular.
Let me make sure I'm
That's
okay
true.
with
Okay.
that.
Right.
You guys are like
You don't have anything like salmon at leg lock or nothing like
yeah,
that.
you can-
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I got
You're
it.
fine.
You can lift it up.
I'm with it.
Let me see.
There.
See?
See,
What
look
is
at that.
wrong
There's
with that?
no
They're kinda
problem
cute.
there.
Like everybody saw my
They're
ass.
underwear. But we didn't see your ass. That's not fair. Can we see your ass? With the panties on.
There you go.
fantastic.
See? Jimmy's digging it.
What a sexy girl.
There was a pubic hair sticking out, though.
I don't care. I'll go in there and nip it off. She's a very sexy girl.
One curly.
Thank you.
Popped
You like
out.
being spanked?
And I'm drunk.
Oh,
All right,
nice.
Let Jimmy spank you.
I'm not drunk.
Let's turn the lights down.
When we need that Jaeger machine back, don't we?
I know. When's the so you don't have a boyfriend. When's the last time that you, had sex with somebody?
March.
May, June, July.
5 months. Almost 5 months. How do I say this?
You must be chomping at the
Now, you gotta say it sexy, yo. You must have a lot of cream up there ready to come out.
I take care of myself.
That's how you say it to a girl. You must be wet and creamy. Creamy, by the way. There's no way to say that and not sound like a fucking scumbag. I just want to lick your creamy asshole. Next.
Creamy.
Where does all
Creamy
that
asshole.
Well,
Now that's terrible. That
creamy,
is disgusting.
No, it's really
Where does all that
disgusting.
pussy juice go?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm just looking at the fucking tint of green suit that Poe is wearing with the black.
Yeah.
Jesus, Poe, that's fucking.
Oh, Poe is now shaking his head.
Oh my God.
He got it out. He got it on the discount rack.
I got that from the Frank
That's
Nitti
a-
sale.
That's a discount rack.
Funny.
That's funny.
Get Poe in here. That's a discount rack
You're
suit
dressed
if
for
I've ever
fucking-
seen one.
You're dressed for New Year's Eve at the Tropicana. I know. Look at
Hello.
Who's at the Copacabana this week?
My horse and carriage is for hire, senora.
What did you say to Mel?
For just as long as you desire, senorita. Ricky.
You're not leaving, are you, Megan?
Hey guys,
What did you say,
Poe.
what did you say to Mel Karmazin?
Hold on, let me point out, pardon my interruption,
that's quite all right.
why he should be killed.
Okay.
Because I say, do you want to sit? And I point to my lap, and fucking Mr. Helpful goes and grabs a chair.
Gets a chair for her, thus
I'll sit
cock
on your lap
blocking you.
before I leave again.
Now, if she said, hey, Jim, do you want a blowjob, what would you have done? Grab me a fan?
Poe, what did you say to Mel Karmazin?
Good morning, Mr. Karmazin. Welcome to XM.
But it's Sirius XM.
Yes, I know. Sirius XM.
And what
Yeah.
did he say to you?
He said, good morning.
Did he say, who are you?
Yes.
And what did you do?
I said, Poe.
Uh-oh. He's going to look for that fucking paperwork.
Well, he said, who are you? Did you say, like, do you mean here or in the grand scheme of things? one is security and one is a nobody.
Oh, what is Mr.
What does Duffy got going on?
Duffy
His problem?
doing in here?
I was just going to mention that Master Poe had me do a Google image search of Mel Karmazin so that he'd know what he looked like.
I need a dossier.
Thank you very much.
Prepare me a
Pat.
dossier.
I appreciate that.
Who did Mel come in with? He came in with
Nobody, right?
Don Wicklund and him?
That was it.
Yeah, he just
came along.
strolls over by himself. He's kind of a loner.
5 Hour Energy.
Megan has nice feet, even though I'm not a foot guy.
There you go,
I don't have a foot fetish.
Part of the whole package, though. It's got to be.
Can I see your feet, the bottom of your feet?
The bottom?
Yeah, I know it's like a slave trade. I'm just looking.
Good energy drink, that 5
They're nice.
Hour Energy.
They're nice feet.
No jitters, no crash.
All right.
Lots of herbs and stuff, right, Travis? Yeah.
I don't want you to think I'm
Oh,
I'm
Poe.
just kidding.
Can we allow
Maybe
one?
vroom vroom.
That's really not. I'm just
Grab
being
that
silly.
truck.
Can we
Yes.
allow
I'm the
one
fuck
lucky
out.
listener to drink some 5 Hour Energy out of your fart box?
Fart box.
I hope he was trying to say, but tactfully.
Well,
Like
we got
we-
this sponsor, 5 Hour Energy. I'm
Yes.
thinking someone should drink one.
Out of your hiney.
I'll drink one, but not out of his ass.
Go through lights and stuff, Poe. I need that truck.
Jimmy, would you, I don't know, put like one end of the 5 Hour Energy in your butt cheeks and then pour it into somebody's mouth?
No. On most days, I would do that.
Yeah.
But the day Mel came in, I can't put beverages in my asshole. I have to, I had the girl on my lap. I figured we'll sexy it up a little. I made cumsies.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking put something in my asshole. That's what I say. I don't fuck. I'll turn you right on. It's easy. Fucking like that shit.
Jimmy would get that shit accomplished.
Yeah. I'll fucking say that while we're, do you like anal sex or no?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not a big fan. I've done it a few times. It's just, it's like a pussy without all that wetness and shit. 0 for 2 with the ass sex. Not your thing?
Not really.
You've done it a few times?
Hey, you want to hear a gay joke?
No.
Come on, it's funny.
All right, how
You'll
about,
like it.
okay.
The shit
How do
takes
you know
away
your
from the
roommate's
fun,
gay?
Jimmy.
How do you know your roommate's gay? He says that he's an executive producer. Let me see.
He has no improv skills.
He scrolls a lot. He keeps his clothes on the bed and he sleeps in the closet.
If you're in his way, he goes, "Get out of my way."
That's right.
Way, you use way twice like an
Yes,
idiot.
The pendulum swings like balls over his nose.
Pendulum is swinging back the other way.
How do you know your roommate's gay?
When you taste shit on his dick.
His dick.
Bah, no.
That's different. That's a different joke, though.
Yeah, because by sucking the guy's dick, like say I
No
pop the
shit,
guy's,
man.
say I
That's
pop a
what's
guy's
funny
cock in my
about
mouth, and I go like,
That joke is, how do you know that someone's been fucking someone, and then because their dick tastes like shit?
how do you know your father's been fucking your sister because his dick tastes like shit? Which one of us hasn't heard that joke?
I think it's a black joke, originally.
Oh my god!
But
Here he goes
that's
again.
what every joke is.
What kind of guys do you like? Do you like white guys, or have you gone black too?
Pardon?
Do you like black guys, white guys?
I'm a white guy, girl.
You like white guys? Do you a size preference?
What, as far as their height or their dick?
Their forearms. Do you want to fuck Popeye? No, they're dicks.
Girth is better than length.
Oh,
thank
like the
God.
old tuna can.
But, any size you can be lousy. That's the God's honest truth.
Can you have an orgasm going down on a guy?
If I'm touching myself.
I say, if you consistently can hit cervix, there's nowhere else to go. There's like, why do you need a fucking 12-inch cock if the second you hit cervix, you can't go further than that. You're not going to fuck her womb. So, it's a waste of dick.
That's true.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
If you
Cut
could
it
bottom out, all the, because guys that have giant dick, and I'm talking fucking 10 inches, shit like that.
Nice.
They're not shoving it all the way in. No chick could take that fucking much cock.
Yeah, obviously, you've never been with my wife.
Line of the day is sponsored by
Henny Youngman.
Carbonite.com.
Hold on, but you gonna take her someplace she's never been, like the kitchen? I hope you're killed.
You know, folks, I gotta tell you.
Carbonite backs up your computer hard drive so you never have to worry about losing any of your files. Check it out at Carbonite.com, promo code XM.
She did say she was gonna sit on my lap, and she has.
Yeah, will you sit on the lap for the line of the day stuff?
Before I left.
We're leaving now.
Yeah, we're leaving.
to
Get
come
on his
back.
lap.
Okay.
there.
I was respectful. I'm not gonna grope you. I actually can't do anything. Could you just cut a gasser?
Jimmy, you do get an A for effort, by the way.
Why?
Just trying to get something going. I know what you're doing. Trying to get something going for the show, and she didn't want to participate.
No, she's a nice girl.
You know you're doing the job when you're starting to feel some weird alien-like shit on the head of your dick because you're so far past, like... You ever get past pure vaginal wall and you start feeling something that could be antenna and fucking I don't know what it is. You feel it's like stuff that hangs out by the cervix.
You feel like you feel like you're in a Dr. Seuss book.
Yeah. It's like Horton Hears a Who is in there. It's like little
Horton dents an ovary.
Oh, your chick's got like a different feel up there by the cervix than you do the rest of the vag. So if you're really deep dicking, then you're gonna feel it on the head of your dick. You're gonna feel like weird stuff, and then the chick's gonna go like, oh. She's gonna make a noise like, oh. Fuck.
That's why
pounding into that thing like a pile driver.
That's why I went with Dr. Seuss. Unfamiliar shapes and angles.
Yeah.
and
It's kind
stuff.
of a weird little thing in there that's going on.
Looks like the inside of
fun stuff
of the Who house.
It's like a fucking. It's like a fun house in there. You don't know what the hell's coming around the corner.
Green eggs and clam.
Hey Don, when do you think you're going to be fired, Wicklund? Did you have fun today? Yeah. You think you're going to survive this merger there, Donnie boy?
No.
No.
And Don, how's your health?
What? Thanks for asking. It's great. Thanks.
No, I'm concerned. I heard some things. You taking care of yourself?
Yep.
What'd you hear?
Some things.
Okay.
You notice how much weight he lost?
He's always been in good shape, though.
You all right?
Oh, good. Thanks.
You're a little more comfortable than you thought you'd be, aren't you?
I'm fine.
I'm being nice, right?
Yeah, you are.
I don't have a rod. I'm not being creepy.
No.
See?
So glad the rest
One
of the
of
room
those is.
So glad the rest of the room is concerned with Don Wicklund's health. We just decided, fuck that.
All right.
Let's go back. Let's go back to
There's
the girl.
Wicklund's health, where there's the fucking hot redhead on the lap.
But she ain't gonna do anything.
I know
I'm
that.
bored with her at this
Oh,
point.
I like her. I think
I'm
you're
sure
wrong.
you're a nice woman. I'm not.
I think you're
I'm
wrong.
sure you're great.
She has a
but-
friend with her, a guy friend who she's good buddies with, and she doesn't want to come off like a dirty girl. So she can't just go showing her vagina and ass. I'm sure.
Thank you, Dan, for the visual. It works. All right, here's a runner-up line of the day.
No, it doesn't. It's
Yes, it does.
Strictly Dickly.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
black?
something.
Wait,
It
that
is.
doesn't sound black.
No, it
Strictly
doesn't.
Dick. Yeah, that's what. That's yeah. White girls don't say that.
Yes,
I'm
they
telling you.
do.
No, they don't.
I've been hearing that for years. I've
You've
never
been
heard-
saying that for years.
Wow, 10:51, and Rich finally fucking hits one.
See, Megan coughed. I patted her back.
Aw.
That's right.
Rich had a great appearance today.
I got to go, guys.
Thank you.
Where are you going?
I got a mortgage at the closing downtown.
Whoa.
My,
You clean up this mess. You started it.
oh, no, I was thinking about it, Megan. She's lovely.
All right, let's do
We're just
another
gonna be
runner-up line of
friends,
the day.
unfortunately.
Well, no, I eat salads and I
No,
eat
you
lots
don't.
of cheese.
Unfortunately.
Yes, I do. I
What do you eat, a
that
cookie
during
salad?
Ramadan.
That was our dieting segment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many of these do we have?
What happened, Ant?
I'm just looking at the cost of oil. Now they're saying that that $20 or $30 a barrel is a reasonable price for oil. See, they're starting to say things that are bringing the price of oil down. This is what they should have done a while ago. Keep these fucking savages in check.
The speculators.
With their goddamn oil. So the speculators now go, hey, $20-$30 a barrel is all this should be. And they go, ah!
They're doing this for McCain. You know that, right?
It's great. Bring down the fucking price. Keep it going.
They're going to do all sorts of things to get McCain elected.
Why?
Because they're going to. That's what America does.
I think the only thing I will be really suspect if what happens, if what you said would happen happens.
I said something smart.
And that's that they get Bin Laden.
Oh, yeah.
If they trod Bin Laden out of nowhere right before the election, then there's an Illuminati, there's a conspiracy, there's every fucking thing.
That's the only thing
that everyone said.
That's the only thing that
exists.
saves Bush, because then everyone will be like, "Oh, fuck that! All the shit he did. Look what he did in the end."
And all
They're
he
not
has
gonna
to
remember
do,
anything else.
all he has to do is stand there with his arm around McCain, and the Republicans win the
and
fucking
Bush
presidency.
looks like a hero.
Exactly.
And they're all is forgiven for the last 6 years. Well,
Yep.
no, when did we become suspicious? The
Bin
last
Laden.
the last 3 years, maybe with Bush.
Bin Laden.
Here's another runner-up line of the day.
My house is a meat locker. It's just a freezer.
Your pants. Can you hear? You can't hear, right, my love? I was talking about Anthony's fat cock.
Thank you,
Anthony, what about this one? What about there's other chatter going on?
Chatter.
I'm not going to call it rumors. That we start another little war before Bush leaves.
Well, people
to help
don't.
McCain.
People don't like changing leaders during a war.
Right.
But we're in a war already. We're in a two-front war.
I've heard of that chatter too.
Um,
Or you just stay heavy in the Middle East.
I think you have some real
What's that?
fucking battles go on. Some real strikes like Afghanistan. We fucking pound the shit out of Afghanistan for a couple of weeks before the election. And that'll get people to realize, hey,
We need McCain.
we need McCain,
We need
yeah.
an army guy.
Yep. Oh.
Here's another runner-up line of the day.
Well, I guess he felt free to kind of do what he wanted because there was no risk of anything happening. So he probably left quite a bit of evidence. In the hair, on the shoes. Boo.
Jimmy, where are you?
In Bombtown.
You're right, Donnie.
Bombtown.
Thumbs
E-Rock.
up.
Oh, sorry.
You want to make sure Don's all right. All right, a little intervention here.
Don's fine. He's going to keep his job.
You have. I mean, I don't
Everything's
want.
good. He'll go back to the priesthood.
I don't want to
He'll go
start
back.
rumors. There's no.
Father Frank will
Don
go
doesn't
back.
have any diseases or anything, but the doctor wants you to take care of yourself, right?
Exactly right.
Less
yeah.
stress, maybe eat a little better, maybe drink a little less, maybe don't smoke at all.
Boy, how long did you talk to Logan?
He's worried about you.
Look at E-Rock.
You look healthy as hell, though.
Thank you.
All right. I'm worried about you, too, Don.
I wish Megan was still here.
Dude, what's the obsession with her?
She wishes he was here to fart on.
Yeah, he's kidding. All right, let's do another runner-up line of the day. Got a guy on instant feedback. Die, Opie, die. How about you use your real name, faggot? It's the Opie and Anthony Show with Rich Voss. There was somebody on the line. They couldn't wait through commercial there, Rich.
Hold on 2 seconds.
What happened?
I got to put in my real name.
It's a long way to go, but what a great line. Fuck you. Where we at? One more runner-up? Line of the day? Let's do it. Chop, chop.
Here comes Line of the day.
Line of the day. Line of the day.
The nice meeting.
We had one nice meeting in the office upstairs.
Well, you guys just weren't nice. So what would happen, what would happen would be that I was always this charming, nice guy, and you guys would just be dicks and come up into my office and be the way you guys are.
We would be dicks.
Mel gets line of the day.
Holy shit.
Of course.
You guys would be dicks.
At least we know that our fucking, at least we know our staff isn't a bunch of fucking weasels who are nervous. Look, Mel, we gave you line of the day.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Hey, Rich, thanks. Sorry.
Where's your goddamn car, Richard?
In the garage.
Can you drive me home?
Your
Rich?
goddamn car.
Going down,
Can you drive me home? I'm tired. Can you drive me home?
What? No. Motherfucker, we gotta get a motherfucking car.
Can you drive me home? I'm tired.
Let's go, Rich.
No, can you drive me home?
I told him I'd do my ride.
Yeah, but
He did tell me
it's
that,
on the
Opie.
way.
I only got a 2-seater.
Ew, what are you driving?
Two-seater.
Well, let me drive
What are you, a
myself
Miata?
home.
Look at that.
Dude, take a cab to my place.
My
I'll drive
Porsche.
home.
Nice German engineering. That's good. Pick up a German car. It's wonderful.
All right, guys.
Real pride.
See you
Real
tomorrow.
pride.
We got
Bought it
Buzz
used.
Aldrin
I
tomorrow.
didn't put money.
Doesn't matter used.
I didn't put money back into our economy.
Tomorrow.
Doesn't matter used.
I didn't put money back into our economy.
Friday.
Whatever. And I
Oh,
buy
is it
all
Friday?
American
Okay.
parts for it.
Roland, who's on the show tomorrow?
Rolling.
Who's on the show tomorrow?
Caroline Thursday and Friday Night Voss.
Nice.
Mel Karmazin.
Bob Kelly's on the show.
Greg Giraldo.
Greg Giraldo.
And George Carlin's brother.
George Carlin's brother. It's like having Patrick Swayze's brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tom Cruise, not Tom Cruise. Tom Hanks has a brother.
Yeah.
Why don't we start booking brothers of very
Famous brothers.
Get that going.
Yeah, do that. Get a start on there. On that.
Nothing but brothers of famous people.
Frank Stallone.
They look like the retarded version of the real star. It's great. All right, mouth. Later.
Enroll in the Steve Carlisi School of Improv. Here's one of my students now.
Give me a person, an occupation, and a situation. Okay, a fireman, a firehouse, and a fire.
Yes, I think there's been a fire and somebody needs help.
This kid's a genius. He's my best student.
All right, we're gonna pick an object, a comb.
It's a comb. My hair must be messy.
That's it. Oh my God, I'm in tears over here. Someone in the audience pick an occupation.
Producer.
I have no idea what that is.
How's that for improv?
When in doubt, open your eyes wide and panic. Enroll in the Steve Carlisi School of Improv. Yes, I get it. I have no improv skills.